Swells only. Glad you guys can make it out. I'm making some claims that are pretty outlandish, but I can back them up. Boom. End of story. There is no other crypto out there, so don't get it twisted. If you don't understand where you're parking your money, you're gonna pay the consequences for that, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Boom. We're obliterating everybody, literally. There is nobody else that comes close to what Hex has done. Boom. Oh, it's about to get funky. Funkier than you could have ever imagined. You know, Richard Hart is a boss. Hex is literally the best thing on the planet. It's simple mathematics. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Swells only with Motley, Wendy's for Tendies, and my homie Thosh Child.
Yep.
It's Sunday.
What's up, guys?
What's
Everybody's having a good Sunday. How you guys doing?
Good.
Chilling.
It's been a good day.
It's always a good day in Hexaco, isn't it?
Oh, well, today was payday.
Viva la!
History making.
Yo,
Viva la.
Making payout.
Payday.
Yo, can we? You know what? Let's start with that. That shit was crazy, bro.
Yep.
Now, 24.36 Hex payout per T-share.
My
You.
God.
If you got 100 T-shares, man, salute yourself for a 4-figure day, right?
That's crazy.
There's a lot of people with thousands of T-shares and guys with 6 figures worth. So salute to you all for owning, right, that money printer, because that's what it's about, man. That's what T-shares are, right? That's the whole point of owning Hex, buying it, staking it, and getting that free money. I mean, otherwise it would have just been 5.8 Hex per T-share, you know, rinkety dink, regular old payout per T-share day, right? But
So some Hexicans made an entire yearly salary in one day's payout.
Crazy.
Absolutely wild.
It's crazy. But it kind of goes to show you, like a lot of people have, said that, the T-share payouts will go down over time and stuff. But, things like this will happen. They'll continue to happen. And the payouts, right? Like the interest is building up like crazy, right?
Exactly.
So like if that account EES'd 6 months ago, it wouldn't have been as crazy as it was. So to me, it's just the game theory playing out. And I saw a lot of people today talking about they're staking 5555, but really the day was yesterday to stake 5555 if you wanted to get that payout. And that's just the name of the game. The best day is always today.
Yesterday.
People are saying the T-share.
Yeah.
People are saying the T-share payout's going to go down over time.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Pay out
because they think that like the number of stakers is going to go up, and so the theoretically it'll go down, but then they don't realize that
the supply
the amount of
too.
and the amount of people, like the amount of interest that people are accumulating later, and they're going to EES at like year 5 and 7 is just absolutely insane.
Those days are going to be amazing.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Make this look like nothing.
Oh yeah, nothing.
Yo, it's going to be phenomenal. We're already at year 2, man. Already.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it.
It's days away.
It's days away, man. I mean,
party time.
It will be big payday. Was already last year, already a year old. Big payday. Big payday was a big day for a lot of us. I mean, I was new. I wasn't streaming or anything, but I understood what was going on, and that was a major day for me. I mean, that was the day I made my bag, man. That was the day I started making my bag.
It was a great day. Yeah, there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people that were scared and stuff. We had Hexo that was buying.
He bought on the dip. I bought with him.
Yeah.
I bought with that man. I'm not even gonna fucking bullshit you, because that was the time to buy.
Oh, I took a loan out before the dip happened, and I bought the dip with a loan.
Yeah, I mean,
it was obvious, bro. Like you know what people are gonna do.
You just
got to take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was, I think, one of the best no-brainer trades ever. I got one of my college friends. I was the best man in his wedding. This is how well I know this guy. This is how much of a friend he is to me. I forced this motherfucker to throw $15K into this thing. Forced him. Like,
I got a buddy like that.
Yo, yeah.
Like at gunpoint, like you're gonna do this. It's gonna be good for you.
I have never asked you to fork a fucking dollar over to anything in your life, brother. But this was something. This was it. This was it. This was a no-brainer. And a lot of people don't understand that stance doesn't change. A dip is just an opportunity. That's an
Yeah,
opportunity you
to
got to
to
take
people that
advantage
aren't
of.
scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know the thing is right, right?
If you understand what's going on, right?
Yep.
If you know what
Yeah.
you got.
Right.
Well,
Right. And go ahead, bro.
represent. I'm sorry. So
No.
representing the post 400 day entry, contingent. We look back at that era, right? Like the golden era. Okay, and it's just recently that I've actually taken the time to look back and appreciate this footage of you all as you're in the middle of that thing,
Oh,
right?
so
And
much fun.
Yeah.
it's a dynamic, Motley, man. It's a dynamic that I really, for as passionately involved as I've been in this, I did not understand. And I'm really understanding not only more about the dynamic of Hex, right? And how this entire contract and code plays out, but I'm better understanding the dynamic that exists as friends, right?
Brotherhood.
Between you all. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I did not have that view previously. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Right.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think.
it was
Go ahead, man.
it was amazing that night when the price was just getting sold down by all the traders that came in to just try to take advantage of. They thought they were going to get 2 to 3x on their coins, and it was the perfect trap for the OA to come in. I mean, you still got 30% plus on your stack, but like a lot of people thought they'd get more, and we just watched the price get sold down. But like everyone was just cheering. It was just a monumental time, and like all of us had been in from day one. Like it'd been a very, very long, hard journey, and so like we knew where we were going long term. So the short term
Yep.
price didn't mean shit to us. Like Wales and Wendy's were saying, it was just another opportunity to buy. So we're ecstatic. People were buying on stream. We're all cheering. It was just a great time because we knew what was coming down the road.
I seen all you drunk motherfuckers in your top hats.
Wasted, wasted, delirious from lack of sleep. You name it.
Bunch of motherfuckers looking like the Monopoly guy. Oh my god!
And
That's
we
how we
wonder why
felt,
people
too.
don't take us seriously.
Right. It's fucking funny, man. That shit. It was a show, man. It was a show
was.
because if you understood, and I was on the outside looking in, man.
Right.
I was on the outside looking in. I was just a spectator, and I understood. Oh yeah, this was the time, and
Well,
that
you want
was the time.
you
That literally was the time, right?
want to hear something stupid? This is stupid. Everybody in my community and everybody who knows me knows my story. But I found Richard on the kind of self-help tip in the middle of a divorce in 2017. I was supposed to be there with y'all, but she gutted my shit on every level, right? And I remember my crypto feed, this big payday thing coming through on my YouTube, and I was like, man, fuck those motherfuckers, man. Because I was supposed to be there, but I wasn't. But I got my shit together, and you know what? I'm here now. I'm
That's all that
happy.
matters.
Yep.
All
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, but now you're here, bro. Right?
Yes, sir.
It's still early. Like people
Yeah.
don't want to say it, but it's true.
Yo.
You hear OG this, OG that. Like
Fuck
I always consider like, yo, this is still so early. Like,
This is
come on.
super early.
Well, that's why no
People
one can
still
even
don't-
define it.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
what
exactly.
is
When
an
is
OG?
Right.
Yeah. Like I don't think that you can define OG. Like
OG is ocean grown.
I'm day 330, right? Like I'm day 330.
That's for my
Right.
girl, 1S. Ocean grown.
I just
Hey, you
got
got
here.
a staker animal, you in.
Yeah, true.
You're not a silent shell, you good.
Yeah, like you gotta just keep buying. I never stop buying Hex ever. I still
Yep.
buy Hex. Like I don't understand this conversation about it being late. How?
Yeah,
Not-
people just
not
don't
for
understand.
going
It's
to
like it just
$5,
shows
$10, right?
it just shows that like people don't understand the game theory and stuff. But it's crazy. I mean, like I was in a Twitter space with Inviting Freedom and some other like hexicans, and
Oh,
these
she's
like
great.
no coiners. Yeah, she is great. And these
Yeah,
no
she's great.
coiners came in, and we started like talking Hex to them, and they just like they just instantly got it. They were like, okay,
They
yeah,
usually
like,
do.
yeah, passive
Yeah.
income. Okay, I
No
like
coiners.
that. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
amen.
And they're like, okay, yeah, like I get what's going on with inflation. I get why this coin is solid. It's one of those things. Like people get it, and then other people like message me later. Like how do I get in? How do I do this and stuff? So it's just funny. It's just funny. But the message is solid, and it's like if you really take the time to understand it, like you get it, and you see where we're going.
Yeah, and you see we're not stopping anytime soon, right? I
No.
mean, this party is just getting started. If you're a brand new Mexican and you got here like a month ago during this dip, congratulations. Keep buying. and you better pray it falls some more.
Yep.
Seriously, like this is
Yep.
not a game. You really need to understand what's going on in this chart. Because if you don't, you're gonna get left behind. Because guess what? Plenty of OGs are getting left behind. Yeah.
Hey, Wales, I
Mhm.
thought that RG just blessed us with a new title there. And I was like, man,
Yeah,
I was like, that's
funny
pretty
as
cool,
shit.
man. I'm an OH. I wonder what the fuck a OH is, man.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
funny as shit. Oh, and we got post chain coming too. Oh man, look, we're gonna talk about that later because that's a whole nother level of
No, wait, no,
conversation.
wait. Can I ask you guys a question? Because you've been
Sure.
in like longer. Do you guys like find that you habitually forget about that you're getting a pulse
All the
duplicate
time.
almost
All the
every
time.
day?
And I
I
sacrifice
honestly,
so much
I,
money too, and I
yeah, I don't really
and I
think about
totally
it.
forget.
I put more money in the polls than I did into Hex at the start, for sure.
Yep,
Woo!
100%.
Crazy. It's
We
Yep.
crazy as
finna
that sounds.
fly. We finna fly.
Yeah, as crazy as that sounds, man. That's exactly right.
I
That's
aspire to be
exactly
God
right.
Whale
I'm
someday.
I mean, but look,
yeah.
oh man, yeah, the pulse is gonna be crazy because people are still sacrificing. If you can
Yeah,
believe that,
yeah.
I can't.
hey, it's insane. We're gonna talk about that later, man. Because
Okay.
let's keep gassing up Hex because Hex is just people got to understand this is always the topic of discussion for a reason,
Mhm.
right? Like
It-
Hex is the standard, man.
Well, it's hard for some people to understand, right? And this is kind of why I think Pulse Chain's gotten so much more growth because it's pretty straightforward. It's a network. Everyone understands the blockchain. Like they get that a lot easier than Hex. Like Hex is complex because there's never been anything like it before. Nothing's existed before Hex like Hex. Like this is truly a
That is true.
revolutionary financial instrument that's never existed before. So like you have to do some digging. You have to spend hours watching streams, learning to people that have already walked that path and learned some of this stuff already to really fully understand what you hold because a lot of people don't. And it's not their fault. It's just nothing like this has ever existed before.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. You are so right about that. Because I mean, when I sit here and I'm getting to the point now where I'm sitting down with big money and I'm talking to them about what this is, and they hear me loud and clear. And I mean, I'm relaying these concepts as I've always been doing, right? But now it's at a level where it's people that are seeing me out. I don't have to dumb it down. I can literally give them the nitty gritty of what is really going on here. And a lot of people, man, when they find out, they're in fucking shock because it's real.
They didn't know something like
Hmm.
this even existed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean,
yeah,
most
man.
people don't. I mean, look at the staking numbers, right? Like it's so low. And if you want to think about like early anything else, I mean, under 80,000, under 100,000 stakers
Under a
is
100,000,
nothing.
It's
It's
bro.
absolutely
peanuts.
unbelievable.
I
It's literally
guarantee you
peanuts.
there's over 1 million fucking meme coin holders.
Oh yeah, for
Guarantee you.
sure, for
Guarantee you.
sure.
If
And if you
not,
had
10
a
million.
million stakers, my God, like the price would be
Oh,
astronomically high.
forget about it.
Like people cannot even like comprehend how high it would be. So
Yeah.
it's super comical to me. And there's so many people that are looking for Hex and just don't
Don't
know
They
know
it.
it.
don't know it
They
exists,
don't
right?
know it. And
Yeah.
I'm
that's
kicking that science to my community all the time about the reality of the math, how you have to try and wrap your head around
You
what a
can't. It's so
blessing,
hard.
what a blessing this is. I mean, just think of it this way. What is it, 7.5 billion people on planet Earth? All right, squeeze that down. What percentage of them is into crypto? Or even say who is aware of blockchain technology and finance existing? You squeeze that down to who's in crypto. You squeeze that down to like you delineate who the heck's in the meme coins and the dog crap, who's in grandfather, which is what I call Bitcoin, and grandmother, who's in Ethereum, right?
oh shit,
Right. And
that's
then you
good.
squeeze it on down and you keep going farther and
Fraction of a
farther.
fraction of a fraction.
Yeah, exactly, Motley. And then you look at it and you're like, okay, globally, 300,000 motherfuckers. And like, what? How many staked? Oh my God. You have to understand the blessing you've been given, my friends.
That's it, man. That is
Just
such a
think
fact.
about this. How many millionaires are in the United States?
Oh,
It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah. And how many is
Just in the
being
United
created by
States.
hacks?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yo, in the
And how
past
many will
year,
be?
I've known a lot of guys that retired that never in their life thought they would be retiring.
Right?
Hmm.
I'm one.
That's
True.
Yep.
yeah, and that's a real statement, man. Right? Like, Motley, you are somebody I naturally envy because when I got out of the military, man, I fucking struggled, brother.
Yeah, most do.
Most do. Yeah, most do. It's you know, so much respect to you for, first of all, taking the time to educate yourself, right, as a young man, because the reason you are able
That's
to
right.
retire is because of the work you had already put in up until that point.
Right.
That's
You know what
goddamn
I'm saying?
right. Yep.
That's right.
Be
You know,
proud.
you gotta so for all of those of you that found Hex or had Hex find you, which is really how it works, you know, much respect, because it's not easy, right? It's not easy looking for the truth, and this is how I think all of us find Hex to a certain extent, because it's not easy, right? Everybody's out here working hard, man. We're out here busting our asses trying to make stuff happen.
Hey, Wales, I think you and I have this in common. I'd be interested to know where my brothers are, but you and I are some of the people who I know who are the like onboarded. Like nobody hit me to Hex. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
It
right. You
was
just
like
found it, or it found you,
it
so to
was
speak.
some kind of spiritual thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it was
found
me and
me.
Hex
It
found
found
each
me.
other. Right,
I
right.
didn't find it. It found me.
Did you gentlemen, Motley and Fratendes, did you guys like get onboarded, or did you guys find this as
No.
well? Or
Yeah, I had
Found
been in
Richard.
crypto. Yeah, I
yeah,
had been in
there it
crypto for
is.
a while,
Found Richard.
and
Right.
yeah, Richard got like pretty popular in like 2017 as a Bitcoin maxi. I actually
Yes.
did not like him because I was an Ethereum. I was an Ethereum maxi, but you know when I found in life when you find somebody that's really really intelligent, even if they're saying things that you don't agree with, sometimes it's important to listen to them and just
Yes.
hear like opposing viewpoints. And he was right about so many things. I mean, the top. He was right about, you know, like Ethereum, you know, dropping. He was right about like us breaking through 6K. So he was right about a lot of things. So like he was consistently right. So even though I like he was very abrasive, I didn't like his like cockiness when you know, like I first started listening to him and stuff. But then, you know, I started getting it and I was like, you know what? And then I heard he was making Hex. And then when he said he was making Hex, I think a lot of people in blockchain, I know like Motley like was a miner. You know, people love passive income, right?
Right.
But mining is not actually passive income.
No,
But
that's a
it's like
bitch.
it's like the guise of passive income, right? And then you know, Big K was a you know a big miner. There was a lot of them that came over to Hex, and you know, you basically like mine inflation through Hex. So in a way, it is similar to that. But it's like you know we were talking about it like earlier on Twitter. It's like it's the evolution of mining, and it's like the apex you know of mining. It's you know what Bitcoin dreamed to be. So you know when I heard about it, like you know day one I was waiting for that, and so when it launched I was in, you know. And yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, go ahead, Motley, please.
Yeah, I was just going to carry off what Wendy's was saying. Mine was very similar. It was just coming across the man and same mindset. When you find someone that's very intelligent, even if you don't necessarily agree with their viewpoints, it's usually good to follow them because it's all about who you surround yourself with. The circle that people that you surround yourself with usually bring you up. And when I was actually following Doug Polk, who was a poker player, and he had him on.
I did too.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
me too.
and you know I played poker a lot early on, loved the game, and I just watched this eccentric looking character on the throne sit there, start bringing up a lot of valid points of why poker was just a negative sum game. And by the end of it, he brought up a lot of very intelligent points. I was like, okay, I need to follow this guy. Like he's got
the logic bombs.
Yeah, it was just logic. And like for me, I'd say the one difference between Wendy's and I is like I love the brashness, the bravado,
That's what I was just
I'm gonna tell
comment
it
on.
fucking to you straight because like I think for at least a lot of the military guys too, like that shit, we love that shit. Like I mean, I don't want to like pussyfoot around and like you know do this little just get to the point, tell me the truth, tell me how it is, and that's cool. Like that, we'll move forward, we'll be more efficient. Like I love that shit. Like I can't get enough of that.
I was feeling my man too. Is why I was feeling my man up there in the you know upper corner because he was a straight shooter. And there's a thing about that bellicose, that bravado. If a motherfucker's trying to pull that shit off and he is not authentic, yes, we see that, smell that. I repudiate it. And if you're in my
hate fake people
in my face, I'll probably punch you in yours if you act that way. But if you are real the way that Wales is, and if you're real the way that fearless leader Richard is, man, dude, I felt like I was home.
Resonates.
Yes, it resonates. I was magnetized. I started waiting for his streams because I don't know, angry young man, sure, you know, like from the hip hop generation in Philly, you know, I just had this ethos where I just felt like I couldn't stand so much of this, for lack of a better term, just fake bullshit coming out of people. And here was a guy who was really kicking the science. He was doing so with a lot of passion, a lot of insight, and he wasn't, afraid. He wasn't afraid. And that was just like so refreshing because, guys, let's admit it, we're growing up in a world full of beta males. It's like your Pottery Barn catalog and your no whip, diet almond milk mocha latte more important than your fucking sovereignty, your humanity, your intelligence. I mean, come on, man.
It's fucked, bro.
Crazy.
Can't have it.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, can't have it, bro. It's just not working. Nope. It's not working. And this is, just let me give people a little background on myself real quick, just so people can understand where I'm coming from, because a lot of people are just, they can't understand where the insight comes from, right? I mean, it's one thing to have a person as intelligent as Richard, and I'm not that person. I'm just a person that
Me either.
connects dots, man.
I don't think any of us are.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I'm
valid
not
point.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you don't
Richard
need to be,
Hart,
right?
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
don't
need
have
to
to
be.
I
That's
will tell you
right.
this: my IQ has gone up since listening to him.
Tremendously.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know
Tremendously.
what? He teaches us at what to look at, how to think of things if you don't know how to think of things. Because there are certain things that, hey, I might be smart in some areas, man, but there's certain areas that I needed some fucking help in. And
We saw that the last interview, right, with the two poker players. Like they're smart guys, but like their viewpoints just, they weren't looking at it from the right angle. And like, man, Richard was on point with that. Like that last stream, if you guys haven't watched it, I'm sure most of you guys have.
I haven't.
It was one of his best, honestly.
It's one of his best.
Really?
What was great was they were very good with their questions. Great questions led to great answers. Richard was on point, on fire, and like you could see like a lot of all the misconceptions and very general stuff that we've had issues with Hex was all presented, and Richard just crushed it. And you see that like they're intelligent guys, but they have this mindset that a lot of the masses have, that they're just not looking at it from the right angle. They don't understand a lot of stuff, and Richard just laid it out perfectly. And man, one of the best streams to date. One of my favorites. Like I will use that for onboarding 100%. I already have.
Because he does address like so many things on there that I sent it to some people too, because I'm like, man, he covered a lot of stuff on here.
Yeah, I sent it everywhere after that stream.
Oh wow,
it was on point. That good.
It was good. Yeah, it was.
Gotta watch it.
I might have to watch it then.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta see it too, man. You guys got me inspired.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the kind of thing, right? That's what Richard does for people, right?
Oh shit. Sorry.
You good, bro. Go ahead.
Damn. This
Oh,
damn thing.
that's the kind of thing, right?
I think you got some feedback or someone.
Yeah, I muted him for now. Just take care of your mic, bro. All good. But like that's the thing, right? You got people that'll motivate you to take care of business, right? And that's how I feel Richard was for me. It's like, man, I already understand all this crypto shit, and I could see that there was a gap that I could fill because I could provide all of the concepts that were being relayed in a visual fashion. And that's something that people just generally need, right? People just need to be able to connect those dots if they can't connect them in some other way. And in a lot of cases, that's what I provided at the time, because it was one of those times where big payday had happened and the price was going up, but it was still going sideways, and people weren't really understanding what was going on. It was really only like a 1x from the big payday or whatever. It wasn't really all that. Price was kind of like not busting above a penny, and people just weren't getting it. And I could
stagnant.
See
People start to lose faith when you go through that sideways action. It's wild.
It's so funny because I saw someone like yesterday that was saying like, we break 15 cents. RIP, like if you remember, like people have these arbitrary numbers, like when big they're like, okay, well, if we survive big payday, that's it.
It wasn't even a couple months ago. We were dying for 15 cents, and now
I was like, please take it back. I don't want it. I'm here hoping for a fucking I would kill for a move to a cent. What is
wrong? If it breaks this arbitrary number, Hex is done for good. The contract breaks. It says 404, contract not found. Pack it up, boys. We're going home. Like, come on.
The Hex just leaves the weak limp noodle hands to the diamond hands. That's all it is. It's just a transference.
And that's why you're never going to see a crazy dip like that. That's exactly why. I mean, people
too many
like
smart
us
people in this community.
Waiting. Yeah. There's so many people like us just waiting to fucking just stomp on this. Too many. I mean, Hex is one of those things that it stands in its own class, right? It's literally in its own league. I mean, we sit here and try to compare it to luxury brands, but the reality is that there isn't one to compare it to.
Nope.
There isn't,
It's
and
only in its class.
yeah, only in its class, and people got to understand that. I mean, all right. Let me just break my background line a little bit so people can understand how the fuck can I figure all this shit out. It's really simple, right? When I was in high school, I was a dumbass. I didn't want to do anything with my life. So what I decided to do was join the military, and I thought I was fucking scamming the system, right? I thought I was gonna learn how to be a mechanic and do all this shit.
They
And
gotcha.
false. Yeah, it's just not how it works, right? I mean, the last thing I thought I was going to war. That was the last thing I ever thought. Just not how it works. And I thought I was gonna be a mechanic, yada yada, blah blah. Never. And you get out there and you just start being in the way, and you start trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, because you're just out there, and then you're just missing life. It's like being in jail, no matter what.
Mhm.
It's like being in
Yep.
jail. The food sucks. You can't see nobody. You can't. Well, at least at the time when I was out there, you couldn't talk to nobody. Nobody knew whether I was alive or dead for months. Nobody on the planet that I knew whether I existed any longer or not.
Wow.
Imagine some motherfuckers can't get away with talking without talking to somebody for fucking 2 days, let alone 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Talking about for fucking at least 4 months, at least. In order for me to communicate with my family, I had to fucking risk my life several times. That's how I had to communicate. So people had to understand where Wales is coming from. Okay? Wales understands that what's going on right now with this crypto shit is real. This is not a game. This is something we as a people, a human species, need. Straight up.
That's right.
Well,
That's
it's something that like the thing that you value most, right, is time. And this
Time,
is
bro.
something that can give you all the time in your life back. And like I was telling you, I was out at the bar today, and I was talking to people, and they were just like, man, congrats. They were coming up to me like, man, I remember when you were working so hard. Like, it's crazy to see you living this like awesome life now and doing all these things.
Didn't come
And I'm like,
without sacrifice.
there was a lot of sacrifice for sure, and it wasn't quick. A lot of people,
They
my
see the results.
my
They don't
girl's
see
dad,
the work.
Right.
yeah, my girl's dad, like one of his like nicknames for me was like "Get Rich Quick," and then my name, and like seriously, and then my name after that, and I was like, for real, like and this he was a very successful guy, but he saw like crypto as like this get rich quick scheme. He didn't see all the work, all the effort I was doing, like researching and all the stuff, and that's just how it is. But
Yeah.
crypto is not a game. It's not a get rich quick scheme. I mean, if you're treating it
It's
like
not.
such, it's a get wrecked quick scheme, and it doesn't have to be like that, because every time you get rug pulled, every time you lose principal, you're missing that principal loses its chance to 1000x, right? And people don't get that. They just see them losing $1,000. They don't see them losing $1 million from going into sheep or going into like
Whatever.
insert random shitcoin.
Yeah.
So
Whatever.
yeah, it's not a game at all.
XRP.
No, it's not.
I honestly never, I never thought I was going to hear XRP again until
Me
No.
neither.
hell no.
Well, it
Crazy, bro. I can't believe people still own that shit. That shit is wild as fuck to me.
Next
That
time
shit is
I'm gonna
crazy.
read Cabana's notes a little bit better.
Yo, I was like, what the fuck?
Not
bro?
expecting
What
that
did you
as a
invite me
guest.
into? Yeah, I was like, oh hell no.
Bring in Nagabo for backup next time.
Yeah, I was like literally, I was trying to explain to them, I'm like going through all this
Slice
effort, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck
I-
then I basically just got quiet. the
I
rest of the
learned
time. I was
very
like, I'm not
quickly
saying
it was a
shit.
lost cause. I was like,
Yeah, I was just
I'm
like,
not
I
gonna
gi-
waste my
I
breath.
give up. And then Miguel, and then
Miguel tried. We each took turns trying.
God, that was epic, son.
Yeah. When
Oh,
when
man,
Miguel
DC
gets out
blew up.
DJing and frustrated, yeah, you're fucked up.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That was something else, no doubt. And that shows you a lot of. I mean, that's the mentality of a lot of space, though. It's just what's that shiny light over there, and like they don't even know what they're investing in. All she could sit there is like, oh, there's a 10x or opportunity over here. But then when you ask her what it is or how it works, and
Not a clue.
they don't know. They don't have a clue. They don't even know what they have their money in. It's wild, absolutely wild. Whereas our community knows the ins and outs of everything involving Hex, the ecosystem, Pulse Chain, you name it, and everyone else
Bitcoin,
is clueless.
Ethereum.
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
everything.
Ethereum. I mean, you name it. What don't we know?
Yeah,
Right, and this is what separates us from the rest of the riffraff, if you want to call it that. I mean, it's
the
just
future wreck.
crazy, bro. I mean, think about it. These are the people that think they're gonna carry this space forward. You're out your fucking mind.
It's a
You
joke.
must be out of your mind if you think that's what's about to happen. Because I've spent my entire life understanding what the fuck is going on in this world because I've had to. I've literally been in the middle of it. I haven't had a choice. When I was 17, I was taking bombs in fucking Baghdad. So everybody can kiss my ass.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You don't gotta like it. You just gotta fucking deal with it. Because
Hey,
that's the truth.
yeah, Wales, I know that you need no man to advocate for you, okay? And I know you would never ask that of me. But as your tribesman and your friend, okay, I have taken the position of being your advocate sometimes, especially of late, because frankly, sir, I get a little bit disgusted, okay? And when some of these motherfuckers are out here talking about, you know, how you choose to go about your mission, okay, which I don't think that they, frankly, don't believe that they have any right to even comment on, or they want to talk about your message, which is also, frankly, our message, and it's a message shared by a
Many in the
wide
community.
range of people,
That's
man,
right.
from
I
from
don't speak for
ancient
myself.
from
That's a fact.
ancient teachers, right? From ancient
Mhm.
teachers of many lineages on down to the Michael Malices, Larkin Rose, Mark Capacios of the world, all manner of thinkers, right? We're the people that are standing up, talking about your sovereign autonomy, telling you that before you are any fucking thing in this incarnation, you are a daughter or a son, okay, of God, or whatever you choose to conceive of that. So now, applicative to how they speak about you, I say, hey, my man, did you know that my man's from the boogie down? The boogie down. What's the boogie? The boogie down, my friend, is the Bronx. Okay. So he survives that. And he decides he wants to take a nice, relaxing vacation from that. Guess what he goes to do? Fucking goes in the goddamn U.S. military. What, you think that was, you know, the relaxing vacation? Comes out of there. Okay. He's done 2 tours lifelong, survived. Now, what's he going to do? He's going to go somewhere else to relax, take a load off. Wall Street?
Yeah, right.
Dangerous place
Yeah,
on
you're
earth right
Fucking
there.
moron. I'm a fucking moron. I
I
just keep
tell people,
walking into fucking problems, bro.
I tell people, man,
He's
I say, you
addicted to it
better.
at this point.
Fuck.
Oh, well, you guys want to hear something funny? I really put him up against it the other day because we as we've gotten to know each other over the last like 7-8 months, we get to know each other. We could relax a little. The other day, I said to him everything that I just said to all y'all in the live stream audience, and I says, I lean in, I said, Wales only. What does a future look like with flip flops and a margarita? And he said, how do you relax after this? After surviving Boogie Down, after surviving combat, after surviving Wall Street, after surviving crypto and Hex, I want to know how this man plans to
How do
relax.
you
You know
relax?
what I'm
Right. That's
saying?
funny.
Yeah. How's it going to
I
feel on the
can't
beach
even.
with the flip flops and
You know,
the
I
drink
ain't
at the
planned out
umbrella?
that far yet. That's for sure.
you
Yeah.
can't even conceive of that reality.
Yeah. Nah, not at all, man. It's crazy because there's just so much to do.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
I
Right.
don't see the
There's
end
so
of the
much to
work.
do. I mean, look at
Retirement
what.
is very busy.
Yeah.
right.
And that's the funny thing. A lot of us are trying to reach that goal, right? And people got to understand once you get there, there's so much to do. You
Mm.
know,
Yep.
how do you stop when there's so much to start? It's
Mhm.
crazy, man.
Well, when you get this view of reality and you realize the pickle that we're in, I mean, you're exactly right. Especially if you have the, and I'm not saying it's an exclusive view to those of us with progeny,
No,
but
no.
when you have children, man, you look at this world and you see how screwed up some stuff is. Well, some stuff. You know, you're contending with this idea of nothing less, right,
Yeah,
than creating the new Earth, the new
correct.
way to live.
Correct.
I would contend, and damn, I don't know that work's going to be done in our lifetime.
Probably
I don't
not.
know either,
It's
but
an
I'm
ever
sure they're
moving
gonna try.
goal,
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
we gotta try. That's the thing. We
Yeah.
can't just
You do
sit
what
on
you
our
can
It's
and
in
laurels.
our
hand the baton
hands.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that people think they don't have any responsibility to their own livelihood. It's insane to me.
Mm.
It's insane to me that people think they can just leave their well-being to other people that don't give a flying fuck about them. And that's been my message since day one. I'm not here telling anybody what to do. I'm here letting you know what the hell's going on and what I'm gonna do about it. You can join the party or you can get left behind. It's
Mhm.
very simple because the mission is clear to me. I can break it down to you every which way you want. Motley can break it down to you in every which way you want. We've experienced it firsthand what's going on and what has to happen.
Mm.
It's not an option. Like these are things that are actually happening.
Yeah. And a
You
lot of
don't.
people are content to let it wash
Yeah, and
over
that's
them, are they
fine.
not? You
They
know?
they can wash. They can let it wash, but everybody ain't them, and
Mhm.
they don't matter because they're just tacit approvers.
Yeah. Well, I'll give
Yeah.
you a good one. I'll give you a good one real quick. Like everybody thinks that the Titanic, right? You think of the Titanic.
Mm,
You think that that's Leonardo DiCaprio, right? And Kate
right.
Winslet in a movie, which by the way I've never seen. You,
I haven't
you
either.
know, you know, an actual point of fact, do people of the world know that the Titanic is where the two multimillionaires, Vanderbilt and Guggenheim, came to their death prematurely on a trip that was booked by their good buddy, J.P. Morgan, who just so happened to have a meeting on Jekyll Island
That
subsequent
weekend.
to the Titanic disaster. The two gentlemen who died when the quote unquote boat hit a quote unquote iceberg. Those were the only two powerful men on planet Earth who stood between the creation of a Federal Reserve system and something that we never got to know, which would have been a different reality. You know, it's think about that, guys.
I
That's
mean,
a little bananas.
what was bananas is that it's not hidden from anybody. It's there for everybody to see, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
but that movie
if
was
we
such a
know this,
tearjerker.
fuck the movie, bro. I ain't even talking about the movie. You
I
can
know.
find this out
I'm
if you
playing.
want. You
That
know
that
what I
stuff
mean?
is that stuff has been happening for
Yeah, for
years and years and
years
years
and
Oh
and
years.
my!
years, and
I
it'll
know.
continue for years and years and years and years and
That's right.
years. Yeah, there's
That's right.
always going to be somebody that's pulling strings and knocking people out. Hillary Clinton.
Literally. Yeah. And then
Well,
Yeah,
what's funny is that people think it's okay for it to happen at this scale.
yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that's the thing. If they want to start taking people out now, it's not a matter of just picking like a few guys every week. I mean, they literally, if they're going to start taking people out now, well, I guess they are. Better take out a billion. Better try and take out a couple
Right.
billion, right?
Yeah. Now it's a lot of
yeah.
us,
Because
Now
right?
the
now it's
folks have
getting
woken
crazy.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now it's a lot of us. People are upset. People are tired. I mean, look at what's happening in Australia for once. And shout
They,
out to
they
my
turned it back to a prison colony. That's
yeah,
all they did. They just went back to their roots.
yeah.
Said,
Shout
"Oh
out
yeah,
to
you
my
remember
boy
you
Middle
Very
remember
nice.
this
Class.
was a jail? It is
Yeah,
again."
yeah. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yep.
I mean,
Mm.
to even be able to have these kinds of conversations is wild to me. I never in my life thought,
Mm.
right, that we would be seeing these kinds of pressures on humanity
Mhm.
Hmm.
again. Right, like you learn about them through history, but it really seems like the supposed victors of that time didn't really win. I mean, it
Right.
doesn't look like that to me.
Hmm.
It doesn't look like that to me. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but it wasn't the story we were sold. That I do know.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Co-sign that.
Yeah, that's a fact. This shit is crazy. You can't sit and tell me the bad guy lost when they're using the same fucking tactics.
Yep.
Got your fucking mind. And you fucking stupid for supporting any of this shit. Or even complying. Because you're part of the fucking problem. All this shit's illegal. You just do it because you a dumbass and you don't fucking know anything. And that's a fact. That's
Yeah.
not even an opinion.
Or it's not, and it's not just the not knowing is one thing, but the having a sneaking suspicion or knowing that at least you have room for improvement, but you're too fucking scared to do anything.
Oh yeah, that's just
That's there's a lack of bravery in a lot
yeah.
of so-called. I hear a lot of guys thumping their chests over all the wrong kind of shit in this life
Yeah,
right
thumping
now.
your chest is easy, bro.
It's like, come on, bro, be real
Yeah.
brave. I want to see some real bravery.
Nobody wants to do no real shit. Everybody will cry like a bitch. That's easier.
Hmm.
That's
That's
so
what Twitter's
easy.
for.
Yeah, that's what Twitter's for apparently, because that's real easy. That's what a lot of people like to do.
Mm.
But again, Wales ain't about that. Wales ain't here for that. Wales didn't come here to fucking pump your bag. Wales came here to show you this is how you can change your life because it can be changed.
That's what's
Because
up.
if you don't know what's happening outside, let me tell you, and I've shown everybody since day one what's going on. Nobody out here is lost unless they want to be. Because I've never led nobody astray. Not one fucking time. And not anybody in Hex Streams as far as I've seen or known.
Mm.
So What do you want? Right? You either want to keep being a little slave, because if you think you're just gonna make money and retire, you're sorely mistaken.
Hmm.
Sorely
What's that
mistaken.
reality look like, right? When you finally got whatever X amount of dollars, but this world continues on the trajectory that it's on. What's
You
that
ain't gonna,
reality
yeah,
look
you're
like?
not gonna have any fucking dollars because they're gonna
What,
tax the fucking shit out of it.
or what you gonna do? You're gonna live up in District One, like in the Hunger Games. You're gonna be up there in
Right, right,
District
right,
One.
right, right. I've never seen that. I'm gonna have to watch that
Oh
shit
my
because it
God. Yeah,
seems
you're
like we're
going to have
going
the
there.
high fashion. You're going to have the high fashion. You're going to eat until you go to the vomitorium. It's going to be a really, really, satisfying life.
I've not seen this shit. Okay,
Oh my
I gotta
fucking
watch
God, dude. Yeah, you'll have 350 channels on the idiot box. That life will be great.
that.
Mm.
Wow. Okay.
Vomitorium.
Yeah, I definitely gotta watch that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And again, it's wild to me, man. It's wild suspect that people think that nothing has to happen. Like you think you're just really gonna make money and that's it. Okay. Sure.
A lot of delusional people out there.
Yeah.
Well,
Whole
you guys
tons of
brought it
them.
up a little earlier. Isn't it interesting about hacks and now, right? That we seem to have this device, that we can utilize, a protocol, a tool that's going to enable us to take things so far, so much farther past any of our predecessors. Like if you were to think about the best part of the ideals of some commune in the 60s, these people came with all these fantastic fruity ass ideas, right? But they didn't have no like boots on the ground wisdom, and they certainly didn't have no material means to defend or back up or grow any of them ideals. So their ideals just ended up being hollow, and inevitably, in every situation, the shit implodes and evaporates, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to talk
Hmm.
about establishing a world of true justice, of real principles, that is good, that is a good, healthy world for the children, and we're up against what we are, you damn well better have the means to not only build it but protect it after having done so. And that's where Hex is like making me so excited, because I talked to so many brothers that they were just like me, like swinging a hammer for so many years. We're just working some unsatisfying job, and no matter how much you bust your ass, you're like, oh, check that. Instead of 38, I made 42 this year. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Going nowhere.
we're really getting ahead here, aren't we? Um, that's a dynamic that I'm seeing in Hex, that I not only would attribute a lot of my enthusiasm, passion, and excitement to it, but I would also have to posit, gentlemen, that this would be a sticking point for some people observing it, seeing that this is a way for the common man, the middle class man, to
Mhm.
rise his head up again. Some people are going to see that and they're going to go,
That's a threat.
nah, we ain't fucking having that shit.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
threat. It's a
You
threat.
break the
Yeah,
system.
yeah,
Yeah. I
right.
mean,
Yes,
Yeah.
Motley. Yeah.
The system breaks with something like Hex.
I think I think
Yeah,
there's a
that's why
reason.
if you heard,
You see the
yeah, if you heard
gatekeeping, right?
recently,
Yeah.
Yeah,
do what?
yeah, yeah.
So I think there's a reason we keep seeing the gatekeeping, right? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah, we destroy
Yeah.
crypto's business model.
yeah, we
We
destroy
destroy
a
the
lot
old
of business
traditional
models.
finance. We destroy it all.
Yeah, we
This
Yeah.
destroy a lot of
truly is
business models.
revolutionary,
Yeah, it
and that's
really
why
Yeah,
you
is.
that's
get
why
that
the
pushback.
politicians keep saying, like crypto's a risk to the financial industry. Yeah, it is.
It's a
That's
it
it's
is
exactly
a
to
why
risk
they're
to
yours.
That's
their
the whole
To
point.
power.
yours.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
point.
risk to their power.
Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
fucking point, actually.
Yep.
Right? I mean, it's just like Thought was saying, right? We've never in history have had the ability to be able to actually affect change. Never. Never mind the
Hmm.
fact that the knowledge just wasn't there, or maybe from our perspective it wasn't. Who knows? Who cares? Fact is, right now we have it, and right now we have the means by which to actually engage. And this is what matters. Right now, hey, you want to chill on the beach and parlay? Do your thing. Free the people. That's all we ask. Just don't act like you don't have anything better to do, because you do. If
Yep.
you own Hex and you understand what's going on here, you know you have a right to your fellow man, right?
Yep.
And I think we all agree with that notion, or that narrative, at least. I know I do.
Right.
I share it as often as possible. Hell, my main purpose in streaming is by making sure that the right people are aware of what's going on.
Yeah, I tell Kinetics all the time. He really likes it, man. When I say that line, I always say sovereign autonomy under natural law. It seems to be an endogenous thing that we share. Like, right? Like we all like respect, like for example, with Hexicans, I've noticed, like we all respect firearms. Like, guess what? If you think like if you think like we're some idealistic hippies coming up in here, I got news for you.
Yeah,
Almost every Hexican owns and knows how to operate firearms. You know what I'm saying? So there's a libertarian bend, you know, to where we're coming from, but we're not an entitled group of people, man, because we're talking about responsibility too. We want to be free. We don't want to judge. We don't want to be judged. We don't want to be held down. I don't got no time to hold nobody down. But just like I need to be responsible with my firearms, especially with my children, right? So do I need to be with all my other principles, right? I got a responsibility, but guess what? I got my rights, and don't you fucking dare try.
That's right. And that's the thing. We essentially have allowed the psychos to take over.
Yes, we have. We've given the keys to the asylum to the worst, craziest psychopathic mother.
And we just can't have it. I mean,
no more.
And everything matters from that perspective, right? And that's the thing. People think that this is not the time, and this is the time. It's not now. When?
If not now, when? Precisely, my man.
At this point.
I mean, and it's not about getting political. It's a simple matter of fact.
No, there's nothing political about it.
Yeah, nothing political about it.
That's silly.
Ridiculous, actually.
Yeah.
It's beyond ridiculous for anybody to think that this is political.
I tell people all the time, I'm like, yo, have you heard of Sun Tzu? Yeah, The Art of War. Did you know that the kindergarten chapter is red team, blue team? I mean, come on, man. Like, seriously.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. People don't understand, like, basics, man. It's so basic. Like, we are literally subject to control of movement, control of capital. You can't just buy whatever you want. You go try to move $10,000. Let me know how that works out for you. The limit is $9,999. In case you did not know,
that is asinine.
The banking system is insane.
You move $10,000 and let me know how that.
Bro,
works
it's not even 10,000. I've tried to do transactions of like 3,000. My bank limits me. I have to get on the phone. I have to get on the phone for them to increase my limit. I asked him, I was like, can you permanently increase this limit? I have a lot more money in my bank. They're like, oh, it's only good for 72 hours. And then it goes back to the 3,000 limit. I'm like, why? Why? I was like, is my money not in there? Is it not good? And like, it's just how we operate. It's just insane to me. Like banking systems.
They can't give you a good reason. They can't give you a good reason.
There is no good reason.
That money, that's why.
No, they said, well, what do you intend to do? And the first time I said, well, let me see. Since I'm trying just to get in and get out, I said, oh, used car. And then like very next week, come back, same girl. So what do you intend to do? I rolled my eyes. I said, I really needed to get those automatic weapons and that bale of cocaine.
Exactly. You just get tired of the bullshit.
Shit, man. Fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? How's that sound?
I remember I made the mistake of the first time doing a wire transfer and telling him it was for crypto, and I ended up spending an hour on the phone. I had to talk to the bank manager.
No.
He had to explain to me the risk and like how they wouldn't be able to guarantee my money back if it was a scam. It was
like you're a child.
I literally I was on the phone for 45 minutes to an hour. Like I was losing my goddamn mind. I was like, you guys need to send that fucking wire through. Like, I know what I'm doing. I was like, I've been doing this for 3 to 4 years. Send the fucking money. I learned my lesson real quick after that. Never mention crypto again.
Yeah, well, like almost every other institution that exists, that we're treated like we're not adults. We're children. They know better. Don't you know they know better for you? Like
they know they want to keep my money in their bank. I know that. That's about it.
That's right.
That's about it.
That's right. And this is why these topics are important. They're not political. It's how you are allowed or not allowed to live. Wake the fuck up. I mean, it's beyond reproach at this point. Like we've been talking about these topics for months. If you don't get it, then get the fuck out. You don't gotta dislike it. Just get the fuck out. It ain't for you. Go play with the little children. That's all right. The adults are here. It's perfectly fucking K. Nobody's gonna be mad, but you need to get the fuck out the way. The freight train ain't stopping. It ain't stopping. Not for you, not for anybody. And that's just what it is, man. It's real simple. because
it's been
nobody
like
here.
it's been like that for a long time. Like if you think about like you know, if you wanted to buy an IPO, you know, well,
That's right.
sure you can, right?
That's right.
If you're an accredited investor. If you're
Only
not,
if.
Limits to
then
the
oh well,
common man.
we
That's
have to
right.
protect you. We have to protect you.
You're too stupid. You're too stupid,
Yeah.
bro. You don't
In
deserve
fact,
this opportunity. You could hurt yourself.
in fact, there's also a dollar limit amount that allows you that caps you so that you can't day trade stocks. So if you don't have at least $25,000 cash in your brokerage account, you cannot trade stocks. Period. Cannot
Too
Yep.
do it.
dangerous for you.
It's dangerous for you. That's right. The
Well,
one
you can,
thing.
but then you'll just get
Hold on.
penalized, right? They
Hold
get the
on. No,
pattern
no,
day
no. You
traders.
cannot. You cannot. They
Well,
will, they
you
will,
can buy and you can sell, but you have to
you
wait
can't.
because otherwise you'll get pattern day traders.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't
Right.
day trade is what I mean.
Yeah,
You
You
can't
can't
day
like
trade.
multiple trades. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only do
Mhm.
one position per stock.
Oh,
That's
is
I think
it
it's
one?
3, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was
That's
3
it.
was the limit.
Nah,
I think
nah.
it is. I think it is 3.
Three within 20. No. It's you can't day
It's a buy
trade
and
at
a
all.
sell, but you have to
Buy and a
wait
sell.
for the it's a buy and a sell, but you have to wait for the funds to clear.
Correct. So it's T
So,
plus
yeah.
3. So you can't
Right,
do
right,
shit
right.
for 3 days.
Yep.
So you just can't day trade. You locked out for 3 days. That's it.
Yeah.
Once you
crazy.
engage that ticker, you're done for 3 days.
Hot fucking garbage.
It's a 3-day trade, whether you want it to be or not.
Yep.
Poor person, enjoy.
Mhm.
Yo, and that's facts, right?
Right.
That's the reality. So why is that the case? Why?
Leave it to Reddit to show how broken the system is.
Yeah.
Right? Like the
With
fact
fucking
that,
GameStop.
To
like
Reddit.
the fact that
Seriously.
people think Reddit is a fucking source of reputable information is fucking hilarious.
It's gone downhill. That's for damn sure.
It's fucking hilarious. Yo, look, I don't ever think Reddit's ever been anything worth a damn. I've never used it for anything. Twitter has always been superior as far as information flow goes, in my opinion. Reddit is good for specific topic items. It's not good for like public information, in my opinion. It's not, because it's not where it's going. It's going to Twitter first, and then it's going everywhere else. Twitter or Instagram, but more than likely Twitter, because that's just where all the information flows first. And now it's really Telegram, because even Twitter's falling behind, and that's just what it is, because everybody's seeing the censoring, right? Everybody sees it. You see it in Twitter. I've been banned off Twitter like fucking 5 times, bro.
Yep.
I've been on Twitter since 2010. I've been banned like 5 times. Like, that's just how they roll. They don't give a fuck. You see kitty porn and all kinds of porn all fucking day long on Twitter. But talk about freedom if you want. They kick your ass off real quick.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And they want people like me to shut up. You fucking stupid. You are fucking stupid. Yep. Because if kitty porn has a fucking platform, I have a fucking platform. So you are fucking stupid.
Yep.
It's very simple.
Speak that. That's
It's
true.
crazy that they're afraid of words when all you like if someone's like really
it's
so
fucking
hurt by
insane.
it, just mute me.
It's insane,
Like mute
bro.
me. But like
The
for
level of
like
pussy is
for
insane.
Jack Dorsey to come in and like actually mute your whole account,
Yeah,
like
bro.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And child
For
porn
what?
and porn got all the platforms it wants. That's right. That's right. And people out here telling motherfuckers like me to be quiet. You fucking stupid. Get the fuck out my face. Fuck
That's
is wrong
right.
with you? You out your damn mind. Look at this. Let's read this. My friends laughed at my 145% hex per t-shirt payout produced today. Told them to come see me in 2 years and then
Yeah.
again in 15.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's it.
If you
know
even
what?
want them on your yacht.
If you even
at that
want
point.
them on your yacht, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, them ain't your friends, bro.
Yeah.
Them ain't your friends. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't do math. You need to find you some friends that can add, multiply, subtract, and divide. Because damn, that's just sad. Oh man. Did you tell them you didn't even have to lift a finger to make the 145%?
Truly
I mean,
passive income.
Oh my God. It's just insane that people don't get it. They don't get it. And we're the bad guys. We're the maxis. Look,
Well,
I gotta laugh, bro. I gotta laugh because that shit is crazy. It's crazy.
You
Go ahead.
know what's
Bob.
funny during Richard's last interview with those guys, and they got on the topic of the 40% APY for the average staking length in Hex, and they couldn't wrap their numbers or couldn't wrap their mind around those numbers. And
Right.
Richard told him straight up, it's like that's not even the real yield you get. just imagine that's just in hex. Like we're just being honest and telling you what you're going to get out of hex. That's not adding the price appreciation. Like he's like you can't, you have trouble with 40%. Like imagine what it really is. It's thousands of percent. Like the yield is insane, but it scares people. People don't understand how truly insane that yield is. We just show you what you get in hex. But
Yeah.
when you couple that with the price appreciation, my God, you think people
Yeah.
have trouble at 40%?
It's
They don't even
ridiculous,
know.
bro. It's ridiculous, and people just they don't respect themselves, right? I mean,
Hmm.
you know, and it kills me because we we try to really help people understand the significance of long-term winning, right? Because a quick a quick 200% gain ain't shit. It really ain't,
Right.
and there's nothing wrong with flipping money elsewhere, but you have to understand that what you're doing when you're doing that is exposing yourself to downside risk. That's all that matters,
Yep.
because it's easy to make 200%. We just did it today without even trying. Do you get it? Or are you still too ignorant to want to understand?
Oh, I got it. It's in my wallet. I
Like,
got
this shit is
it.
crazy, bro. Like, we all made 150 plus percent just by being staked, because that's how the system is designed to work. Simple. No
Crazy.
more, no less. And the thing about it is I had, like, again, I'm having high level conversations with people, right? That got clients, right? That are looking to park money. Like, where do you think they're gonna park it? Like, you guys don't understand. All this shit I've been talking about is gonna come true. Just because you don't understand it or you can't appreciate it, don't mean shit. So while you're out here flooding your own bag because it's dipping, you got people salivating because they understand and they're buying, and you're getting left
No,
behind.
I don't. Wales, I got to interject. I think they'd much prefer that 1 or maybe 2% they could get, in the traditional.
They'd be lucky to
Yo,
get that these
if
days.
they've
Oh
been
my
lucky,
God!
yo,
Right?
that's high yield. 1% is considered high yield, folks.
Okay. What's that
For
tell us?
retail,
What's that tell us?
for retail,
Says
for
the
people like
government's
us,
fucking you in the ass.
yeah,
Oh, zing!
for
Unbelievable.
people like us, that's high yield. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is. Absolutely.
It's ridiculous,
It's fine. I
man.
don't even know. I like, I used to know what all the banks gave and all
Right, but
that.
there's nothing to
It's
know
like
anymore.
now it's like a joke, right? You're like,
Yeah,
come on.
there's
Mm.
nothing to know anymore, bro. And that's the
Right.
whole thing. People try to treat that side of the world like it's serious. That
Hmm.
shit is a joke. Wake up. That shit ain't real.
The only
It's a
thing risky is
fucking game.
leaving your
Money in
value,
there.
your money in the traditional finance system. That's the only
Correct.
thing that's risky. And like my mindset is completely
Wow,
like switched
that is
now.
true.
And like people just don't get it. It's like because you'll have this conversation with like no corners, right? And a lot of them will at first, if you don't, before you get in the education, you really just break everything down for them. They're like, "Don't you find it risky? Shouldn't you take profits out?" It's like I find risk and leaving my money
Yo,
in the U.S. dollar.
this is perfect
I was like,
segue.
do you not see your currency getting inflated to shit? And then that same government has the audacity to tax you at higher and higher rates every year. Do you not see where your
Yeah.
value is trending? It's going into the dumpster, and you guys don't even realize that you're blind to it. I find risk leaving my money in fiat as opposed to the
100%.
cryptocurrency space. Like
Yeah,
it's wild.
and Motley, to your point, since we're on a show called Macro, I find risk getting out of goddamn bed in the morning. I don't know about
Right.
y'all, but
Yeah.
that's
Right.
kind of the nature of life, right?
That's
So
right. Yep.
True.
But that's the thing. People don't appreciate it, right? I mean, this is why they're so quick to toss 500, 1,000 into some shitcoin instead of just getting T-shares, bro.
what do we
Yeah.
say? The
It's
barometer is as soon as the mailman, the plumber, and the lady down at the store are talking about the asset, that's when you know it's time to get the fuck out.
Yeah, well, we're getting there.
Getting there.
Because that's what it's about. This topic, this stream is about sentiment, and
Mm.
that's what it's all about, right? It's all about human psychology, right? How it affects markets. I mean, when you're thinking about sentiment, right? The reality is that you're taking into consideration the temperature of the market psychology.
Yes.
How extreme is it? How dull are the people, how euphoric are the people, are people
Oh,
ready to jump off the bridge or
Mhm.
right, right. And Wales, this is now in the wheelhouse, right, of something you and I have talked about on many occasions, my man. And that is about, people, forgive me, but I'm never going to call these people elites, okay? They ain't
nah,
elite
they're
of
not fucking
nothing
elite, bro. They're
except
shitbags.
cruelty and
They're fucking
psychopathy and
shitbags.
fucking retardation, perhaps, right? But, you guys are all familiar with when uncomplication brought to light the Wyckoff, right, with the distribution phase and all that,
Right.
and as it applied to our ecosystem, right? And that episode where that kid not only called what was coming in a month, but he showed you that overlay, okay, of the 1929 fucking run up to the Wall Street crash on the Bitcoin chart, and they were the same fucking chart.
Yep.
Shemitah, man, listen, this is nothing but a bunch of ancient, they call them dark occultists, right? They think there's a bunch of woo-woo. There ain't no woo-woo, kids. It's they're master psychologists.
Yes, they are.
They are master psychologists. They know how to play that chart like a fucking concerto. They could get you to FOMO and FUD left and right at
That's
whim.
right. That's
That's
right.
right.
And you know what's funny, right? We talk about sentiment, right? And it's really an
Mhm.
important thing. I mean, this whole stream is about that. And I mean, if you hear everything I've been saying and what Motley's been saying and what Wendy's has been saying and what Dots has been saying, like we're all talking about human psychology.
Mhm.
At every turn, that's what it comes down to. People being scared of being stand up guys or girls,
Mhm.
people being scared of something, a
Mm.
dip in
Mm.
price, a change in some number that doesn't even matter. Like, what the fuck is going on? All that shit is irrelevant. We got bigger issues.
Yeah, but most people you talk to, they fancy themselves, right, as being bulletproof to
Right.
that. Like,
Right.
oh, you can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Right.
I've been around the block a couple times,
Right.
everybody.
And here we are.
And then here you are talking about Sheba. Okay, bro. Like
Right.
what?
Right. With the quickness. With the quickness.
Well, like one of the great things about Hex is that if you use it properly, it kind of like takes that human element of psychology like kind of out of the game, right? Because
Yes,
you don't
sir.
have to speculate, is the coin high, is the coin low? And that was one of the things I was telling them in the Twitter spaces. It was like, if you buy sheep, like what is your end goal, right? You're waiting for like a certain number. Whereas like with the staking system, you keep your principal, you sell your interest, and you throw that principal way out. And so when you do that, you're saying fuck you to your psychology, right? And you're just like, you're making a non-emotional decision. You're like, okay, here's some interest. Do I need this interest to like, can I do something with this, or can I punt it out further? And that's a
Why do
beautiful
they
thing.
always put up funny stuff when Fortendies is
It's fucked up.
You're wrecking this poor man's point
I
right
know,
now.
That was funny though.
Last time he was on the
I'm sorry.
street.
I'll behave. I'm sorry. Because you're making a good point, bro. Because it's
Children.
true. It's true, right?
They're saying funny
It removes the need to worry. It removes
Yeah.
the need
Well,
to
no, he's right. And the discipline thing. And this is
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, how many cryptos? We always talk about how many cryptos do you go to their home site and they talk about volatility being a feature of
Zero.
the thing, right? Right. So that doesn't happen.
Yep.
How many other cryptos do we all know about where they say, look, we think you need to learn a little bit of something about self-discipline, and we're interested in trying to help you protect yourself from you. Like, you know what I'm saying, man?
Yep.
This language is
The core principles that are taught to you just by this financial product is amazing.
Yes,
Like,
I
and
agree.
you don't even realize it.
I agree.
After a period of time, you're just like, wow, you really do get it, and it's taught to you by a financial instrument. Like, this is wild, absolutely
Yeah,
wild.
I'm a better human. I can say that.
Yeah, same.
got a little feedback. Is that you, Tasha?
No, sir. I have nothing else on.
Let me check if it's me. It might be me.
That's what you would say. No, just kidding.
I don't know. You guys hear any feedback from me?
No, I think we're good now. It's probably Wales.
Yeah, it probably was Wales.
Someday he'll upgrade his system. Someday.
Maybe.
Well,
We'll see.
hey, you don't have to hear
The
them
next
fans.
the
You
next
don't have to-
100x.
Maybe
I-
when it's 10 shares.
I need a whole X per day, baby.
Next 100x, I'll just buy you a damn studio.
There you go. There you go.
Set you
Yo,
up.
man. I told him.
Studio's on me.
For as much as
I'm
that man
so
knows that I don't
cheap,
even
bro. It's
understand.
crazy.
For as much as that man knows that I don't even understand, I can't even wrap my head around, right? I'm telling him, well, you know, Wales, you got the Sure SM
Hold
17,
on.
and he's like,
Hold
what
on,
the
tell him
fuck?
our first interaction,
Wait,
yo.
I do think you got rid of like the airplane
Yeah,
rocket of a computer you used
That's
to
what he was
have.
talking about. Our
That's
first
amazing.
interaction, right?
That alone is amazing.
I'm like,
that
hey,
thing
man.
would, that thing would wind up to take off throughout the entire stream.
What I don't know is that Child, his first fucking message to me was like a whole book about how my sound sucks, bro.
Yo, that shit sounded like a Harrier getting ready to take off. When it heated up, it sounded like you had a Harrier getting ready to take off in your living
But I was
room.
trying to be polite and shit.
No, of course you
Nah,
were,
fuck
bro.
I was
that.
like, Mr. Wales,
That is the net, bro, and I knew it.
I was like, Mr.
Just
Wales,
don't give a fuck.
I really appreciate, you know, you, Mr. Wales. I really appreciate what you're bringing
But
but you know, your shit sounds like ass.
Yeah. He kept
And
it
I know a little bit
100.
about studios, and it's
Yo.
like he's talking, he's changing your life with his words, and it's going.
not to mention, you got the entire Bronx and chaos outside of his
Oh,
windows
yeah,
too.
And it's been quiet tonight,
He's
too.
like, goddamn, hold on, blah 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 blah. Woo, woo.
Yeah,
Oh man, this is so
really
funny.
disrupts that message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either that or it drives it home more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's
It was
funny.
like white noise to me after a while. I even forget that it's not even there anymore.
Hey, Wales.
Like, I don't know when that took place, but
Sleeping peaceful.
There.
Hey, Wales, you had Markable on with you last week, and you were laying it down. And I think he was doing a lot of shutting up, but he said he just went in the background. He'd come back, and when you went out of the room, he said, "Hey guys," he said, "I've been putting the dopest, hardest hip hop beats on and just letting Wales talk." And he said, "This shit is so fresh, man. You guys all got to put on the hardest beat you have and just Wales talking."
Oh, man, that's funny, yo. He's a character, man. Shout out to Mark.
I love
He's
him,
fucking
yeah.
good, bro.
I can't wait
He's
to
a
meet
funny
him.
Guy. Yeah, he's a fucking funny guy. Yeah, I wish I was going to the London meetup, but I'm actually gonna be in Albany on Tuesday.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Tuesday, I'll be.
Oh, I'm
in
glad you're
Albany.
bringing this up. I'm glad you're bringing this up.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like I'm
That's gonna be a
annoyed
fun
that
one,
like
too.
that everybody's gonna be in New York City while we're over there.
I know.
Right, yeah,
Wait,
you guys
isn't
are
that
missing
funny? Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I'm going to
messed up.
London, and they're like, hey, we're doing an OG party in New York. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
invited
So
to
annoying.
NYC, and I'm the one that's bringing it to Philadelphia because it wasn't on the Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia wasn't on the original itinerary.
What day's
And I
Philly?
said to Rainmaker and then T Money and Crypto Sparbook, I said, "How are you guys going to do the ultimate American tour and you're not stopping in the town where the shit was founded?" So they were really cool, man. I got to take my hat off. I am just so
Yeah, they're good dudes.
pleased with
when
my
are they doing
interaction.
Philly?
Yeah, with Freedom TV, with Rainmaker
December.
for Real, and with Crypto Sparbook. But we're gonna have them at Lee Mages, okay, Philadelphia legend. He's one of my onboards. He owns a very highly rated place up there in the Fishtown, Port Richmond area called the Front Street Cafe. And we're going to have the entire Hex gathering. It's actually a meetup, this one, because my thinking was these boys have really been giving it their all. They've been driving a fuck ton. Let's bring them into Philly and let's just have a chillax motherfucking time. We're going to get them good food, good drink, and we're all just going to. That's going to be December 4th, brother.
Because this after the
Oh my
Lancaster.
God! Yeah, I'm coming back like a couple days later. That's messed up.
Yeah.
Still in London.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, stop your belly aching, you London motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
We'll have to find a nice after
These are
party
the kind
to
of
make up for it.
problems you get from delaying gratification, and people just don't understand it.
Right? Jet lag.
I mean,
that's my biggest problem these days.
My biggest issue when I fly
It's a
now
big
is
problem.
not being able to get a first class ticket, and people don't understand it. I'd be mad when I gotta sit with the riffraff. Now let me stop.
I'm still cheap. I ain't paying for this first class
Me
ticket.
and Motley are super cheap. We're like,
I'm paying for that extra leg room. Damn it, I earned it.
I was upset. I was upset because Wendy's, he flew up to DC by me, and so I had to change like my flight that was going on. It was like a $50 difference. So I was like, oh man, it's $50. I don't know.
It's hard to let go of those old habits, isn't it?
I was like, all right, $50 so I can meet you in person. All right.
But it's hard to
Yeah,
let
it is
go of
though.
those.
It
It's
is.
hard, bro. It's hard, and you know I had to talk myself into like, all right, so let's talk about spending money, right? Because we like people be acting like you can't spend your fucking money. You can spend your money, man, but you got to understand that the downside that we explain all the time is you can't be the person selling all your hex. Like, I treat my hex like a fucking bank account because as soon as I get fiat, that shit going straight into hex. I don't play games. As long as the gas isn't fucking retarded like it's been, and I can spot it, and I can get in there for a cool 60 way.
Especially now, before Pulse
Yeah,
Chain launches, like there's not a more
exactly.
prime opportunity.
What?
Pulse Chain's about to launch. We're in a retracement right now. Like, why would you not be putting your money into
Yo,
Hex?
I
Like, this
don't,
is
I
the
don't
time,
Crazy.
understand it.
and
I don't
it doesn't get to come again, right? Like
know.
this opportunity is not going to come for a very long time, if not ever again.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know
This
why it's
is the
so
time.
hard. This is the time.
The
I
time.
mean, you got nothing. Like, look at how long the price has been going sideways. A lot of us thought it wasn't gonna take this long. It's been over 60 days, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is your
Over 60
opportunity.
days.
Don't
There
bitch when it's
has
gone. Don't
this
bitch when it's gone.
opportunity was what last spring 2020 was the last time Hex went this
Yep.
much sideways.
The
It
funny
Spring
was
thing
the, it
is,
was the
2020.
people.
only it was the only other time that it
The
went for
only
this
other
long,
time.
right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
only other.
yeah. The funny thing is, people were calling for this dip, and then it happened, and all we heard was bitching.
Yeah.
All we heard was
Yeah,
bitching. It's
I
just
that's
never
like,
so
thought it was
funny.
actually gonna come because there was
yep,
so much buying. I was one of the people
Oh my
naysaying the
god.
dip. I was one of the
yep.
people naysaying the dip. Yeah. What the fuck? Look how much buying we had, and that's because we had all this selling.
Hmm.
This has been the
It's
most
true.
selling
I think that's
ever.
why we hung out at the highest for a long time because
Yeah.
we heard stories of like dudes selling his house to buy it, all that kind of stuff. That'll keep
Yeah.
you at a high for a
High
long
price
time
for a while. Yeah.
before but like Richard says, you gotta let people sell bottoms, right? You gotta
Yeah.
that guy's wife right now, whoo
Yeah.
man,
But yo,
I bet
if they do the right
oh
thing,
god.
they're gonna be so
Yeah,
good for
exactly.
so long.
Exactly. He needs to protect himself from his wife.
Right. Yeah, that's real talk though,
She'd
right?
be like, he'd be like, I
Because
can't sell. We're staked, like
yeah, whatever it
I can't. It's out
is,
of our hands.
That first dip is the hardest, and they just get easier after that, one
easier.
after another,
Yeah.
easier
Yeah,
and
they do.
easier.
Yeah.
Because I
Because
mean, and once you really understand it, it's not going to die. Like that's just like it's the same thing with Bitcoin, right? Like people just, oh, Bitcoin's dead. Every dip, Bitcoin's
And you
dead.
know what? Bitcoin could die. Like Bitcoin could have another inflation bug. The miners could rewrite how Bitcoin
yeah, you're
operates.
right
Like
about that
Bitcoin can
shit.
die. Hex
I
cannot
was telling
die.
somebody that on Wake Up Hacks Crypto Boo. Shout out to him. I was talking to that guy, and he just wasn't really that aware of the problems that Bitcoin has and how it's not complete and how it's not, what
Yeah,
everybody thinks it is. They don't
right.
know.
Right, but it can't die in the sense of like people selling it down. Whereas like, like people think any asset when it's going down, it's going to go down forever. Just like, sentiment, right? When it's going
Yeah,
up, it's going to go up forever. Like their dips are part of the game. Like Richard Hart always says, like
that's right.
Just
it's,
an
and
opportunity.
how many people jumped out of the woodwork? All these accounts I never heard of before, these like large follower accounts that are like, and as I said, Hex is going down in its
Failed.
death spiral. The Ponzi is collapsing right before your eyes and you're
It
like,
shows you how
we're
little
down
they
like
actually know about
we're down
crypto.
like 50,
Anything really.
60%. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like
Fucking Bob
Bitcoin has
Lucas.
dipped
My
more than
God.
us. Oh my god,
Lucas, what
Bob
the fuck? Is that a
Lucas.
person's name that trades
Fuck,
some shit?
fucking
Hmm.
idiot.
That's an
Yeah.
actual person. That's a funny ass
Yep.
name. It reminds me of that
Yeah,
forecaster
he was a
dude.
Wall Street guy too. I think he
Really?
does private equity
Yep.
now. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
like
came out
called
with a
the
tweet saying that we had failed after
Private
our
equity
dip,
people
or
don't know shit, bro.
it's
Yeah,
like,
never
damn,
mind.
bro,
Mhm.
Bitcoin must have failed several times over then by this
All
point.
right,
Like,
so let me explain something to you guys about Wall Street. People in private equity don't know shit. People that trade stocks know shit. The only people that matter are people that know fixed income. And even in there, it got to be pretty much just the U.S. Treasury, guys. Everybody else is pretty fucking stupid too because they're just like stocks in a lot of cases. Unless you're talking about people like what's this guy's name? I can't remember. It's escaping me now. Guy that runs Oak Tree Capital. Fuck, what's his name? He's a fucking boss too, but I can't remember him now. Okay. I just don't really think about that side of my life anymore. It's so irrelevant. What the fuck is this guy's name? Mark something. Fuck. Why can't fucking find this guy's name now? Here we go. Where is the guy's name? Because it's just gonna kill me if I don't forget it. Why the fuck is it? Wow, my memory's bad, bro. I just really dump shit I don't need. Let's see here. It should pop up now. Okay. Nope. He's not the CEO anymore. Fucking great. Howard Marks. Boom. That's the guy's name. I would have never remembered it either. He's fucking smart as shit. I learned a lot from that guy because he would write
Hmm.
these like monthly or quarterly letters. I can't even remember how often they're issued anymore. But long story short, he would talk about a lot of things that would affect the market and how it would drive prices and all these things, and you kind of start understanding like the bigger picture and how it matters, right? And this is why sentiment again is important because
Yep.
in 2007 and 2006, when everybody was losing their shit, this guy was raising capital because he knew the dip would come, and he raised and raised and raised billions and billions and billions of dollars. And now that guy doesn't have to fucking work anymore. Simple, just the Wall Street side of the game, right?
But
And
like everybody looks like a genius after the fact, So like
correct.
Bob Lucas called, like the bottom of Bitcoin. I also bought the bottom of Bitcoin. I was like $200 off. Raul Paul, billionaire, right? Big macro guy. He sold Bitcoin at $2,000 in the last
Yep.
bull
Oof.
market. You know
Yeah,
what I
people
mean?
ain't. He's not as smart as people think he is.
Yeah, but like at the end of the
He's
day,
just a
like
chart
you're,
guy. That's it.
yeah. Well,
He don't know
the thing
shit.
is like if you make a couple good calls, like people will just like legacy think that
Uh huh.
you're
That's
like a
right.
oracle or something like that.
That's
But
right. It doesn't work like that.
everybody's human, and I've
That's
said
right.
that about Richard too. I said, at the end of the day, Richard is human too. Like the guy can make mistakes.
That's why
Yeah, but
you should never just like
uh,
lend over your thinking to another person. Like always be thinking for yourself, regardless of who it
correct.
is.
That's 100%.
Yep.
100% agree with you. Yeah, I don't ever speak in absolute terms, right? Like people got to understand when it comes to markets, you can you cannot ever determine what another person is going to do. Period. End of story. So no matter what that chart looks like, a motherfucker will come and sell 10 million fucking hex right now if he fucking feels like it. And there's nothing you're gonna do
Hmm.
about it. And what? What you gonna say? You just gonna cry like a little bitch, and somebody else is gonna come in and buy that shit up, and that's it.
Yep.
Because that's how this market literally works. It doesn't matter what an exchange is doing. It doesn't matter what some third party is doing. People are buying and staking because that's what the whole point of this is: buying and staking. And the people that are exiting the system are simply getting left behind because you guys look at Staker app and you can see the stats. That distribution is happening. That distribution of hex is happening. That's a fact.
In real time, you can
In real
watch it.
time. You can watch it, yeah. So it's not like it's even a question. It's not a debate. Look at your freaking phone or
It's so
tablet
it's
or whatever.
so it's so simple. Like people just don't think about it. It's so simple. Every day you pull it up, right? You see that there's very few accounts selling to very many accounts, right? That's distribution. And then you think, what's the average stake time when someone stakes? And you're
That shit
like,
is
oh shit, that shit's
5.85
like
right
Almost
now,
six
6
bro.
years.
years.
Almost
That's
6 years
It's
now.
freaking years. So
retarded.
just yeah, so somebody you're like you said can come and sell 10 million hex, but we know where the trend is going. That's why I always say like short term is impossible to predict,
Today they
but
can.
long
Tomorrow.
term, yeah, long
Oh, I
term we're
think they
going.
updated the iPad version. Hey, if you got an iPad, check your Staker app. It looks like they updated it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but it's different than what it was last time, which is pretty
Like good
cool.
or bad.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
it's
It's
like we got some cool features, or what are
right.
we
It might
talking?
be. I'm checking. I don't know. Because I just opened it for the first time in a while.
Because
Shout
I
out
know
to
they
Staker app.
they they did their Staker app show today, which by the way, if you
Yeah.
guys didn't see it, you should. It was awesome. Huddle Dog, Gerardo, and Staker app has their own YouTube channel, and Cream and Firebone and Steph are all on it. Very good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to them, man. I wish I
Yeah.
could pull them guys. I'm
Danilo,
always too scared to bother them because I know they're always freaking working for everybody.
Yeah,
So
super
I
super
just,
busy.
yeah.
Danilo in the chat, if you go to like the Staker app, right? If you go to the Staker app,
Staker.app.
you can Staker.app, you can literally look at like how many accounts bought, how many accounts sold, and then if you think about the average time for a stake, you can see that all those stakes are just getting pushed out, pushed out, pushed out. So it's a it's a trend, but it's every single day. It's every single day. Few are selling to many.
That's right. And that's the whole point, right? I mean, right
Yep.
now, when you're looking at the Staker app, it says 203 sold, 567 purchased, a higher dollar amount sold than the dollar amount purchased. But people don't understand why that gap is there, right?
Yeah, and that's just a short term thing,
That's
like
slippage.
yeah, yep,
because
exactly.
because that's the market transacting,
Yep.
right? What's being sold is not what's being recovered by that seller. That's what that gap is. because that should technically be the blockchain showing you the transactions, right? And there's always a cost to exit a position, and people got to take a loss when they're selling
Hmm.
at the market. And as you guys can see on that chart, these fools sell at the market and they don't know how to sell because they're selling big chunks.
Bro,
And
I
the
took
crazy thing is like if that guy, okay, so like let's say it was just like an emotional thing, right? He just like
Uh huh.
emergency end stake, and he's like, okay, I want to be he was the 18th largest staker in the ecosystem, right? If he said, okay, I fucked up, like I want to go back. Like so imagine you bought a crypto, you sold it, the price started going up, and you're like, oh, I want to buy back. You'd be a little bit down, right?
Yeah.
There is absolutely no way in hell this guy could ever even claw
Recover.
back to like a
Oh,
fraction of what because the system did what the system does.
well,
that's right.
It saw the weak hands, it sent the coins to diamond hands, and it's as intended, working as intended.
Yeah.
that's another aspect too that people don't get, right? It's not just selling your position where you lose your spot in the ecosystem. It's just something as simple as, and I noticed this when I'm looking at my staker app now, it's something as simple as like I had a decent sized stake come out of the system today and I dropped places, right? And so because I chose to have a stake come out on this day, I ended up dropping places. And now when I have to go buy back into that system, I can't buy the same amount of t-shirts anymore. I have to leverage my time to get an equal amount, if not greater, t-shirt count. And eventually I will get weeded out of the system. So like me alone making the decision for a stake to come out today cost me opportunity because now I've dropped in my position because now I have to buy back t-shirts at a much higher rate than what I did many days ago.
Right. And that
It's
sucks.
beautiful.
It's
It's
Well, it
amazing.
beautiful.
sucks if you're getting out,
Yeah,
right?
true.
If you're stuck getting out and you don't want to, right? And you know you kind of have to because you have to do something with
Right.
this money,
Yep.
it's gonna suck. I mean, yeah, it's cool to set yourself up, but it
Oh,
still sucks, right?
we know somebody that's talked about like trying to buy back his position, because he
Mm,
wanted to take some time off, and now he's like clawing back, and it's like, do you
I,
realize how much this
I
shit?
I still, because we tried to talk to him and try to convince him not to,
Yeah,
but like I
we
still
did.
remember the statement he made to us, and it's just like, hey, you guys know how much like how expensive t-shirts are going? Like holy shit! Like yeah, no shit,
I was
dude.
like, yeah, we
Like we
do.
tried. That's why you think we were like trying to like intervene so much early on. Like you're not gonna be able to get this shit back for the same price. It's just not gonna
It's
yeah.
happen. The
impossible. It's
system's
literally
not
impossible.
designed that
Like
way.
you can make
Nope.
10x more than you had before. Like you could, let's say you were like, let's say you were like a chef at McDonald's, right? You could get a corporate executive job and not buy back your
Your
position.
9 to 5 does not cover it. This
It
Never.
this
can't.
this this financial instrument is designed to break the 9 to 5 job. So you think your 9 to 5 job is going to be able to buy it back? It's not.
Can't
Mm-mm.
happen.
It's
Not at
not
all.
possible.
Not at all. Just that's why when I first like when I first came on the scene, the last piece of the puzzle for me was understanding t-shirts. And once I
Yep.
finally understood
What a
that,
piece to understand. My
yeah,
God.
yeah, and that was critical because it helped me under because for me the mission was always simple. As far as the gains were concerned, it was a no-brainer because I understood what I was doing when I was stepping out on that field and taking my fucking finger and pressing buy or sell every time I stepped into that futures pit. And people in crypto don't fucking know a damn thing about that. That's just a fact. Motherfuckers here don't know shit about risk. They think risk exists in crypto and it doesn't. Risks exist in everyday markets that fluctuate based on supply and demand, and that's futures. So let's talk about this whole market cap crap and how irrelevant it is. Because people think that matters when it comes to making money. Well, let me tell you about a market where that shit is entirely irrelevant and you gotta be a fucking trader to fucking make money, not some bitch, right? You gotta know what the fuck you're doing because it's not a game. And you will lose your shirt in minutes in this market. This is not crypto. Ain't nobody here to back you up. Ain't no community. It's you and that fucking chart. And that's it. And if you don't know what you're doing, the market's gonna fucking teach you. And this
Hmm.
is why I am how I am. This is how I learned to trade. This is how I made my knowledge in this earth. Is by having to sit there and take my beatings like a fucking man. Because ain't nobody out here handing you shit for free. And that's just a fact of life. You don't gotta like it. Everybody ain't Richard Hart. Everybody didn't find Richard Hart their first way around, their first go. Everybody isn't lucky like that.
Yep.
And people
Oh
gotta
yeah,
understand
I
that.
had a lot of friends, that I went to college with, and they like a bunch of my friends had like they were getting their masters in like finance and stuff, and these guys were. I just think about like
Foolish.
you know, all the money that they lost like trading forex
Yep.
and stuff, and it's like, yo, can you imagine if they like all that money that they lost like trading forex, if they would have
Bro.
like went into something, you know, like
You know,
Hex? My God.
you know how many of my friends like that
Don't
try
tell
to
me
warn
that.
me when I started posting stuff about Hex and try to tell me to like
Mhm.
get out and
Like
like
they knew better.
take the profit that you can, like it's
Like
going to
they knew
zero.
better.
And at the time, I'd already experienced more gains than they've ever seen in their lifetime. And now, because I didn't take their advice, like they'll never see the amount of wealth that I've accumulated in just
Hmm.
the short 2 years. It's
Yep.
insane.
Yeah, it
They
is.
were on the wrong side of history. Oops.
There's a
See
lot
how
of
it
people on the
works.
wrong side of history, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yep.
in a lot of ways, right? And,
Yep.
and this
Yep.
is why crypto is so important because people forget, why is crypto here? Crypto didn't come here to fucking make you rich. Crypto literally came because a dollar's a fucking problem. And people
Hmm.
Simple.
think that they're gonna fucking find some solution by getting more dollars.
Yeah.
It's fucking comical. It's comical. The amount of dollars you have is literally a symptom of the fucking problem, you moron. How many ways can I explain that? I don't know. But that's literally what's going on. So if you don't want to understand the very simple mathematical fact, there's not much anybody can do for you, right? Because the dollar goes down in value every day.
Yep.
Period. That is not even a debate or a question, right? There is a reason reserve currencies only last 40 to 50 years. I don't know why this
Exactly.
is like something brand new, but crack a book.
Why
I
do you
don't
think
know.
everyone's so hungry for assets right now?
That's
And
right.
then especially assets that give you yield, like they're thirsty for it because the dollar is in such a perilous spot right now.
Oh, Molly, you want to know something, man? Look, I got to tell you guys, man. I work on Wall Street. I talk to these kind of people all day, and they don't have a fucking clue. And I can't talk to them about this shit because I'm the enemy, and people don't understand that. I will
And your
never
blood
help these
pressure probably go
motherfuckers.
through the damn roof.
Well, yeah, I'm not out here to help Wall Street. People got to understand that. Only certain people are gonna get on board the hex. We don't need these motherfuckers. Period. So for all of you little cheerleaders out there sucking on that fucking dick, get off, cause we ain't here for that.
But we need the banks here.
Yeah, we don't
Wales.
need
We
them
need the
at
Oh my
all.
banks.
God.
Come
Yeah,
on.
get the fuck off that. Yeah, that's just
Uh,
disgusting.
uh,
Right? We
it's
don't need no fucking regulators. We don't need no motherfucking banks. We regulate ourselves.
what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah,
It's
that's
what
why
we
we got
came here to get away from.
yeah,
the
we'll
contract.
regulate the regulators.
That's why we got the smart contract, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Just code.
Now we're about to
Get those
regulate
corrupt
the
people out.
regulators. You called it correct because the games are done. It's time. The time to play is over. The fucking adults
Time
are
to
here.
flip the board over.
Yeah, the adults
Fuck
are
this
here.
shit.
The adults are here because it's been left to kids for too long. It's clear. Look at the bullshit we see day in and day out. It's a fucking joke. No matter where you look on this planet, people are pissed. People are fed the fuck up. People are just tired, bro. Right? Like, how dumb do you gotta be to see what's going on? Why is it everybody's upset, but you still fucking sucking on your thumb over there, acting like ain't shit going on? You know who you are. I don't gotta call nobody out directly, right? I mean, this is crypto. This is exactly what it's about. It's not political. It's about taking your fucking freedom back. It's simple.
People become complacent. They don't
Yeah,
like confrontation.
that's a
You know,
personal problem.
they much rather just sit on their damn hands.
Yeah, and that's it's cool, but just again, get the fuck out of our way because we're not gonna stop, right? So it's so simple. This tool came out of the depths of the financial crisis because everything is fucked up. And let me tell you something, in case you haven't noticed. Even my introduction to Wall Street was during that point in time. So not only did I come up in Iraq, my adulthood was made. I became a man in the desert. I was a fucking kid until I was out there. I was 17 when I fucking hit them dirts. When I hit
Crazy.
that dirt, I was fucking 17. Exactly. It's fucking
Wow.
insane. Yeah,
Yep.
it's fucking insane. And of course, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Who the fuck does? Right? Nobody says, yeah, I'm going to join the military and be like, I'm going to tell this story when I'm 37. The fuck? No, I didn't even think I was going to live to be 21. And that's a fact. And people don't understand, right?
Oh
Because
yeah,
they're
a
too
lot
busy.
of my friends went to Iraq. A couple were in Baghdad. A lot of my friends are in the army, and yeah, a lot of them. got real fucked up, like
Yeah,
mentally
I'm a
from that
lucky
shit.
motherfucker, bro.
For sure.
I am one of the fucking few, and I know this. This is why I'm not playing games, man. This is why Wales don't fucking. Wales is not here to fucking play games, and people gotta understand that. Wales is not here for fucking fame. I don't give a fuck about fame. You're fucking wrong. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can suck that shit. I don't need that shit. You don't see me showing my face. I don't give a flying fuck about you knowing who the fuck I am. I'm here to work. So if you have a fucking confusion about that, that's your own fucking problem, not mine. Because my mission is simple. It's to ensure that the right people understand this fucking system. Not everybody. I don't give a fuck about everybody. That's Richard Hart's job. It's not my job. My job is to make sure the right motherfuckers are in this fucking game and they're playing it the right way. Because we're here to fucking win. And nothing else. And if you don't want to understand that, well, not much anybody can do for you anyway. So you might as well just get out the way once again and just help yourself and not get ran the fuck over. Because it's gonna fucking happen. It's not a game. Just like it hasn't been a game, it's definitely not gonna be a fucking game. So you got to understand that because the times are serious. In case you haven't noticed. So you gotta put yourself where you belong. Because somebody else will if you don't. And that's just life, right? We all gotta learn the hard way. I know I did. Nobody is used to just being fucking told what to do or anything like that unless they just like it. Right? I mean, who likes to just be bossed around? I know I don't. And that's life for most people.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how high you look, they getting bossed around. I was in the military. Trust me, I seen generals getting bitched at. It's not funny.
Yeah.
It is not funny because that's a grown ass man that thought he was somebody until that other dude with one more little star on his fucking collar said, "You ain't shit, bitch. Let me show you." That's all it takes.
Yep.
And people don't understand the severity of the levels. They go high, and they are many. And this is why there are no games to play. So do yourself the favor. Either join the team or get the fuck out the way. Because we didn't come here to play. Crypto is here to stay. It's very simple.
Sure.
It's very simple.
Take over.
It's here to stay. So this is why Hex is so important. Hex is not a fucking pleb coin. You want to fucking talk pleb coins? Don't come here. I'm not here for that bullshit. I'm here for strict generational wealth. Generation. That's it.
Yep. It's
Only
cool because I'm
motherfuckers.
seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot of like the OG hex kids. Like I think a lot of people, they look at their wallet, and a lot of cryptos, right? And they'll say, "Oh, I got to $1 million in sheep." Whereas like hex OGs are, at the first stage is like, "Oh, I got so many million hex," right? And then it's like I got so many T-shares, and now you're seeing the game where like these guys are trying to like stakes are ending, the first stakes are ending, and they're trying to get more T-shares, right? And if you look, the leagues are changing a lot right now. Like,
Yep.
I don't know if they've
Sure
changed so much in the past like months as they are right now. I mean, it's
They
been
haven't.
pretty
No.
like it's
My
been pretty
position
wild.
has been jumping like crazy.
I lost
Yeah, mine
position
too.
just from one stake. That shows you how tight this shit is.
Wow.
Mhm.
I mean, I've gained like 30 spots. I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are dropping like flies. And interestingly enough, you can still see that the staking activity is pretty significant in the system. Like you see the percentage of total coins is disappearing, oddly enough. So it's getting active out there. And that's what it's about. You got people that are standing fast, you got people that are exiting, and you got people that are fucking jumping in feet first because they're understanding the system. I mean, we got NFL players, we got soccer players. I mean,
So awesome.
Yep.
yo,
Yeah.
and that's what it's about. That's
And we're still
exactly what
pre-viral.
it's
Like
about.
that's
And
the
we're not even
that's the
yo.
crazy.
It's yo. I don't
Unbelievable.
even. You know what's funny? I don't even think about that because it doesn't. It's so crazy. Like this is so good that I don't think there's ever gonna be a point where we're gonna be viral.
Anything less than complete world domination.
Yeah,
is
exactly,
pre-viral.
exactly, yo. That's how
Yeah,
I
I
look
think-
at it, man.
Yeah,
It
I think
really
I
is.
said like 1 million stakers. Like that
Yeah.
don't say, but
And that ain't shit still.
and it still ain't shit. But
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least
You got people
like
that
the
hold
network
tons of
effect
fucking
at 1 million is going to start really doing some like
damage.
yeah.
Damage. Some
Yep.
serious damage. Wow. Just thinking about that shit is crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, it's crazy
It's
because
crazy.
like Hexo was playing like the 1 year ago stream, on BPD, right? And you're thinking like, damn, that was a year ago. Like a year ago is no time, but in crypto it's a lifetime, right?
That's right.
And so it's like, where are we going to
Dog years,
be
baby.
1 year from today? Where are we going to be 2 years from today? Like
That's right.
you can't fathom it. You cannot fathom it.
I don't think people understand that because just a year ago we were at 0.3 of a cent, 0.003.
Yep.
0.003, not 3 cents, 0.003, 2 zeros and a 3. And now we're trading at 20 cents.
People ask for these price calls. It's like, bro, it could be $30, it could be $100, it could be $1,000. I have no
But,
fucking clue.
you know,
That shit's going up and to the right.
The average person asking that is a pleb. They don't fucking know any better. They just think that shit matters.
You know what people need comfort. That's all it is. That's what it really comes down
that's
to.
true.
When people ask for moon math and price predictions and numbers, they want you to give them that soft blanket, that little hot chocolate,
Well, here you go.
rub them
Oh,
on the
that shit
head,
goes to 10
tell them
cents.
tell them it's gonna be okay during the dip. That's what they want. They need that reassurance. Like that's what moon math is. That's
They
what
want the
all these
guaranteed,
price
man.
calls are. They want that reassurance from people they respect. And I mean, honestly, they need to have that reassurance for themselves. Exactly.
right.
You need to understand the product that you hold on your own. You shouldn't need that price. You shouldn't need that reassurance.
Nope.
I
That
think
means
like
that you're failing.
when you're starting out, you think that just because someone has $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, they
matters.
know exactly where a market's going to go, and that's just not
And that's the
necessarily
fucked up
true.
mentality of this space and the world.
Yeah, it is.
I
It
tell
is,
people that
right?
shit
The
all the
world.
time.
This person,
The world.
my one friend
Yeah.
goes, "How many followers does that person have?" And he decides
What a
if he's going to
fucking
listen
joke.
to them. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm
Wait
like,
a
bro,
minute.
bro, you realize there's like e-thoughts out there with a ton of followers, like, but if they're giving whatever. But the fact remains, if you really understand a product like we do with Hex, like where it's going, and
Nobody's
that's all it
listening
is.
to me if they already understand what the fuck is going on. That's a fact.
Hey,
Mhm.
for attendees, did you just say that you have a friend, their barometer of accepting the validity of a content creator is, you said how many followers they have?
There's
Yeah,
a
on
lot
Twitter.
of
Yeah,
people.
Oh my
So
God.
so I would show him
There's so many people like
I
that.
would
It's
show him like
nuts.
Yeah,
something.
that's
I would show him
common,
something
That's a
on
thing.
Twitter, and
That's
he'd be
a
like,
fucking
"That
thing.
person only has 2,000 followers," and I'm like,
Oh, they don't know what
"Dude."
the fuck they're talking about.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
"Bro."
It's social equity for these people.
I'm
It's
like,
how
can
many
you look
followers
at the
you have.
message though? I'm like, look at what they said for what it's worth, right? Like it doesn't matter, right? There could be a homeless guy on the side of the street that teaches me something about life,
That's right.
or
That's
about
right.
something I don't know about. Like, what does it fucking matter? Like who he is,
Or
or
here's a
so
question.
stupid.
What's the concentration, right, of millionaires created by 410 or Motley or Whales Only compared to, say, a Bit Boy or something?
Oh
Like,
my
Oh, yeah.
god,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
even
saying?
comparable, bro.
So if you're gonna
Yeah.
if you're gonna say that is the barometer, right?
Right.
So all you're doing is you're a lemming going the fuck off a cliff, son.
Yeah,
Like, go ahead, bye.
pretty much.
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, that's why he's a broke pleb.
Those people,
He knows-
those people
and he knows
disgust me.
this.
They feed off their fucking audience, and
What?
they lay their
Yes,
head
they
on their
do.
pillow at
Yeah,
night,
they do.
and they sleep like fucking babies. Like they literally make their money by throwing their audience into a fucking meat grinder for 30 grand shill they got
And-
paid for,
and
or
many of
100
them-
grand interview. Like go
Yes.
fuck
Crazy.
yourself.
And many of them are not even insightful, honest, or intelligent enough
I
to
don't got shit
know
to offer.
that they are actually unwitting agents. They are
That's right.
playing a goddamn role, and they
Yep.
don't even know.
No, wait, no, you're
There's a
right.
guy. I'll give you a good one.
You're
I'll give
so
you a
right.
good one. There's a guy in the alt research community. Okay, as Wales may know, you gentlemen just getting to know me. I've been on this path for about 25 years. I turned 50 recently. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I'm a half
Happy
a
birthday.
century old. Thank
Yeah,
you.
happy
Thank you.
birthday, brother.
Yeah, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
yeah,
That's awesome.
and I've been on this path a long time of this independent research thing. It's not a particularly fun or rewarding path. Waking up to what the truth is.
Surely
pretty.
isn't.
But,
Surely is not.
No, you lose a lot of relationships. You get ostracized, and then you wake up one day and people are talking the way you were talking, 10, 15 years ago, and you say, "Isn't that precious?"
Yeah.
But there was a guy in the alt research community who concentrated in a wheelhouse of ufology, UFO stuff, and his name was David Wilcox, and he was a big brain little motherfucker, and people like thought he was something pretty special. And I know somebody that was in his inner circle, and he, as he was looking like he was the type of person who could have began to make a difference in global awareness, he started getting approached. He started getting approached by these interesting parties that always had a couple really beautiful women in tow. And they always had the nicest things. And they talked this motherfucker, put him up at some places. Maybe he took a couple vacations, you know. Next thing you know, where's David Wilcox? Well, you see his fat ass head on Gaia TV now. And you know what he's doing, right? Talking a bunch of fucking bullshit and lies. And his ego is so goddamn big that he is an unwitting dupe. He is an unwitting agent. He's doing the beck and call of another group of folks. And the reason that I bring that up is not to single him out, because he's not nearly the only one, but he's no longer an autonomous, sovereign human being. And that's what's happening with a lot of these most respected crypto content creators. You think at the beginning, before I knew what was what, and I was so excited about Hex, I wasn't messaging, you know, Guy or whatever the other one's name is, or the other one's name is. And I was like, hey, man, you guys got to know this shit, man. This shit's really exciting. And they'd just be like, man, they just crickets or would have their attack dogs sicked on you. And it was somewhere around then that I was like, all right, first off, this is yet another lesson in how the world works. And second off, I think I must be onto something that's actually genuine here, like and authentic. You know what I mean? Because it's only once you get...
What a welcome breath of fresh air. My God.
Yeah. Well, and you know that once you get your face pressed down in it, okay, if it wasn't a threat, if it wasn't some kind of threat or some kind of realness, people would just be like, whatever, man, have fun, you know. But once they start going out of their way, which they so do with Hex and with Richard and with Pulse, you know, it's like, wait a minute, something about this, something about me, something about us, it's getting under your skin a little bit, huh? I love it. I do.
It's kind of crazy because you would think some of these things would be obvious, right? But for whatever reason, man, it's just not. And that's why, you know, the people that are aware just gotta fucking take care of business, bro. I mean, there's not much options left.
We had a comment in the live chat a little earlier by a gentleman. I don't know if you guys have been able to watch it. I'm seeing a comment by a gentleman by the name of Three Shots about 10 minutes ago. And he said, you know, how the fuck do you break the planet from mass psychosis? And I would say to him that I think we've heard Wales say quite a bit kind of on that already, for real. Yeah. But for my part, I got to tell you, like, you can only spend so much of your life equity, okay, of your mental and spiritual power being the irresistible force button up against the immovable object. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much of your life you're going to undergo that exercise? Correct. Which, by the way, is not very satisfying either.
It's not fruitful at all.
No.
I spent at least 10 years doing it myself.
Shit, right. And you get to the point where you're like, okay, I want a couple hearts and minds here. But I'll tell you, I have some people in my inner circle and my inner network who I will close my eyes, fall backwards into their arms any day of the week. And one of them, she knows who she is. And she told me, we were gaming this whole thing out. And her and I have been fighting that battle for a long time. And she said, man, I think we recently just crossed into a new epoch, man. Yep. Like, I don't really think that it's up to us to try and educate anymore. I think now it's time for us to hunker down, bro.
Yep.
You know? And I tend to believe her. Man.
Yeah, it's done. We've definitely crossed that Rubicon.
You were given your chance, folks. Yeah. You were given your chance. That night, Wales, that you came on when Facebook shut down and all the point of sale shut down. People were like, whoa, what's happening? What's happening? And I was like, man, this is the fuck what the man's been talking about for the last goddamn year. Are you kidding? Like, are you?
I noticed a lot of like people, like when they become like anarchists, they and they start realizing, like the fucked up system and everything, they put so much like life equity into it. that they just like, you almost like start rotting. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I was there.
your
it's
emotions
toxic.
and everything like that can be
Can
really,
become
really
toxic.
affected by that, and it can make you like a miserable person.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was.
So me,
100%.
I speak truth, and like you guys do,
It's your
and
choice to
Motley
listen
did.
or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Motley is, like kind of in the same boat as me. Like at this point, I want out of America, and I want to be like very fluid with how I'm able to, like, go to different countries. I want multiple passports, and I just want to be able to, like, juke and jive. If America starts doing some crazy shit like
Yeah.
Australia, adios.
Well,
If
listen, that's the
America's the
thing
best place
about
to be,
America, though.
I can still stay in America.
It's
Yeah,
never
man.
gonna happen
But
here, bro. That's the thing.
Listen. We it's a bad situation, but
That
you
would
know
never
what?
happen here.
There's a flip
That's a
side.
fucking death wish.
There's a flip side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
We
death
do
wish,
have a
bro.
blessing here, and
Guns
I
everywhere.
used
You
to think
fucking
the
crazy?
way, yeah, I used to think, well, no, you heard me say it before. I said
Got a
these guys
lot right
talking
next
about
to me.
going to
Bro, all I gotta
Yeah,
do
me
is
too.
walk outside. I can fucking find a brick and a fucking rack of, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, man,
No,
look,
but listen to what I'm
that's not
saying.
how it
People
works.
talk about going to Portugal. People talk about going to Portugal or Puerto
Yeah,
Rico
I ain't got
because it's
time for
quote
that shit.
unquote better. Get the fuck out of here. They're only a couple months behind with the same
Yeah,
draconian
man.
shit.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying
ain't no
with
saving.
with America, the interesting thing is now, we think that we're sovereign humans. No. Actually, you're a commodity. Like, and I'm talking legalese now. Legally, you are a chattel. Okay, you are a commodity to a corporation. However, there exists protocols to extract oneself, to extricate oneself and one's family from that, man. It's called divestment. It's called starting up PMAs. It's called administration of the first estate. We can all get ourselves educated,
Yeah,
and then
well,
we can begin to extricate ourselves. I'll tell you something. People who have children, right? If you have children, you'll want to listen to this. You like those children, don't you? Those are your kids, right? Guess what? Legally in the United States,
they're
they
not.
are not your children. They belong to the corporation, and you are merely their custodian. Now, if that doesn't fucking disturb you,
You got
I
problems.
got nothing for you, man. But
Yep.
there are processes which we can all, if you commit yourself and begin your journey, you can get yourself to the point where they're going to walk up to you and they're going to say, wow, infrastructure, 60/50. You hear? And you go, that's nice. You have fun with that. That motherfucking shit does not apply to me. Peace, bitch. What?
Simple.
I'm saying.
It's simple. But the thing is, people got to be willing to be educated, right?
Well,
I
yes, they
mean,
do.
most people don't even know how laws are passed. That's a fact. People think that because something passes the House, it's a law. No. So all of you guys out there talking about crypto laws that haven't been passed, you might want to stop because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's the problem. Fool rules everywhere. Talking about shit they don't fucking know. And this is why you have to mind your sources. Do not just watch shit for entertainment because then you will make the wrong decision based on misinformation. Mind your sources. In this new world that we've built out of nowhere, that's critical. Imagine if Richard Hart wasn't Richard Hart, everybody would be wrecked. Hmm? All of yous would be wrecked. That's a fact. That's a fact. Because he saved all of you. Because none of you, and that includes me clearly, right, understood really how powerful delayed gratification is until he gave it to you. Just a fact of life, bro. You just got to be aware of the facts. You can't be out here playing yourself thinking you're doing yourself any favors because you're not. And that's what people don't want to understand. Like, there is no crypto law that's been passed. So everybody can chill out and wait until that shit at least passes the Senate to then maybe talk about it, maybe getting passed. Because the shit ain't flying. So learn something and then maybe we can have a conversation.
But yeah,
Maybe.
it's like you said, like Richard has saved a lot of people with the contract from themselves. And if you look, like there's been like a lot of talk of, like whales that just roll like short stakes and stuff. And that's why
Yep.
like the ending stakes, like very, close, weeks ahead of us is usually like really, really huge, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yep.
That's because these guys didn't use the contract correctly. And now they're in the end, they're like, weak-handed in the sense that they're like, well, I can't
Correct.
put out $10 million 15 years, Like, so they
They're gonna
cannot
be
get, they
forced.
cannot think long term, right?
Yeah,
So then everybody else, the little guys, are all benefiting by that, you know, because you're diluting them every day.
correct. I mean, that's the thing. This is, and Richard said this, you know, a long time ago. This is a system that's gonna make whales. There's a reason I picked this name. It's not because I'm a whale.
Hmm.
It's because that's how this shit is gonna go.
Hmm.
Period. You know, it's
Yep.
not going to be a lot
Oh,
of
for
guys
sure.
with 15-year stakes that 90% of their bag is 15-year stakes. I'm going to be one of those few guys.
Very few.
Very,
Man.
very fucking few. And that's because I understand the system. I made it my business to understand the system. And I'm still working to ensure that others do as well so they can also benefit because it's not about me.
Hmm.
It's about everybody.
Hey
And
Wales,
yeah,
can I comment quick, man? I'm cruising the live chat, and I want some people to know something. I mean, this is serious too, okay? You just, you said not about me, man. It ain't, it really is not. It's not about our ego. Let me tell you something. When I drop science like I just dropped, I get choked up, guys. Like I feel tears well up. I don't get any joy or satisfaction from being a guy to say this because I'm looking
nope.
at this chat here and I'm seeing brothers and they're clearly shocked. They're clearly scared by what just came out of my mouth because they have not had an opportunity to hear it before. And I want to let you know, my brother, I am with you. I have felt the terror, the fear, the anger, the justifiable anger that you feel, my friend. Okay. And I just want you to know, man, you got to hold your head and you got to do the work while you have the legs to stand on. You got to breathe deeply and you just got to go get it 1 foot. Again, guess what? It's only an only human step every day. You do not have to take any greater step, my man. You do not have to become Superman every fucking morning. You don't have to put on your Batman cape. You just take your each disciplined, focused, only human step every day. I know that you do not want to hear that your children are not your own. I have 4 of them. I would die for all of them. I was not ready to understand that shit either. But we're going to do this, man. We're going to get over the top. We're going to do this right. And I'm sorry that some people are kind of shook by hearing that. But
Oh,
I
no.
just
They need
feel
not
like,
be.
yeah, well, I feel like it's my responsibility to let them know that, there is not only the sympathy there and the understanding, but it's not like any of the 4 of us here are getting joy out of some of these really harsh realities.
Yeah, not
We're
at all.
soldiers in the trenches with you. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, that's a great comment because it's true, right? This is the whole thing. Like nobody is here, uh, with the answers to everything. We all have to do this together.
Yeah, we're in a process, right? We're all in a
Yeah.
process.
I
Some
mean,
just further
everybody's
along.
learned how this system works, as a unit. Like nobody just knew what a t-shirt was when it came out.
Yep.
This is something we all learned as time passed on, and this
Oh,
is
for
why,
sure. Yeah, we all learned it together, you
yeah.
know?
And that's the whole thing. Like even when I joined the crew, it was still like a relatively new topic.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
wasn't like, oh, we're tired of talking about t-shirts. Nah, people were still really trying to learn them.
Well,
Yep.
I was a hodl dog in Hexo yesterday. We're saying we didn't fucking. He said the only one on planet Earth who understood what t-shirts
Dev
was
Kyle.
Richard and Dev Kyle.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's
Dev
true.
Kyle, for
We
sure.
discovered how they work together as a community because
Yep.
when I joined, we were still learning.
Yeah. We didn't even know they were important until like almost 6 months in, 4 to 6 months
Yeah,
in,
it's
and before
true.
we
It's
even
so
realized
true.
they were important.
And I
Yeah.
and I joined
That's
what damn
awesome,
near at
man.
the end of that. That was at the end of
Yeah.
almost December. It was already past December. It was January already. So
Yeah.
it was definitely a year plus when I joined in.
Mm-hmm.
So and it was still not well understood. Still not. A year in, it still wasn't well understood, and all the new people are just not even knowing that they exist.
Yeah, I hear you guys take them apart now like scientists,
Hmm.
and it's like if you're down, it's thrilling. I could listen to you motherfuckers talk about t-shirts for 8 hours, and it's thrilling to me. Some people are like falling asleep, man. I'm like, man, this is science here, man. I
But this
love it.
is because you get to understand that what's coming with that, right? I mean, look at this chart, right? We just been staring at it. Hex has been on the decks for 707 days.
Cheers, red lines. Cheers, red lines. Scene.
It's just beautiful, man. I mean, just look at this. 707 days in, this was supposed to be a rug pull, scam, donut, whatever else it was supposed to be. And here we are, rocking the fucking boat like we want to
Yep.
because we feel like it. And that's what it's about.
Wild.
That's what it's
Here to
about.
change the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what else is there to do? This is beautiful.
Haters
Hex.
been moving their targets back. You know, they've
Oh,
been
they
saying
got to.
like, "Oh,
They
you
will
guys get
move it
rug
back
pulled
to
in
the
first
end
6
of
months."
time
Yeah,
until they
then,
buy.
like,
They got to.
yeah, and
Until
then,
they
like,
buy at $1,000.
they're like, well, it could go up, but eventually the rug is going to get pulled. Like, what do you mean
Yeah.
eventually? Like, what does that mean? Like 2036? Like
Salty.
2040? Like, what are you saying here? Like, when,
Salty
you know,
tears.
and like Richard's talked about this, he's like, no, you need to like assign when you're wrong so that I can say, okay, I
It's
was
all
right
about
and you were
framing.
wrong.
Yep. Can't just go indefinitely.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know, haters and losers will do what they do, bro.
Oh,
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Until they buy a bag and they become fanboys themselves.
Exactly. And even then, they'll probably still keep lying.
Yeah, man. A lot of people just can't admit when they're wrong.
Yeah, it's hard for people to
It
admit what they're wrong.
blows my mind.
Yeah, I
blows
don't
my
know
mind.
why. It only makes you better, man.
Look at this.
really
There's so
does.
much positivity in this chat. And then you got this one jackass. He's like, wait till you guys find out about flat earth. You know, it's like, come on, bro. Grow the fuck up, bro.
It's all
Oh,
good,
come
bro.
on, man. I
Everybody
know
can't
you're
be
scared.
yourself.
I know you're scared, kid, but you know, you'll get there. You'll get there. It's all right,
Some of us
baby.
won't, man.
It's all right, baby.
I've
You'll be
already
all right.
come to terms with the fact that, bro, we can't even save everybody. If we can't help
Nah,
people
you're right.
understand Hex,
You're right.
which is something simple, you know, there's just some
It,
people
re-
that
it
are just
really
gonna
is
get left
simple.
behind.
It really is simple. It's not that complicated. You know, if you're a complete no coiner and you have no blockchain experience, okay, it's going to take like a little bit of time to like explain it. But if you already
it.
understand blockchain, it really should take no time at all for you to understand Hex. But
Nope.
yeah, it's like Richard
They're the
says,
ones
it's an
with the
IQ
hardest
test.
time. Those are the ones
It's an
with
IQ
the
test.
toughest time to learn it, though, from my experience. You know, people
I've had
that
like
think
I've
they know
had it be like
crypto.
50-50, honestly. I've had it be like 50-50. Like they either really get it and they're like all in, or they're like, I
Yeah,
don't know, or they
shaky.
still think they're like, oh well, I want to get in, you know, when it's advantageous to me so I can sell on a 2x or so, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stupid mentality.
Yeah, I onboarded 2 18-year-old young men yesterday, and they get it. They get it. Got them set up, and yeah, they understand.
Nice. I
And
mean, that's what it's about, bro.
I've been doing this shit, man. I think I'm between 30 and 40. You start to lose count, right? And it's really a cool, satisfying moment. But some people, you guys have all done this too. I know you have. Some people you're so certain that this holds a key that they need in their lives that you literally get their MetaMask started up for them and take your own bags and you put your fucking liquidity in their fucking MetaMask bag. Like I am trying to help.
I don't do that
man.
anymore because I did that in the beginning when Hex was very, very inexpensive. I did it to like multiple people. Like you'll see it on Twitter. Like, yo, they'll be like, yeah, attendees gave me like $40,000-$50,000 because that's how much it's worth now.
Right.
You know, and some of them
Well, damn,
never.
bro. What's my 40-50K? Damn.
Where you weren't around back then, bro.
Been around.
But you know, like so basically, you know, like I was in the Ethereum community. I had all these guys, and I was like, "Yo, let me send you a bunch of Hex. Let me send you a bunch of Hex, and like stake it." And so they staked it, but not all of them bought. Some of them did, and like me and Motley are gonna meet up with one of the guys that he actually like, you know, he's like, "Wow, this is awesome. This is great," and he like bought. The other guy just watched it go up forever. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he got rug pulled and lost his entire bag. Hex became 80% of his bag. And I'm like, bro, what? Yeah, unbelievable.
This
But
is
yeah,
why
it's
so important to teach people what they have.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The
onboarding process is useless if they don't understand what they hold.
100%. 100%. That's why I've always, like, I remember when I first used to pitch, I used to be like, look, this is like a CD, but it trades, you know, like it goes up and down with price. And that's it. That's really all it is. You know, if you know a little basic finance and you hear that, you're going to be like, oh, this actually goes up in value? Like, and it earns interest? It's like, yeah, man. Like, nothing exists like it. Simple. You know, like, because you can lock it away and then you pay a penalty and then you make 20% more a year and da-da-da. All the characteristics are there. It's all the same thing. Product market fit. So it's easy to sell.
Yep.
It's just about the right people knowing about it because they're going to use it. Trust me, they're coming. The virality you're expecting is not what you're going to get. Period.
Yeah.
You know,
Hex
because
is the best yield you can earn on planet Earth.
This is better than owning real estate. Period.
Oh, 100%. Why do you think I sold all my real estate?
Talk about it.
Sold all of it. Sold
Did you
all of
really?
it.
Wow.
Yes, of course. I had 4 rental properties, multi-unit properties. And I sold it all, and everyone would always kind of joke in the comments like, Motley sold his house. He sold another house. Like, but it's true, right?
Yeah, it
Because
was a joke. It was a
yeah,
running meme because it
because
was true.
because guess what? I mean, real estate was amazing. Like, I mean, it was a tool that I was using at the time to just break the chains of this 9 to 5. Like, it was my means of getting ahead, or one of the means I was using. This is superior. So why would I not? Why would I not sell that asset and then put it in a superior asset? Like, to me, it was a no brainer. And I'm about to sell my last one, and it's literally the one I'm living in. I'm about to go move. I'm about to move in with my parents for a little bit. Go hang out with them,
Nice.
see what's
You go,
up.
boy.
You know,
Congratulations, bro.
cleaning my hands of it, but it's
Look
just
at that.
it's just a superior asset. It's the best asset on planet Earth. Why would you not put everything into it?
Wow.
See, I got the
Congratulations.
onboards. My onboards were like the no coiners who, if they're amenable to having the conversation, they're my favorite because they're blank canvases, right?
Yeah.
And they can be
Easiest to
friendly and
paint.
excited. So then the second most would be the guys that were like Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's only one argument for me. It's like, dude, how hard are you going to have to grab yourself to get to a 2x? And how long is that going to take? Wow, dude, yo.
Just math.
Yo,
Just
man.
math.
And then the hardest are the guys that are in the groove of another alt project. And they're like, man, fucking polka dot, fuck hex. And you're like, all right, bro, look.
Floki to the moon, man.
I don't
Moon,
know what
man.
to tell you,
Floki
bro.
to the moon.
Yeah, I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell you, bro. Like, you go ahead. If that's the mountain if that's the hill you want to die on, then have at it, son.
Some people need those battle scars to learn. They have to learn the
Yeah.
hard way.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it, man. I mean, this isn't easy, bro. And that's the thing. As easy as it is, it's not easy. Right? Because all you literally have to do is buy and stake. I mean, it's the same thing as buying and
Yep.
holding. It's the same thing. And that's all you gotta do. That's what Warren Buffett does. He just buys and holds. He just buys and reads newspapers. That's it.
It's what the guy will. You know, like everybody was like, "Oh, the guy will." Like, what? Are you
Oh
in
my
Texas
god.
trading?
Yo, can I
And he's
complain
like, "I
for a
don't
little bit?
trade, bro.
Can I
don't
complain
fucking
for a little
Here
bit?
comes whales on the god
Oh
whale.
my god. What the fuck, bro? Like, this motherfucking man said the same shit we've been talking about for fucking months.
and he got all the credit because he's
Get
the
the
godmouth.
fuck? Yeah, like what is up with that?
Hey man,
True.
there's a lot of
No.
there's a lot
Shout
of
out to
power.
You know,
in
it's
that.
social signaling.
Yeah.
Like people do that.
Yeah, no, it's
But
funny,
you know,
right?
all that does is it reinforces the message.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
That's
and
what I'm
again,
saying.
it's that comfort, it's that reinforcement people need, man. I don't know what it is. It's just some people need it. So again, it's
Just a
just
couple
one
of
more
$100 million.
I think it's fascinating.
He got receipts.
Yeah.
Brizology, stop the whale on whale violence.
I mean, but it's beautiful, right? Because that's
Yeah.
that's how simple it is.
Yeah.
Nobody's been lying to you. That's the point.
Exactly.
Like, nobody's been lying to you. It's really that simple. Just take it seriously, because if you EES, that's a problem.
hmm
You know, we can't have that. You gotta make your commitment to that point in time, so you don't take a penalty, so you earn what you want, so you're not misallocating capital across time. That's important.
hmm
You know what I mean?
This god
Wow.
whale has literally held one of the largest positions in Ethereum since conception, and now
Without
look where
doing anything.
and now look where he's putting that asset. Just
Yeah,
like I put,
there
just
you
like
go.
just like
There you
just like I
go.
put my real estate into Hex. He's
That's it.
taking his Ethereum, and where's he
Putting it
putting
in
it?
Hex.
He's putting it in Hex.
So guys,
And if
Here's
you
your
saw
son.
what he said, he got into Bitcoin at like $10.
Yeah.
But then he got into Ethereum early. Now he's got into
Ethereum.
Hex early.
Yeah.
The guy has
Seems to
literally
know what
like
he's doing.
100%.
Gotta
Yeah,
know.
exactly. He's got a 100% hit rate.
well, there's
Come
people
on.
in the community that think that it might be a consortium, actually.
Man,
He
He
whatever.
said that he's not.
He said that he's a single person.
Oh, okay.
He
But
said that
I mean-
he's a
I
single
mean,
person,
again,
he's
face
not
value,
affiliated
but-
with anybody.
Does
Yeah.
it matter? Does it really matter?
English
does,
isn't
honestly,
the first
though?
language, because I was making fun of him because I said, hey, man, y'all ever feel bad about yourself? Look at this successful motherfucker. He can't even spell shore correctly. But then they said-
Yes,
then
English
they
is
said-
definitely not his first language.
And then
asshole.
they said, oh, yeah, I know. I felt stupid. God
too
bless
funny.
him, though.
Funny,
It's
man.
fascinating. I mean, with all this other dumb shit going on, like
Yeah, yeah.
God
It was
will-
cool of him to come out.
Bro, that's what had me so fucking pissed off. We have this huge economic player in our space, and he comes out after almost 2 years, talking with the community, having amazing insight and
We're
wisdom,
over here
and
acting
people
like
want to focus
retards.
on bullshit. I'm like, you guys are embarrassing.
Yep.
You guys are fucking embarrassing. Like, I don't like. I love the Hex community, and you guys are all my family. But like, I was embarrassed. I was like, you guys were my like redheaded fucking stepchild cousins that I didn't want to have
Hey.
anything to do with. Just saying. Just saying. It was bad. I'm like, God damn, Godwell shows up and everyone wants to act like fucking kids. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
it's
the
just
kind
cream,
of crazy.
the cream rises, right? It's like the separation of the, you know, the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's not what I expected, to be honest with you, bro. It's sorely disappointing for me because a lot of people just decided to just smack the community in the face.
Well,
You know, I can't.
yeah,
I
but
can't
who's here?
understand that.
Like you and I talk about all the time privately. Who is here for sovereign autonomy, right? And who is here for when Bugatti or when fucking I don't
Whatever.
even know.
Yeah, I don't even care,
you
bro.
know.
So irrelevant. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. I mean,
Or
these
clout.
charts. I mean, they
Clout
look.
only.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Mark. You funny. I mean, look at these charts, bro. Like Hex is finally under the first halving once again. Finally, right? I mean, it was outpacing it for months.
Forever.
Man, as a hip hop head, and you're from the Bronx, you will know what I'm saying. I would write Big Payday as Boogie Down Productions for the
Yeah, right.
longest time. I'd
I've
be
always
like
thought that.
BDP,
But this
BDP.
is-
No, it's
that's
BPD,
wrong.
motherfucker.
Damn, I gotta fix that.
All that chart is doing is just stare. It's just opportunity staring you in the face right now. That's all it is.
That's it, man. That's it.
Man, you know what? You know what's gonna happen when we hit $1? Everyone's gonna be like, "Man, I should have
Yo,
bought it."
Should've
that
fucking
math.
bought
that shit.
Well, that
was
math
gonna
is
go
gonna
to
get so
3
easy,
cents.
right? Because 5.8 hex payout per t-shirt is gonna be $5.80.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Crazy,
it.
right? Crazy.
Amazing, right? So this is the dollar value of a T-share divided by the dollar value of ETH and Ethereum, ETH and Pink and Bitcoin. Sorry, and was that orange? Yeah. So right now Bitcoin is at 7.15%, and Ethereum is at 84.88%. So we're still hovering near that 100% mark, which is cool, right? Because Ethereum is popping off right now, or at least it was. Let's see where it is. Ooh-wee.
Oh, we got a guy in chat named Sovereign. Good man. Good man.
Oh yeah,
Sovereign.
shout out to him. He used to come to my streams back in the day all the time.
Yeah, he's been around.
Oh yeah, guys, can I do a plug real quick?
Sure,
Because my
sure.
Lieutenant Foss is here. I want to give a shout out to my community, the powwow, man. God bless all y'all. My life is better with you folks in it, and I thank you for sticking with me. And what started out as kind of an extension of an educational experience has actually turned into quite a strong brain trust think tank and community. So I love you guys.
Yeah.
Donnell's here. I see Donnell Victor's here, my man. What's up? Foss is here. This is up. Good peoples. Good peoples.
Yeah, shout out to them. We do those little voice chats and we're hearing frequently. I join.
For attendees, I gotta give you an invite, my friend, because both of our brothers here are already up in there.
Yeah, bro.
Word. All right, thank you.
So no, all good, bro. So look, we got a little negative divergence. We got a positive slope here with a lower high, excuse me, on a higher price. All right, higher price. So that's going to be a negative divergence. So let's just draw it here so people can see it. Excuse me. Boom. All right. Right, and this is just a loss of momentum, so price should stall here basically, and that's what it's been doing. So nothing special, just what it's supposed to be doing. Honestly, it's just a matter of when it's going to pause and then just reverse, right? Because this is pretty much what crypto does. It's just a question of when, not if. And hopefully, for those ETH holders, it doesn't take too long, because that sucks, right? But the dollar is doing this thing. And that's what people need to understand. The dollar is the determinant for all of this, because that's what we're pricing things in, right? It's just simple math. It ain't nothing to it. And that's all it is. Hold on, because this thing is just gonna act like a pain in the ass. Did it finally come? Okay. So yeah, that thing is ripping. Woof. Wow.
Yep. It's crazy.
Damn. Yeah. So the dollar is what everything is based in, right?
So if everything is priced in dollars, well, the value of those things is going to go down because a dollar is gaining in strength.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why you're seeing negative downside across all markets, right? No matter the crypto, that's what you're seeing, right? When we look at the total crypto, it's rolling over, right? Even when you remove certain elements of the space, they're all rolling over. It doesn't matter. And that's a function of just dollar. Simple.
Hey Wales, it was cool the other day when Richard pointed out the thing about using the log function on the chart.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember you were telling people that for the longest time. You're like, you got to look at it in a log.
Yeah, I mean, he's been saying it for the longest time too. That's the thing. He just stopped saying it. And I think that's why you've heard me say it so much, because he actually stopped, and it's because it's very important.
Yeah, you almost forget, because that's like a 101
Yeah.
kind of thing. So you almost like forget to say it, you know.
You're like, oh shit, there's a whole bunch of new people here.
Yeah,
yeah,
log is important.
Oh yeah, you all got to always remember that.
Yeah. Log is very, very important. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we add new people every day. You know, you can see it in the numbers. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, look at this. This is a monthly chart for the dollar. I mean, this looks like it's gonna breach this previous level. Hold on, let me get this out of the way. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is looking mighty strong, actually. Ooh. Yeah. So it looks like there's some pain coming, guys, for the crypto market. Ouch. Better get your hex, because that's the only thing I can see forming in this market that's coming. Interestingly enough. Right? Because all we gotta do is move to the ETH pool and we're good. It's simple. So Richard, get to work, or whoever is fucking controlling that shit. Get your ass to work.
That's what he said the other day on stream. He's like, man, I don't even want to be doing this shit. I just need to get to work.
Yep. Pain in the ass, bro. Pain in the ass. Just needs to be done though. Whoops. Excuse me, I actually was sneezing. But yeah, so it's gonna not look too hot for a little while in crypto. So buckle up, because that's a strong monthly chart in the dollar. Wow. It is what it is.
Well, if Pulse Chain launches in a bear, typically projects that launch in a bear do pretty well.
Yeah, let's talk about Pulse Chain, man. We want to talk about that. I mean, look at this.
that bag that we forget that we have.
Yeah, that bag that we forget that we own. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a 2.6.
Forgot about them coins.
Yeah, 2.6 million USDC was sacked yesterday. I mean, that's insane, bro. That motherfucker don't know. I hope he knows what he's getting.
Oh,
that shit is critical, bro.
Like, yeah, that opening price, like when he checks his wallet, it could be disappointing.
Yeah, it's not gonna be 22 million or 2.6 million.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Mine might be though. So thank you.
True. Yeah,
let me stop. Really I don't got that much pulse.
Yeah, it could be really, really crazy.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Did Wales cut off?
It sounded like it. Wales, we might have.
Yeah, I think your audio is gone, Wales.
Yeah, sorry,
there we
go.
Yeah, I was like sitting there, there's a weird cutoff point. I was like, hold up.
Yeah, well, so what I was saying is I think this thing is going to be way bigger than everybody anticipates.
Yeah,
like
it's gonna be
we can
massive.
see this thing outperform Hex.
The crazy thing is, like, so
less
imagine
friction.
that, like, you put in 2.6 million, and like, let's say it's worth like 100,000, like just for shits and giggles, right? If you have way more economic mass, your only option at that point is to buy the dip, right? So like, yeah, so you're committed at that point. Like, you're like, I gotta save my bag. So we could see some crazy buying off this. It's gonna be really interesting.
And guys, let me bring this up too. That we're talking about Hex as far as Hex is applying to the practice of improving discipline. I mean, let's not forget with Pulse, there's a lot of lower middle class, maybe even upper middle class people who have sacrificed, right? Yeah. And they're going to be looking at this thing, and all of a sudden, you're struggling to get by, and you're going to notice, hey, I could take a quarter of this and get kind of money that could change my family's life. And the thing you have to realize, right? You guys know this, is that if you do take that 50 grand, you could be costing yourself and your family, you know,
future gains.
yeah, $20 million.
You gotta think about it, right?
You got to be
Well,
careful.
I
Yeah.
guess that's
And
true.
this is the point, and I brought it up to you
You
guys
know what's
a
funny,
little.
man? It's crazy because this is this. I think it's gonna do a wild ride, bro. Fuck.
What were you saying, bro?
I brought this point up in the green room to you guys, and I see this with a lot of the new hexagons that got in essentially via Pulse, like because Pulse Chain, you know, there's a
Okay,
lot more
yeah.
news, people came in,
Mhm.
and like on Brand's stream today, had a new streamer, Crypto7, who sacrificed some Pulse Chain, and you know, recently new to Hex, and the thing that stood out to me during the interview is like he just wasn't staked, and he just wasn't
Ooh.
using the golden feature of Hex. And not is it only a golden feature to earn you yield, but it saves you from yourself and realizing these amazing gains that most people just cannot hold through. And this is the area
Or
where
suffering losses.
Pulse is going to do amazing short
Right.
term. I think it will outpace Hex, but in the long term, Pulse Chain is a network. It doesn't have the features, the store value features like Hex does with the locking mechanism. Like people are going to be able to freely sell, like Thoughtchild said. Like they're going to see maybe a 10x and like, wow, I could sell a quarter of my bag and I can have what they think is life changing money. And they sell out of their position. So I see this kind of mindset with a lot of even some of the new Pulse Chain streamers and stuff. To them, it's hard, right? Because it's that mindset of like, well, I miss in their heads, whether they say it or not. They're like, well, I missed my chance to get in early into Hex, but in reality, they haven't. But they see Pulse Chain as that new opportunity, and I think it will be for the short term. But long term, like just nothing beats Hex, and you're not late to Hex. And if you're not even using Hex for the features that makes it truly revolutionary, like you're doing yourself a disservice. So for a lot of these new hexagons and people that are in the ecosystem via Pulse Chain, like Pulse Chain is going to do great, you're going to do amazing off of it, but do not forget the golden goose that lays right behind Pulse Chain. Hex will get you and your family and your family's family into that generational wealth. And I see it, it's just kind of that mindset of people. It's just like, well, even if they don't want to fully admit it, I see it in their eyes. They're like, oh, I feel like they missed out on Hex, but you haven't, and make sure you're utilizing it properly. But I mean, at the end of the day, Pulse, you're subject to just like anything else. Are you going to hold Pulse Chain to a 6 million X? I will not. I will take profits a lot sooner than 6 million X. Will I see a 6 million X in Hex? Yes, because of the staking feature.
Yep.
Got you.
Yeah, makes sense. That's a good call, bro. It's a real good call. Damn. Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of reasons to be excited, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, we're a lot of us are in at the very, very ground floor of this. I sacked. I think it was day 17. I think is when I sacked because I wanted to wait for the price bump that never came.
Yep.
So I took that risk because I just bet it on Hex. That's what it was for me.
Man, in
So-
retrospect, I'm proud of myself. I sacrificed a quarter of my bag in the first 2 hours and on day one, and
Amazing.
and a quarter of my bag in the last 2 hours on day one.
Nice.
The best move you probably could have made.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Now
you
we don't
mean
want to
you-
talk. We don't want to talk about the other move I made because
Nah, quit while you're ahead. You good?
Yeah, right.
Hey, you listened to Richard, and he was right.
Yeah,
He
he
said
was right.
sack early. He's like, I'm
Yep.
telling you, sack day one, and
I
he
bet
was
I
100
bet
percent
on
right.
Hex and I failed, bro. I really
Yeah.
thought that thing was gonna keep
Hey,
going. And it
I mean, there's some whale games being played behind the scenes. And it's like,
Yep,
hey,
yep.
I'm not going to pump my competitor's bag during the sacrifice phase.
That's
It's
right.
just,
That's all it
just
was.
is what it is.
Yep, that's all it was. Pay the
Mhm.
price, baby.
Yep.
And look, people still sacrificing millions of dollars. What are you gonna do?
But you know what's
Yep.
big that you just did there, Wills? Like you admitted you were wrong, right? Like
Yeah, of course.
how because you weren't the only one. There was many other people,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
I
and
I
they
mean
didn't
I
admit
was
they were
I was
wrong.
I was speculating as well, and I did more of a DCA method, but at the same time, there's a lot of others that were going along the lines of what you did, and they were wrong, but they didn't have the balls to fucking admit they're like, yo, like I didn't get as good of a deal as I could have
Yeah.
because I took this chance, I made this play, and it wasn't the right play. But
Yep.
I didn't have that foresight. But you had the you had the ability to admit that, like, hey, I was
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
People
because
can't take that step.
I really want to Hex to keep going, but it was just that time, man. Because that
Yeah.
thing just grinds, and it just grinds, and that's the thing, it'll just lull you to sleep, and then whoop,
Yeah, it does
know?
that. It does that for
it
sure.
does
Yeah,
that. Yeah, it'll lull
yeah.
you to
And when
sleep,
it's
then
when
whip.
it's been running for a while, because when it's doing like bull flag after bull flag after bull flag,
Uh-huh.
you think, oh, it's just going to continue forever, But
Yeah, and then it stops.
it's it is a crypto, like it's going to drop, and so
Yeah.
we're in that now. And just like when everybody it gets lulled into, the sleep, like you said, it's going to start mooning again, and then everyone's going to be like rushing to the computer to buy.
Fucking thing doesn't only get us disciplined; it keeps us honest too, right?
Yeah, it's right.
Yep.
That's a good way of putting it, bro. Because that's truly what it is. I mean, look, we're at 40 billion market cap, 41. I mean, T-shares are worth nothing at one point, right? 4 million. That's crazy.
I can't believe the appreciation of T-shares, man. Just in a year, that's unbelievable, man.
It's crazy, bro.
They will become so goddamn expensive. It's insane.
Oh god, it's actually like crazy to think about. Like in 15 years, what one T-share would be.
You just won't be able to afford it.
Nope.
Yeah, you couldn't. It would be impossible.
What do you mean? Won't be able to? I already can't. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying. It's wild.
Oh,
absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's no sleep till Brooklyn out here, boy. You gotta be grinding. Yeah,
true.
It's real out here, man. Yeah, you can't be fucking around. You gotta be out here trying to get those T-shirts, man. Because I remember, when I got in the last time, I probably staked a big bag, like 6 figures worth of hex. That shit was like fucking 3 figures. It probably was like $400, $500. So that was a while ago, man. It's hard to get 6 figures worth of hex right now.
The system just
and that
doesn't
was
care.
more than 100,000. Yeah, that shit was. The system just doesn't care.
The code's gonna move along with or without you. That's
boy.
it.
I ain't doing shit with that amount of hex in the future. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm over here laughing at that shit because that's nothing now. That's nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I got a nice chunk of T-shirts back in the day, but that shit ain't nothing now. That might get you 30,000 T-shirts, whatever. I got like 30 T-shirts. I mean, like, you ain't getting shit fucking 6 figures of fucking hex nowadays, yo.
It's crazy.
It's like, crazy because if you're not a whale, like, man, you better be salivating at like dips like this and be buying as much as you can. It's just crazy to me, because this is an opportunity.
Yeah, look at
like
this.
when it's $2, when the price is $2, like, yeah, how much is a T-shirt going to cost?
Well, check this shit out. The total value locked per staker is at 168,000 right now. It was at 524,000, which is a log-based 2 number. So it's no surprise that it kind of stalled there. Now that we're looking at this, because this is how the system works, right? I mean, look at this. It stopped on these log-based numbers. Look at that. That's fucking freaky. I never looked at that like this on this number, on this value, but that's how it's working. So that's why it's pausing. So yeah, okay.
And you look at the chart and you see the dips in the game. It's like, yo, this is all part of it.
But they all stop at these log-based values. These are log-based values, like something, so you guys can understand what I mean. Because maybe I'm talking to myself.
Clearly, guys, Hex is gonna fail. This it's all over.
Yeah.
So
pack it up, boys.
It was fun. That 2-year rug pull is in. Happy anniversary.
Oh my god, come on. God.
Hopefully no one sound bites that.
I'd
be so mad.
Yeah.
Now I know some asshole's gonna fucking do it.
The remix.
Yeah.
How does Motley really
see what this is what Motley really feels like, you fucking asshole.
Here we go. Maybe they got it here. Let's see. Come on. Okay, they don't have it here. This is annoying. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? We're.
Hey man, it's like waiting for grandma's gravy to get.
I know. I'm sorry,
no, listen. No, I'm saying it's worth it. The wait is always worth it when you're waiting for grandma's gravy.
Here we go.
This reminds me of Tim at when he was doing the effing hangout on Friday, trying to figure out how to work StreamYard. I was like, oh my god, Tim.
All right, but I got it now. I got it. All right, so let's see where we at. All right, 81.92. 16 through 80.40, 32,768, right? So you see how these numbers are. So let's go back to the chart. So 32,768. Was that one of those numbers?
Yeah.
Sure was. Oh, 65. Look at, we're following a track here. You guys seeing the pattern? This is the power of the system, man. I mean, how beautiful is that?
Elegant.
Isn't that weird that like
damn, that
human,
fucking makes
essentially
me hype.
human emotions and like all this stuff comes down to just like number, like
Hey,
Ones and
man.
zeros.
I keep trying to
yeah,
tell
ones
you
and
guys, it's
zeros,
all
man.
math. Nobody wants to believe me.
Because
We
I'm
are
visual.
computers.
You gotta lay that shit out Barney style for me. But yeah, it's wild. It really is wild.
Barney style. Oh my god.
This is what my first video was about, and I'm still trying to explain this. Ain't this some crazy shit?
I still
Yeah.
watch that shit. I'm still watching. Still
This is
watching
crazy. This is how powerful this system
with that
is, man.
with
Like,
that
we
with
really
that
are.
computer fan going in the background.
Well, that's why you
gotta
have to be
redo
watching.
that
You can't
video,
hear
bro.
shit. Fucking Harrier taking off.
He's dropping all this science and shit, and you're like, God damn, man!
I wish I could hear it.
No, I want to run it. I want to run it through one of my music programs and re-EQ the shit. Oh my god!
Whales remastered.
Yes. Oh, hey,
Top seller.
hey, that's a light bulb. That's a light bulb.
Hey, people pay good money for that.
I will.
Cut that engine noise out.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
We could EQ that right the fuck out.
Yo, but y'all see it real time now. I just showed y'all how real this
That's
is.
cool.
Huh? That's real, man. I've been talking about this since day one. This is how this system works, bro. Like, this shit is real. Like, this is how we're moving. This is just a pause point. And we're just going to keep going higher. That's it.
Is there any like correlation for bottoms? That would be interesting.
Yeah, I've been trying to find one, bro. That's the thing. The only thing I've found is that they just pause at these log-based 2 points, whether up or down. That's it. That's a fact. And you can see it on the chart. It always does it.
Yep. Wow.
I just haven't streamed in a long time, so I've been able to talk about it. I've been taking like a hiatus from streaming. It's been fun. But yeah, it's real time, bro. Law base 2. Everybody forgot. So yeah, man. Shit's real. And here we got some nice information. All in one chart. So we got the dollar cost of a T-share and the dollar cost of 10,000 hex. Oh, I forgot to highlight the T-shirt rate. This is just 19,547. Yep. And the APY for the day is fucking crazy.
My God.
Let's talk about OPSEC for a little bit, guys, because we don't really know if this was a gift or a hack. I don't really know. I've been trying to figure this out because it kind of looks like a gift. I don't know.
It does seem like that because you would think like the last time that there was a major hack, we knew about it within hours. And the one time you probably remember Motley when like CP was his name? Was it CM? Yeah, CM. He kind of like he did the same kind of thing where he just like emergency unstaked a bunch of shit and everyone was like hack. And he was in the Telegram and he goes, guys, I'm diversifying. He's like, I'm really rich and I'm just diversifying.
Hex has become too large of a position.
It was like
13?
13 and it was it was like 13 and it was really early. It was really early.
So much Hex.
So I mean, truthfully, it could just be something like that where the guy's like, you know what? I just wanted to take a few million out. And he's like, he still has 41,000 T-shares, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he had like a 10 and a 15-year stake still in the thing. And that's the same with this account. This account has a bunch of stuff at 10 years. I don't know if it was a hack because the hacker realizes it's not going to get any value from that or what. There's actually a very good tweet thread on this Whales. If you go on Twitter and look up Barely Crafty's Twitter, he's done some chain analysis, and this is actually this hex is started back 18 days ago. But so the hex is now in 2 different wallets, and all this started moving 18 days ago. And now approximately 2/3 today's emergency in-stake mayhem began, and hex was moved into a different wallet. Approximately 2/3 of the liquid hex has then moved from wallet, the original wallet, to EA17, and then he just goes through it. But it's yeah.
So what was his like conclusion?
You just don't know, right? Like, I mean, it's weird that he hasn't dumped on the market. So like, I don't
that
know
is
what
super strange.
Scroll up, or
crazy.
Yeah, starting up here. Yeah, but evidently this started 18 days ago, or is that the right one? Maybe a little bit.
That's
higher.
why you
right there.
pretty much
Starts
know
there.
at least it's easy to suspect that it's not a hack because like why the heck would the guy just not dump? Like why would he care? right?
And
Like,
it started to happen 18 days ago, but now all the emergency end stakes started happening today. I don't know. It's such weird behavior. I don't know. Does he think his wallet is compromised? Like,
you know,
and maybe
I don't know
he's
if you
trying to
guys
move the
caught that.
funds?
I don't know if you guys caught that in the last stream though, but a guy in the chat said that his wallet was compromised. I was asking Richard what to do.
There was so I got it mixed up. There was a couple guys in Hex Security that they weren't the Shark account. They were smaller accounts. I mean, it still sucks all the same, right? Obviously, but
Mhm.
it was a couple smaller accounts. So again, like guys, be very careful, especially if you're new. Like they were posing as admins, DM them, said like, hey, you need to upload this wallet or whatever, and
Oh.
it asked them to put in their seed words, and they put it in. They lost their
Oh,
account. So
come on, man. How many times do people need to be told, man? God.
every day. Every day.
Oh.
That's why Wales has it on the fucking ticker down below.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just every day. Like new people come in space, they don't know, man. They
I
don't
told
know.
when I onboard people, I tell them, I don't know what your background or your faith is, but if the Buddha, Muhammad, baby Jesus, or Santa Claus shows up, or you get a phone call from Richard Hart and he says, give me your seed phrase, you say,
Tell him to
no,
go fuck
motherfucker,
himself.
and you hang up the phone, man, or you
100%,
don't.
bro.
Yeah.
100%.
And
I'm
you
telling
know what's funny is like when it comes to SOPSEC, like we do all these things to keep the seed safe and all this stuff, but 99% of the hacks is just carelessness. It really just comes down to people that don't know better, and
Yes.
they do very stupid actions like that, and it just
Mhm.
comes from a place of ignorance. They don't know the proper way to do things.
They really don't.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do to protect yourself, but like in the end, like you also have to have common sense, and like if you're a fool and you're, you know, a fool and their money are easily parted, and that's just
Yeah.
the
Oh
way it
yeah,
is.
that's a fact.
timeless.
Yeah, that's a fact. The sad one though.
Yep.
It is.
But
It
more
is
than
sad.
plus.
It is sad.
Yeah.
It's never the people who can stand to lose it too, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're the
That's
ones
what I'm
looking for
saying.
the quick buck.
Those were some smaller guys, and they just they're just taken advantage of and wiped clean. It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck, and that's why I get so upset, right? Because people think it's a game, yo. People's life savings is not a game to me.
Nope.
No.
Like I know what it's like to come from nothing to something. Like the shit is not easy.
Yeah.
It takes time, it takes diligence, it takes hard work. You don't just make money because you want to. You got to work at it, right?
Mhm.
Like making it one time is luck. Making it consistently is not. And people don't want to understand that. But that shit is critical. Because how else are you going to get to the billions? You think making
Yep.
money 1 year is enough? You're out your mind. We're talking about making 40% every year for 15 years. What's wrong with you? That's what it's
Right.
about. That's what it's about. Minimum. That's just the basic. And that's
Absolutely.
in crypto. That's not even in fiat terms because until we fix the system, we're going to always have some crummy fiat to deal with. That's just
Yep.
what it is.
It's true.
So,
Hey, Wales, we got a couple comments in here about
Yeah.
your historical videos, and I'm co-signing these people because I got to tell everybody, man, go back, watch all the whale shit. Start at number 1 and watch it. There he is, lesson burn. Right there, you go, boy. Just watch all them old school whales videos because I'm telling you, it is quite literally the best, some of the best ongoing education in our community that you can get is to watch all the whale
Thank you,
stuff
man.
because he is coming from an angle that is so helpful. I'm telling you, man, he just filled this gap, stepped right up into it up in here, man. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Man.
no, you teach me, bro. I'm gonna tell you, you teach me every day, bro. For real.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it. That's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to share what I know because I understand how important this is. Because again, the world made me for crypto. It really, really did. I mean,
Ain't that crazy,
my
man?
life has literally been made to understand all of these things, and this is why I get it. Like I understand fully what's going on, fully,
Yep.
right? Like this is not a game. This is serious, right? Like if I would have never went to the military, I would have never went to Iraq. I would have never went through all those things.
So many little things led to
Yeah.
this moment. Yep.
Exactly. Literally,
Wow.
every moment of my life has led up to this moment. Even me getting out of the military would prepare me for this because that's how I got into finance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how serendipitous my life has been to
I like
coincide with this moment.
I
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
said the same thing today. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone does.
That's
When you
funny.
go
I
back
said
and
it
you think
last
about
week.
it.
I said it last week, serendipitous. I said, I've been having
I
all
said
the,
that literally today, like at the bar. I was telling
that's
somebody,
awesome.
like,
That
it's
is so
crazy,
cool.
bro.
serendipitous.
It's,
That's
that's
amazing,
potent.
man.
Yeah.
It's potent.
That's
But I was
real,
saying,
bro.
I've been having
Mhm.
all these serendipitous synchronicities at an increasing, like exponential rate in my life since, February. And I swear to God, it's right in line with my participation and involvement and my passion for this. Like it's unbelievable. And it happens multiple times a week and then starts happening more and more
That's
frequently.
it.
It's so powerful, man.
Yeah, it is.
No
Now,
doubt.
I want to address this comment because
Okay.
I
B,
think
the
I
B.
think it's lame, right?
Hmm.
The reason I think it's lame is because it shows a lack of understanding upon this individual. Now, I need you to comprehend something. Everybody's excited because they got at least 24 hex per t-shirt. Everybody doesn't have a t-shirt, and we know this.
Yeah. X
We
Pulse, dude. You want me
understand.
to you want me to say live on the air how many I have?
No, no,
Get
no,
the
no,
fuck
no.
out
That's
of here.
not.
No, I'm
That's
just
Yeah,
not.
saying.
No,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah. None
no,
of us
no.
have even said that. We haven't even said how many we have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So,
it
yeah,
doesn't
and
even
yeah.
nobody's
matter.
No, I'm
bragging.
just saying. I
Like,
think he's kind of like projecting because,
Yeah, well, that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
problem. It's lack of
yo, bro,
understanding has
chill,
them looking like that,
chill,
right? And we
chill,
can't
son.
have that, right? We want people to understand the power of this system so that they can engage. It's not about toting how many t-shirts we have because that doesn't matter.
No,
Because all
no.
you need is one. That's a
Well,
fact. You,
you
you
know,
really just need shares. You really don't even need one. You just need to
you
be getting
you know
shares because
you
you
know
will
what it
get one.
was. You know what it was early back in the day. Wales, like when we're buying in
Oh,
day 1, day
that's
2, day 5,
true.
we had all those t-shirts. Guess how much all that shit was worth? Nothing.
Nothing. You're
hmm
right.
Nothing.
hmm
You're
Right,
right.
Nothing.
right.
You're right.
Nothing. You were
Good
making
call.
fractions of a fractions of a fractions of a penny.
Yeah,
Like it
it was
was it
worth
was worth
shit.
nothing.
Yeah,
It's the
you're
same
right.
thing. You gotta put in the
You're right.
fucking time.
That's it, baby.
yeah.
This
Donnell just
this
said it. Donnell says you want a T-shirt. Why don't you stake 2K worth of hex for 10 plus years?
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said,
You gotta
Donnell.
Oh
leverage your
man, I guess
time.
I'm getting nice out here. Ooh,
Yeah,
I've
the
been off
thing,
script
yeah,
for a long
the
time.
thing
I'm
is,
getting
like,
nice.
people, they don't want to leverage the time,
Yo,
They
that's
don't.
and that's
crazy.
what
They
it
want
comes
it
down to.
now.
And it's funny because
Yeah,
you might think, oh, I have 400 or 500 t-shirts. It's not how many I have, it's how many do I want, and how many do I want?
correct.
More.
More
That's
I'm always
right.
trying to
always.
get
Yeah,
more.
That's right.
yeah. That's how many I want. Yeah, I'm always buying more. I don't
Mm,
understand even the notion of thinking you have enough. Like
Yeah.
I don't got enough
exactly.
t-shirts,
Yeah.
and I've been in this shit
When are
for
you
a
in the
year.
clear? You're not. Look,
yeah,
the God will is buying more, guys.
Yeah,
Like
now
yeah.
there you
seriously.
go. There you
The
go.
name of the
That's it.
game is to buy more. So like none of us are here. I mean, me and Motley are retired. Okay, we're here for the new people.
God
That's
bless
that's
you, man.
literally why I do
That's
this.
what's
I was
up.
up
Because they
till
don't
3 or
have to
There
4
you
be
go.
a.m. on
motherfuckers.
Twitter
They don't
Spaces the
have to
other
be
night.
here. They
Yeah,
don't
Yeah,
I was up at 3 or 4 in the morning on Twitter Spaces talking to no coiners, getting them to
this
buy
is
hex.
amazing.
Like
I mean, look
that's
at
why I
this.
do this.
This number was 9.9. It's now 9.76.
Hmm.
Right? That's a function of people understanding the system. And this is during a dip. People are staking hex. And that's the point. They're buying the dip every single day. This is what's happening. So the next time we get a leg up, those of us that are staked, P&L is going to be fat.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fat. And it's not going to come back down to this level. So you better enjoy these numbers because you're going to forget them. That's literally
hmm
what's going on.
You know what negates that dip? Staking.
That's right. I
Yeah.
mean,
True.
this negates that dip. Look at that spike.
My God. So
That's a
God.
dildo. Shout out to the hot dog. That's a fucking dildo right there, boy.
Uh,
That's a dildo right there. God damn it. That's right. That's what it's about. Yield, baby. Pay me now while
hmm
I do nothing.
yep. And all
Yep.
you people not using Hex correctly, guess what? You missed
You're
out on
missing
that.
out. All you gotta do is buy. Yo, my man,
Free
if
Imagine
money.
you
people
Tell
can't
us
buy.
make
free
Imagine
money today.
if you
Free
can't
money.
make $500 a month in staking, you got a problem.
Think about
Yeah.
this. Look at all the money that is in bonds. And
Oh
like
my
look
god,
like
What a
it's
waste.
come
coming
on.
here. It's coming
Yeah.
here. You better
Yeah.
get in.
This is literally better than bonds and stocks
Yeah,
combined. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? And like people saying like, "Oh, I'm new." Like, you're new and you're early.
you're gonna
Like,
get
you're
left
still
behind. Is what you
early.
is.
Like, you don't get it. You don't get it, man.
You're gonna get left behind. Is what you is.
Yep.
I'm
If you
telling y'all
don't
right
don't
now.
learn.
I'm talking to people and they're learning about this product. You are gonna get left behind. That's a fact. A T-shirt costs $3,745. If you
Uh-oh. We
Oh, we
lost
lost
you.
him again.
Rugged.
My bad. If you can't come up with
He's over there slamming
$3,000,
his hand on the keyboard right now.
I was gonna say, he's like Benito Mussolini up there, like talking
Bam.
about t-shirts.
Bam, bam,
yo,
bam.
for real,
Slamming.
man. Look, the whole world is a hustle. So if you're not out here trying to get t-shirts, man, you slacking. Straight up. Because
Yep.
there's nothing in this planet that's gonna pay you like a t-shirt. I mean, look at what happened today. Do you need to hear a number? I mean, damn. You don't know what 156 is?
Man, I'm fighting the battle every week. I'm trying to tell my ex-wife, well, why don't you give me a little break here, and I'll give you 7 times as much a little bit later.
Yeah.
You know, like for real. Chill.
Yeah, bro. Why not?
One purse is nice. You want 10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For cheaper?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's real, bro. Look at
Wow.
this, man. This t-shirt rate only goes up. What do you think is going to
Crazy.
happen to that thing? Like, this is crazy. Look at this, bro. 19,653 is a forward t-shirt rate. That means when you divide these present values, that's the t-shirt rate. And the system is only charging you that. But the market is charging you this number. So there is demand for this system, and it's increased over time. Like, this is what this snap shows you. So
Look at
there's
these
always a
pretty ass
premium.
charts, man.
Mhm.
Wales, tell the good people who are new, give them your website again where they can find all these.
Wellsonly.com/charts.
There you go. That's where all the science is, my friends.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
want to address the Hex Pulse dude real quick. He was saying, do you guys think we should have liquid Hex at launch rather than staking it all? If you had liquid Hex, can you buy more P Hex with your E Hex? Wondering if I should stake it or keep it liquid. Let me tell you something about like being early in Hex, because me and Motley were there day one. Many of us just used the system correctly, not because we understood it, but just because that's what was supposed to be done, right? Like you're like, oh, okay, like I throw it out for years, right?
Okay.
yeah, we didn't know.
You know,
we
it's not
didn't.
worth
We didn't know
anything.
what we're doing. We didn't have
And it
the. We
wasn't
didn't
worth
have the
anything.
information of T-shares, but we're like, this is supposed to be staked. All right, we staked it. Wasn't the prettiest.
Every time I hear about like somebody saying like, oh, gas fees are wrecking me, like, and it's a newbie, it's like a new person, I'm like, well, you're using Hex wrong. Like, you shouldn't have any ending stakes for
You should have nothing
years.
coming out.
Yeah, for years.
I'm upset at my stakes coming out 2 years later.
Yeah.
You should not be having a stake coming out a month
Yeah,
later.
I got a stake coming out next
God.
year, and I'm looking at that shit already. Like, damn, I fucked up with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you're like,
That's a
I wish I
mistake,
could
bro.
check that out. Yeah, it's
It's
a
a
mistake for sure.
Yeah, it sucks.
and I got a lot of them.
Yeah, the only way that you should have one like coming out next year, if you're new, is if you just do like, you know, like a staking ladder and you're going 1 all the way to 15. You're gonna keep chucking it out. Like that's fine. That's fine. But you know, like
You're gonna
you
roll
should
with
really
mine more than
consider.
likely anyway.
Yeah, and I've told a lot of people that I've onboarded, I'm like, the earliest you should do is 5 years, because you got to give it time, man. Like, what do you think like $500 is going to do for you next year? Like, you got to
Not
give it
much.
time. Everybody, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody thinks get rich quick. It's
Skin
not
in the game,
it's not
and you
that.
need time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yo, when I got in, T-shares was 2 digits. It was 2 digits because price was half a cent, and it was late October. So you can check the price. It was cheap. It was like 40-50 bucks. And by the time I fully understood the system and fully staked myself accordingly, 90% of my T-shares are 15 years. 90% are the max. 5,555 days. I wasn't playing games, bro. Because once I understood what was going on, I already knew what the name of the mission was, because no matter whether I was trading or not, right? The reality is that I want to be rich as fuck. There's only one way to be rich as fuck. That's by sitting on your ass the longest. That's it.
Yep.
That's the secret. The Godwell told you. Richard done told you. I done told you. Kareem done told you. Maddie done told you. Everybody done told you. Everybody done told you. Motherfuckers still acting like they don't know.
You gotta
Well, they
learn
just don't want
today.
to. They don't want to believe it. They
You
want
gotta
somebody to
learn
say
today.
the opposite. They want
Miley done
somebody to say
told
the
you.
opposite. They're just waiting for someone to be
Yo,
like, no,
Wendy's
that's not how you
done
do it.
told
So,
you.
that's
Dollar
not what they want to
Cost
hear.
done told you.
That's not
You
what they want to
learn
hear.
or you get left behind. That's it.
Valier done told you. Yo, everybody said it. Everybody said it. Crypto Coffee, everybody. Yash Deep, everybody. My God. Hex Asians, bro. Everybody. Australians, man, everybody gets it.
but there's like this big group of people somehow that are just loud that don't get it. I don't understand.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Imagine owning Hex and not staking it at all. Like, come on.
Yo, what the I don't get that shit blows my mind. Yo, there's people out there.
Yeah.
A lot of the
It's
people
true.
selling are not staked.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Telling you,
Yeah.
it's
They
a
just
lot
It
take
of this
don't. It
new.
losses.
don't even make
It's a
sense.
lot new of this pulse chain crowd too. It's like,
Yeah.
guys, be
Yeah,
careful what
it
you
is
go
a
buy.
lot
I'm
of the
telling
post
you.
chain crowd, but
I'm
yeah, I
Hey
mean, like
man.
true
trying
Hexicans
to
know,
change
like
that.
100% staked. 100% staked. That's how we do it.
Appreciate that.
I like DMT. He's
Yeah.
cool.
I
You
You
go.
appreciate
slept
that.
up and found
Appreciate you,
out.
bro.
Well said.
I mean, hey, you know what it is, man? It better late than never. You know,
Mhm.
because this math is linear, right? If you get on the train, you riding it. That's it. Game over.
There's some gains left, but won't do much compared to Pulse. Do you
Yeah,
know that? Do you know that,
yeah.
Donna? Because the way I see it, like Hex is going to like over a hundred
Oh yeah.
dollars. Like the
There's a lot
gains,
of games
there's
left.
plenty of gains left.
Oh
Let me tell
man,
you. And Pulse,
that
Pulse
mindset's
doing
so fucked
Pulse
up.
doing
It's so
numbers
wrong.
is going to help Hex do more numbers. So I just think like so many people are like, there's a lot of people waiting for Pulse, and they're like, that's my chance to make it. You don't get it.
You
It's
don't
I
get
okay.
mean,
it.
look, Pulse is gonna make you some money, but you're gonna have
It
to
will.
spread some of that shit out. And the reality is, you're gonna have to spread that shit out to Hex because Pulse is not gonna hold up like Hex is because a lot of people are gonna be able to just sell out.
Guess what?
It's
We
gonna
can
do those
dump on we can
95%
I
drops
can
that
dump on your heads,
Ethereum did.
Wendy's can dump on your head, whales can dump on your head. There's just not the mechanisms in place to make it a
Yeah.
true.
I would
Like everybody isn't
never
gonna
do
just want to
that.
hold it for 5 years. Like I want to just hold it for
Yeah.
5 years. I don't
Yeah.
want to do nothing for 5 years. But
Therein lies the
everybody
difference.
isn't just gonna do that.
Therein lies the
Right.
difference, right? Because we got a comment here about the noobs. But look, there's two different kinds of noobs. There's the noob that's passing through as a visitor, seeing how they can game the whole shit or trade on the shit or take advantage of the shit. But then there's the
Right.
noob that is a hexagon, an affirmed hexagon in the making, man. And those are two
Right.
different things right there, man. As far as the OG go, fuck that. They put in their goddamn time. Take your motherfucking gains and enjoy them deeply. That's what I say.
Yeah, man. I
For
mean,
real.
look.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more volatile than even Hexes because I mean look at the facts, right? Like Hex has never dipped more than Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Never
Right.
even done over 90%. Ethereum's done 95 plus. Many altcoins have done more than 95%. And why is that? I personally believe it's because of the staking mechanics and the fact that like people are locked in. Like that is not a thing in Pulse. So you're right. We might see thousands of X, but we also might see a 95, 96, 97% dip at some point. So you think this is painful? You think this dip in Hex is painful? Hold the 95% dip. I don't know how many of y'all have. I have. That shit is painful.
Right. Right. It's
Oh
tough, bro.
man,
It's
the
tough. It's
rule of
not easy.
72. The rule of 72, man. That's one of
Yeah.
those. That's one of those hermetic numbers. Me and Wales be talking about the
Yeah.
hermetic esoteric numbers because you all may know there are 72 names of the Creator, right, or 72 names of God, and there are also 72 demons, right, in some of these lineages. So I always found this really interesting with the rule of 72. It's applicative in that way as well.
Yep.
That's one of my wheelhouses right there is the whole history and
So yeah. I mean,
esoteric study.
it's all related.
Yes, sir. It
Right.
is. It's
I mean,
holistic. This is
math
holistic, right?
math is a descriptor of life, right? And this is why I look at everything quantitatively and it works
Hmm.
because there is a way to view it.
Well,
It
you
is
see
not
it
hidden.
fluidly. You see
Yeah.
it fluidly. You see it
Well,
holistically and fluidly.
well, the
You
thing
know.
is, it's not hidden. You know what I mean? And I
Ah,
mean, there's a reason Dev Kyle figured out T-shares.
man.
It's not hidden.
Yeah.
He could see it. You know, he could
Mm.
see it, right?
It's
And
un, it's
shout out to
unoccult.
him.
It's unocculted would be the
Yeah, I
term.
mean,
It's
it's
de-occulted.
right. And I mean, here's the simple rule of 72. Years to double is equal to 72 divided by the rate, right? So it's very simple. Years to double, say you want to double your capital in 10 years, that would be 72. And then you would take that interest rate. So you would take either the interest rate or the years to double and you would get a number. I mean, that's just how it works. So here, Rule 72 could apply to anything. If GDP grows at 4% annually, then the economy will be expected to double in 18 years because they just divided 72 by that number 4%. So it's again the same thing, right? Years of double 4%. So you get 18 years, and that's the number, and that's just all it is, right? So if you want to put your money up, right, and you want to figure out how quickly it's going to grow at a rate of 40%, right? 72 divided by, oh God, sorry, 72 divided by the interest rate of 40%. Wow. There you go, 180 months,
Hmm.
right? Or 18 years, right? If you just get rid of that decimal point, ends up being the same thing. Or let me see something. I think I'm supposed to use whole numbers. 1.8 years. There you go.
Numbers.
I mean,
To those in the chat that think that Dev Kyle doesn't believe in Hex because he sold $2 million worth,
Fucking
like you
moron.
clearly
what?
haven't. Yeah,
People are saying that?
Bro, there's
yeah.
some
Clearly, you've
trolls in the
never
chat
listened
right
to the
now.
guy.
Oh my
We've talked to him
god.
personally. Like you don't know what you're talking
I
about.
talk to
You
him
just
every
don't know what you.
day.
Yeah,
I
you don't know what
literally
you're
talk
talking
to him
about.
like every day. The
Yeah,
fuck?
and
The guy loves
moreover,
Hex. He's
we
super
should.
bullish on Hex. Like
Yeah.
you
So
don't know
let's
what you're
talk
talking
about
about.
selling
Well,
hex.
wait. Let me just say something real quick about the
Yeah,
trolls.
go ahead, bro.
We don't even clear you all out. You notice that, right? We don't even clear y'all out. Like, go ahead, do that shit because we actually enjoy this. We enjoy you talking. Our audience enjoys you talking, and we encourage you to continue talking because we're just going to give you all enough rope, right, to take
Right.
care of it
Because the
yourself.
facts
So
are always there.
just
The
keep
facts
on,
are
just
always
keep going. It's delicious. I love it.
there.
You know what Kyle did for all you guys talking shit?
Right.
He helped
Right.
create the system that is going to make you rich one day if you use it properly.
Yeah, if you
He's
shut
done
the-
more
if you
he's
shut
done
the
more
fuck
he's
up.
done more for this system than you will ever do in your
Ever.
lifetime.
Ever.
So
That's a
that
fact.
man can sell,
Whatever he
he can
wants.
pay for his family, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
do whatever
And
he
you know
wants.
what? He pays that opportunity cost just like everyone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
He now has
Exactly.
less T-shares in the system.
And let it also be said, he deserves exponentially more.
He
than
does.
That. So
You,
fuck
you,
off.
Yeah, absolutely.
you know that man was never
100%.
paid. He did all that shit on his own time. Richard came and consulted him. He's not even that large. Like he's got a decent amount of hex, but he's not even that large of a player compared to a lot of other people in the ecosystem that did far less. So that man is, yeah. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just unconscionable. Just shut the fuck
Mhm.
up.
Pretty much.
Fuck out of here.
Pretty
man.
much. Say it to my face in
Just
London.
respect it. Just respect, man. Like you gotta just understand. Some people just know what the fuck they're talking about, and you just gotta shut up. That's it. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that because we're all here to learn, and that's the
It's
whole
just funny
point.
to me because like every time someone says something like that, it just tells me like,
Crazy
okay,
how ignorant, bro.
you have some hex, but you're not buying. Because if you're buying and you see a guy that really believes
Yo,
in it,
what
but
the
he's like
fuck?
he's done really well, and he's saying like, hey,
It's time to cash
I
out.
need to take some for my family. Like here's an opportunity for you to get T-shares cheaper. Like that, you should be like, thank you, Dev Kyle, I appreciate it. You
The
know. But when you're
opportunity
doing that, you're
is
like,
a fucking
you don't get it.
thank
You
you.
don't understand.
Like, damn, bro. I'd be happy when you get dips like this. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Like, what? This
Yeah,
is
the only people who don't like it
opportunity.
are people who aren't buying anymore, who don't see opportunity. Like, get out of here. You
Yo,
don't understand,
I'm
or you
buying
don't
at
understand.
$1. I don't understand what the problem
Yeah,
is. What else is there to buy?
exactly. Yeah, you got dollars that got to go to work. Like, you got to
Yeah.
put them to work. Where you gonna put them in the best thing? Come on.
I mean, this is so no-brainerific. I don't understand what the issue is.
People buy bonds, you know, when it don't make any sense to buy bonds, right?
All the
Like,
time, every day.
come
That is
on, it
high
like
quality
literally doesn't
collateral in
make
this
any
world. Oh my
sense.
God. That is
So, like,
considered high quality collateral, right? And this is why we talk about sentiment, right? Sentiment is a big thing because, yo, how do people know when to buy or sell something, right? Like people were selling dollars like crazy down here. And look at it now. They should have been holding on because look
yep.
at the price of assets. They've deflated from that point, right? They're deflating and they're going to continue to deflate. And that's the whole point, right? This is why you got to be careful where your liquidity is tied, right? And we're lucky from that perspective, right? Like you got a lot of coins that aren't going to be, right? And this is people literally opting to sell coins, right? That's not the
Hmm.
case for other markets. That's because that's just how they got to trade, right? And that's
Hmm.
important to understand. Hex doesn't have that issue.
Mm.
It just doesn't. It really doesn't.
because in Hex you can only do two things: buy, sell. And if you're buying, you're either gonna hold or stay. That's it. And we got the numbers to know what you're doing, so don't worry about it. We know. We good, right? This is what these charts are for, right? I mean, we know there's always a premium in this market because it tells us, right? But for prices, it tells us. I mean, this line's payout per t-shirt, some line. This is letting you know how much Hex has been paid out per staker to a single t-shirt from day one, 3,146.7. So if you've been staked since day one with at least one t-shirt, you've gotten 3,146 Hex. I mean, it's crazy, right? Now, this is what it looks like on a stake basis, right? Because we always talk about inflation. So let's discuss inflation. This yellow line is letting us know how much inflation has been paid out so far. Okay? So as of today is 1.708. That's the inflation that's actually been paid out to the staker class, right? That's been minted. All the other inflation that's been paid out to the staker class is 1.9820. That's deferred inflation. See, that means that's going out further than today. It's not being minted. That's Hex that's being restaked. That's what that is.
Is this date like that's like a yearly or
This is after big payday.
after big payday, post big payday?
Post big
Okay.
payday.
Yes,
That's
it's 359.
Yep, this is gonna be a year. So this blue line is what it would have been, right? Just regularly, without taking into account what's actually happening. This is just a forecast from this date, which was about a couple weeks ago or maybe a month ago, something like that. I can't remember, but a while back. But long story short, it's actually much more, and the deferred inflation is much more, 1.982%. So we never actually see 3.69%. You see, that's the point of this chart.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
That's
a
the
max
point
of 3.69%.
That's right.
You got a super chat from Henry Duran. Thank you,
Thanks
Henry.
a lot, brother. Appreciate you, man. I hope you and the missus are doing well, bro. They're cool as fuck. I'm pretty sure you met them in Vegas. They're mad cool, bro. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you. But this chart, bro, this is another way to look at the payout per t-shirt, right? In interest and inflation terms, because that's what you get when you stake Hex. You get inflation, right?
Yep.
So you interact with that front end and you opt for when you want to collect your coins, and you decide at that point in time whether you're going to stake them or end stake or end stake and restake. Those are the only two things you can do at that point.
Yep.
That's it.
I think a lot more people need to see this chart because I was watching Big Pep the other day. Man, he had a funny fucking stream. But he had somebody in the chat. He had somebody in the chat that basically was saying, he goes, how is it possible that there's $6 billion worth of inflation, and he's calculating it not based on like all the coins that are getting pushed out into the future. So he doesn't realize that like the 3.69%, like a portion of that is being pushed out. Like he didn't get that.
Right. Well, happens.
So I think a lot of people don't have any idea that it's much lower than they even think.
Right. And that just lends credence to how powerful the system is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the value. I mean, this is proof that it's store of value, bro. Literal proof. You're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't just saying it, motherfucker. Like, here it is in your face. Like, you're welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand what the math is about. You can't just be talking about it. You got to do the work.
Yep.
And that's what it's about. It's not about anything else because this data is out there. I'm not some genius. Anybody can do this, man. You just got to be looking at it. Clearly. I'm not Richard Hart. I didn't fucking create Hex. I'm just breaking it apart. That's it. I mean, it's all there.
Coming up with the math in this is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, bro. I can't do that. Chill.
It's a beautiful mind shit for sure.
Yeah, Let's be honest, right? What the fuck is going on
Crazy.
here? That requires some serious skills,
That
bro.
that like reminds me back, funny enough, with Dev Kyle when he was speaking on this, and he's like that. What was so difficult about the auditing process is the lead developer on Hex, and then you got people like Kyle and Richard, and they had to like teach the auditors, like, hey, no, like this is actually like they were ended up paying for audits where they essentially had to show them how the system worked because
how
they
to do
hadn't
their
seen anything like it.
job.
They were the smartest people in the room. He's like, it's hard to be this. And he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the lead developer. But he's like, imagine being the smartest guy in the room and then trying to explain it to everyone. It's frustrating.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, I'm dealing with lawyers nowadays. I gotta
Oh, yeah.
Having fun with that.
oh my
Believe it.
god, man!
I bet.
I can't tell you. I mean, it's funny.
You pulling all your hair out?
Look, you know,
You got to bring some crayons and some white paper to these
Yeah,
meetings, man.
basically.
You got to draw this shit
Yeah,
out, you know, because
basically,
that's how you do it, man.
basically. I mean, we couldn't get them to understand the difference between inflation and interest for a little while. So it's a little, you know.
Even I understand that shit, so that's saying something.
It happens, man. You know, and then you gotta just teach them, bro. You know, that's all. And it sucks because you know you gotta pay them motherfuckers. But that's what it is, right? So, you know, and this is why we get paid every day and they don't. So it's cool. We get
Hey,
paid
guys,
once.
this Maya, she keeps banging on this question. Did you guys see this question? This is the second or third time she asked it. So, you know. She's looking at a chart that she says is unprecedented. So,
here's a question to the live streamers. I'm curious to know, where is the confidence from if this dip literally like nothing else
using your words, Wales.
in the Hex history? That's not what I said. I said we haven't had this much selling. Rounded tops show trend reversal. No, I mean the top is already kind of in, but if you look at this chart that I have right here, you see a W right here, see another W here, see another W here, another one there, another one here, another one there, another one there, another one there, big one here. So I'm not sure how this is unprecedented.
Right.
Even if it was a macro cycle bear market, typically, you know, crypto's existed for over a decade now. They're typically a year. Like, my God, and every single time it was opportunity of a lifetime to buy. So where does the confidence come from? The confidence comes from, I've been in crypto for a long time, and I've been on this rodeo,
I know what
this
I
roller
hold.
coaster.
Bitcoin's
and I know what I'm
12 years
holding.
old. That's where the confidence comes from. And Hex is better.
Like,
that's where.
Yeah, it ain't over.
Simple.
That's all
You're
I'm
welcome.
saying.
People amaze me. I just don't get it.
I
Sometimes.
I
really
understand because I understand like people being emotional because you know there's been plenty of times that I was emotional.
It doesn't
but
seem like that kind of
you got to know what you hold.
No, well, they just want to see it fail. I mean, they just need to see this fail. There's got to be a way to bring this down, man. You know, like, God damn.
Have fun staying poor. God, I love that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Crazy, bro. Like, we got all this data.
There's only so much you can do. And
right.
At a certain point,
Yeah,
like Will
like,
said, it's just like some people just aren't going to make it.
Yeah,
This is what it is.
And Motley, we keep bumping up against that fact, don't we? You know, like, there's just, you know, some of them you just got to let them go, and good luck. Fare thee well.
Yeah, we give you the information that's like pretty clear, right? And I'll say it again, right? You got like 3 to 1 people that are buying for you got 3 people buying for every 1 person selling. The average lockup time is 6 years. Okay, so what happens? Don't confuse what happens in the short term with what's happening in the mid to long term.
Unless you're a trader.
You can't see. Yeah, you cannot see past like a couple feet in front of you, and we're trying to tell you to look into the horizon, and you just like can't. You know, it's like, well, you need the binoculars. Well, I mean, you need to understand what you're holding.
What are they? I mean, are these people? What's the RSI like telling you about this shit? What the fuck are these people looking at? They're not really looking at anything.
Oh, it's super oversold.
Yeah, and they're not looking at anything other than their pure hatred. I really don't. You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. I try to get it, but I don't get it. I see a lot of faith in people like Dr. Charles Hoskinson, who basically is fucking his entire community every goddamn week in the asshole with no Vaseline. But and that's like an undying faith these people seem to have. But something about Hex is all fucked up, right? Like fuck out of here, man. Come on. Crypto.
Thanks for the super chat, DMT. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Wells
these
can
people
throw
are
up here
coming
soon.
through. People are giving a lot of compliments for this stream, gentlemen. Well done.
I think Wales audio. Your audio might
Yeah,
be
your
jacked,
audio's
Wales.
out, brother.
He's busy 5555 staking the donations, guys.
Oh yeah. Right. Wait. Nah, we all know he's twisting another one up right now.
Not wrong.
Get those fingers working.
Let's see. I'll go ahead and read his comment while he's going. I'm getting fitted for a Tom Ford suit
He's
for
not
Vegas in
bad.
March. Thank you, Motley. Thank you, Wales. I never heard of Richard Hart when I got into Hex. It was you. Appreciate that,
Whoa,
man.
hey man.
Oh wow.
Cheers.
Damn.
It's the best compliment
All
you
right,
can get
bro.
right
No
there.
doubt.
Shit, yeah.
Cheers to you, DMT.
Yep.
That's
Damn,
awesome.
you gave it this morning, Molly. How does it feel to be, or the other day? How does it feel to be getting it back, bro?
Yep.
How does that feel? Shit.
Feels great.
That's fucking crazy, huh?
Yep.
That's karma, boy. Huh?
Hey, what's Donnell saying about Charles Hoskinson? He didn't even spell his fucking name right. Donnell's a
Lord.
trip, man. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, he is a funny dude. Shout out to him. I ain't seen him around in a while, man. Hope you're doing well, brother.
He's up there in the group.
Yeah, I just mean on screen.
Alonzo, Van Gogh, Mozart, Picasso chart with a little mozzarella. Okay.
Oh god. All right. Well, cool. Now you know. Just wash, rinse, and repeat. Nothing to worry about. It's gonna always do the same thing. It's just simple math. I mean, I showed you his log base 2 already, so if you missed it, just rewind and learn something. I mean, it's real easy. Yeah, so everybody gets paid. It's just a amalgamation of different payout per T-share averages. You got the all-time average at 4.376, the 28-day average in orange at 6.59 because the day was a whopper. And the 55-day average is 6.126 because, again, the day was a whopper. That shouldn't even be there. That's like I should have deleted that. I just couldn't see it. Anyways.
I got to go look at my stakes, actually, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I barely look at them. I looked at them shits today, though.
I know, I'm kind of excited.
Word up. I had a good reason to do so. Shoot. I usually don't look at them. So last time I looked at them, the numbers were not as big as they are now. So it's a good idea to take a break sometimes, give yourself some time and opportunity to enjoy just the ability to reminisce, remember who you are.
Yep.
There's always a way to get it in. I mean, look at this chart. This is over time. This is what we've come from to where we are now. And there is one trend that everybody can ride on this chart. It's all going in the same direction if you get on the train. So why do you think you're late?
It's wild. It's wild that people think that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Chart always does the same thing. I mean, look, the last time we went sideways for this long, we got a fucking year-long rip. Why do you care how long it takes? Just keep buying. Take advantage. Don't be a sucker. So simple. How many of these do you think you're going to miss? Or you keep waiting? You're going to miss a lot of them. You're going to miss a whole lot of them.
Just the start.
Yep. You already missed that one. You missed that one. You missed a whole fucking week's worth of sixes. Or a whole 30 days worth, whatever it was. It was a crazy time because this shit felt like it was never going to end. Right? I mean, 10 a couple times. What's wrong with you? Get paid,
Is that today?
Yeah. 265 million hex paid out. What are we talking about?
No, I heard about it. I saw it, but I like seeing it on Wales' pretty ass charts, man.
Yeah.
Like,
largest in history.
Oh,
Today is a monumental day. It sucks if that guy was hacked. I couldn't imagine the fucking pain. I hope it wasn't a hack. I hope for whatever reason they decided to end their stakes and collect what hex they did. But man,
who knows, man? Could be an angry ex-girlfriend got his fucking.
Yeah, a lot of people speculate that too.
Damn,
like, It's
knows?
just something else.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
stare
a
at this
lot.
damn chart. How much longer you want to wait before you start to make some
Donnell
fucking free
just
money?
said there's the second big payday.
Yeah,
It's a lot of money.
Yes. Well
yeah,
said.
right. That's 4 times the average we get, 4.8. Let's do some math.
Massive. Absolutely massive.
Let's do some math. Usually you get, what was that, 24.36 divided by 5.8. Leave it at that. Easy. 4.2 times.
There was always like early speculation of like other big paydays from like events like this, and it's wild to see them happen, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be more.
They just get
It's
larger.
the biggest in history for now. You know, next year, the year after that, there could be
Yeah, they
more.
just get bigger. They just get bigger as these stakes
Let's
go
talk
for
about
longer.
that. Right? Because the t-shirt is getting harder to attain. They're not getting easier to get. So I'm not understanding this idea where people think the payout is going to decrease over time. In order for that to happen, you need a ton of money to come into the system.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've only... Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, so this is the all-time correlation ETH and Bitcoin, between ETH and Bitcoin, right, versus HEX. So HEX returns on the x-axis, which is the bottom, and on both charts, and Ethereum, Bitcoin on the y-axis, which is the
And
left
that
side.
looks like my targets from out back earlier today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice grouping. Nice grouping.
Good stuff.
Nice
yeah.
grouping. Yeah, look at that. We went a little wide, a little high a couple
A
times.
couple outliers.
That's just when I was taking a shot or a hit off the old L, you know. So
It's just bird shot.
Gotta take it.
no,
That's
actually, those were not the bird shots. Yeah, the fucking laser scope with the 9 slugs. But yeah, we'll call it that.
I mean, look at this. It's just zero correlation across the board.
Yeah,
You know, real simple.
continuing.
Yeah, nonstop, every day. Anytime I make this calculation, it's zero correlation. Always. Right? This is what matters the most. This is what makes HEX superior, right?
And for no other reason, like that to a crypto investor, that's worth a lot.
That's everything.
It's gold.
Because they can't find it anywhere else, damn near.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and it's the same thing in the fiat markets. They can't find anything like this.
I
Legacy
was just
yes.
saying, yeah, right back to that point you made earlier. It's like exactly what Legacy is sweating for, and now look at crypto. It's exactly what crypto is
And
sweating
I don't understand why you guys are so bullish during this dip. Jeez.
Yep. Cannot figure it out
I don't
for the
get
life
it.
of me.
You
Don't get it.
assholes.
Wow.
You fucking talking heads.
So
Jeez.
retarded.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
I don't
crazy.
get it.
I really think like some people think that we're full of shit or something. It's like they just don't get it, and it's like I don't know. I mean, I wish you could like
Can't even
hold
help,
their
bro.
eyes open, like you will look at the
Yeah.
charts, you will
Hey,
understand.
man,
Zoom out, pleb.
I got news for
Yeah.
these people, right? I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but Richard Hart will not even pay for a run of stickers. So he's not paying us to fucking be out here. You
Showing
dumb
shit.
motherfucker.
Yeah, he ain't
No
paying
one's-
us to show shit.
No one's paid in this community.
No,
Nobody.
no. This is all love. This is all
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
Well, we get paid just by the system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
It's
need not
amazing
even
product.
be said, right? I mean, that's the way I look at it. Everybody's doing what they can to help promote the system because it's so good. It's not because it really does anything
Yeah.
for us that we don't
Right.
already know it's gonna do. We are actually
Absolutely.
diluting our own bag by inviting you into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we pick wisely. I don't know about you. I don't want any sucker up in here. They don't deserve it. Simple.
No,
For sure.
I should probably qualify that statement as well. Richard Hart is indeed he's the shield, that guards the realms of men, and he has all my respect. So, just because I say he won't
That's
print
right.
out a run of stickers, man, that motherfucker's taking some he's taking some personal hits for this community, man.
His fucking washing of his underwear in the tub.
That's right.
You think he's paid his schmuck?
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Too funny. So check this out. We all know that the roller correlation between the price of HEX and the price of a T-shirt is 1. For 55 days in running, it's 1. 34 days in running, it's 1. 21 days in running, it's 1. So that means that over time, this price can only go in one direction, literally, because the HEX rate only goes in one direction, literally. And we already went over that, right? We already went over that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a premium on that number, so you cannot fuck around because you're always gonna get left behind. That's the whole point.
Yep.
That's not a fucking debate. It's a fact right here. Look, there you go. It's right there. Minus 106 means you got to pay 106 more than what the system is charging. That's what that means.
It's such a beautiful system. It's like,
Yeah,
why wasn't it made a long time ago?
correct.
And you just think like, man, we're so lucky to find it. You know, like people finding it now, they don't
100%.
realize how lucky they are. You know, it's
No,
crazy.
it's an
Yeah.
ongoing study and understanding how much gratitude you really should have. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
crazy.
say that from my own experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, look at this, right? I mean, t-shirts only going to become more expensive over time, right? Like we already know this, right? They only go up in value. Look, this is what they've
Hmm.
done from day one. I mean, back in the day, people weren't getting anything for holding these things,
Nothing.
right? 2/10 of
Hardly
a
nothing.
cent, right? A cent maybe for a payout per t-shirt, maybe 3 cents. Come on, right? Because the payout per t-shirt is this pink line. The price of hex is this orange line, so those should always be different, never the same. The adjusted hex is the sum of the hex plus the payout per t-shirt. And this green line is just letting you know the trend of price throughout time. And look what it just did. Look what it just did. It jumped all the way to $4.83. And the delta between the payout per t-share and the adjusted hex value is just this value here, so it's 20 cents. So the payout per t-share in dollar terms was $4.64 or so. So $4.66. It's crazy. Like nonstop blow up, bro. You know, like $4.63. Come on. One day multiplied by the number of t-shirts you got.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's the math on that, right? You multiply that payout per t-shirt, right? $4.63 times the number of t-shirts you got. So if you got 100, that's $463. Congratulations. One day, boom.
Yep.
Simple as that. Don't even gotta think about it. There it is. Boom. You know, and price just follows that. This is what the orange line does. This is just a leading indicator because that value exists for real in the system. You're gonna extract it whether you want to now or later, and we already seen the chart that shows it. So we give you all the goodies here for 99. Now this chart is gangster because it lets you know how quickly the system's gonna double. Now today we printed an extreme value of 4%. So that means, excuse me, 4.11. Sorry. Oh, it's
Damn,
like that.
gas is fucking awful right now.
Oh,
Really?
don't even.
I'm trying to restake, and I'm like, God damn it!
Oh, I got one laying out in the sun right now. I got one
You
laying
shouldn't
out
have
in
any
the sun.
stakes ending, you pleb.
I know. I said like 3 times this stream how upset I was about the steak ending today. This one saddens me.
I got to tell you guys the truth of the one that's laying out in the sun for me is the one that it's a charity stake that I started as a custodian for a Palestinian kid who I'm literally, trying to get into this. I very much want to see him become the face for those people of this product. He's a wonderful kid. He's a young, bright kid. I cannot dox him because for him it's literally a life and death proposition. But we'll say his name is Kay, and he's a good kid. And I've got this stake that I did, short, stake. But I just needed to take a certain amount of say USD value and turn it into something greater, while also teaching the boy about the system and about the possibilities that exist within it. And that motherfucker, man, that's been laying out in the sun now for about 5 or 6 days. And I thought, I'm going to get that. The way we used to think, I'm going to get that better gas rate on the weekend if I stay up till 4 in the morning or whatever. And I'm looking, and it's like, motherfuck, even the good accounting function is like disgusting on this.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Oh
It's
my
ridiculous,
God.
bro.
Good stuff.
Post-chain cannot come out fast enough.
Oh my
It's true.
God. That's the only thing to say when. That's the only reason to say WEN is fucking pulse, motherfucker. God
Yeah, it's
damn.
crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy, bro. I mean, and this is the thing, right? We talked about sentiment earlier, man, and this whole thing is about sentiment. We're bullish Hex, we're bullish Pulse Chain, and how can you not be? They're the only two things that are going to do anything for this space, and we have already shown how it's a store of value. Excuse me. We got the proof. It's right here in the data. It's not even hiding. It's crazy.
man,
People
I could just smoke weed and watch TX Street all day long, dude. Swear to God, dude.
Yeah,
That shit is
right
so
now, man. I
funny,
don't know
man.
what's up with that. Pretty slow right now. Refresh. Trying to check the gas.
There they are.
There we
Hey, kids.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so nasty. Yeah, guys, like to do my steak right now, it's like $130 to just to do the steak, not an end
Not
steak.
even ended. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I tried to do good accounting last night. I waited for an hour and a half. The best price I got to even good account was $170. You don't even want to know what the end of steak was. Stupid.
No, I do not.
Stupid. Yeah, when pulse.
Crazy.
Oh, when pulse is right. Jesus.
Well, maybe if I stay up for another 4 hours, maybe I'll get a slight
That's
discount.
a fucking no-brainer. This is crazy. This thing won't even load. This breaks down
This
after a
tells
certain
you.
gas
Yeah,
level.
this
That's what
tells
it
you.
is.
This tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
It
So let's
jammed
talk
up
about
that
this
screen.
real quick. That 4.11% print, right? What does that mean? Well, what that means is instead of taking 5.5 years to make your money back, you take, 4.1% over 1 year, right? Because if this is 5.5, that means you're taking 5.5 years to make your initial capital back, right? That's the only way. 5.5 years to make that money back one time. Here, 4.11%. That means 4.11% times 365 days. So you make that money back in 15 days. That's how crazy that payout was today.
Wow.
And look at this gas. It's stupid. 355, 56 away. Nah, man. Can't
Insane, dude. Like,
that's
I know how much money I'm gonna make on the steak, and so I will eventually do it. But it's just like it's like a principle thing at this point. Like, I don't want to pay the
fuck
I
fucking
agree.
miners
Yeah,
on
I
this
agree.
shit.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
It's
I agree with that
insane.
100%, bro. It's a fucking hijack, bro. They jacking everybody, and everybody just got to deal with it. It's fucking crazy.
And you know what's funny? That's kind of the angle that I look at, and not from a theory point of view, but from a conspiratorial point of view. Because I'll tell you what, folks, I hate to tell you that conspiracies actually do exist in this world.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, Bitcoin. They got Bitcoin just from saying, okay, we're going to buy so much and manipulate it and do so much. With Ethereum, they approached it more from this entire fucking network perspective. I mean, look at these fucking buses. Look at the numbers on these buses.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a
Insane.
fucking break, dude.
Almost 400 Gwei. Get the fuck out of here.
Give me a fucking break is right. This is disgusting, man.
Oh my God.
I mean, well, yo, it's people don't get it. People don't get it, right? It's like, yo, post chain is coming for a reason. It's not because motherfuckers just want
The
to
market
build another
demands
blockchain.
it.
Yes. Accurate.
Like, what the fuck?
Look at these little retarded motherfuckers. And half of them are the NFTs. And who pushed the fuck out of those? Who pushed the living fuck out of the NFTs, man?
Exactly.
Give me a break. This shit's so transparent when you have the eyes to see it. People act stupid, man. Oh my God.
They should
so
show.
crazy.
They should show people
look,
get like
hey,
run
wait,
over
no, it's
by
an
the
NFT of
buses
fuck-
when their transaction fails. Like if your transaction fails because the gas is too much, you just like get run over.
Oh my god, it makes me want to rage quit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look.
that shit is crazy, bro. Because you can
Oh,
see
look.
this shit changing in real time.
Yeah, block 2548 is going to get held up because Bill Buckner's rookie card NFT, can't fucking go through on OpenSea. Get the
Bill
fuck out of here,
Buckner.
man. Get the fuck out of here. What the?
Oh,
You kidding me?
man. This shit is so fucking stupid.
What's Richard called? Procedurally
Tip.
generated
Look, and
art.
now they're charting the tips, bro. Come on,
Broken.
Fucking
Broken. Look at grandfather over there too. Look at his retarded ass.
man.
Oh my God. Look at that. Oh.
400 Gwei plus a tip. It's like, man, this ain't the strip
Yeah.
club. Come on, you're
Yo,
making enough.
It's fucking wild,
Now
bro.
come to the stage.
They out here not even
Vitalik.
showing skin. Yo, they
But look at the Bitcoin inside, dude. Look at these retarded motherfuckers. This is our Lightning Network. Lightning.
Well, yo, hold on. What was Taproot? What was that supposed to be anyway?
I don't
can't
know,
remember.
man.
I can't remember what that was supposed to be.
Taproot's supposed to be a trailer on the back of the bus. You see that trailer? They're going to throw all the dead bodies in the back of the
Is that
bus.
what it is? Look
Yeah.
at that. 29% loaded.
Ooh.
Good luck to whoever got another
Ooh.
half an hour to wait for that block to go off.
And then you get to watch Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert talking about how Bitcoin's fucking gonna save the
Well,
universe.
It was funny because Wendy's and I were
suck.
big watch guys, and one of the watch channels we were watching, these guys went and sold watches at the Bitcoin convention in Miami, and you see these losers come up and like they're buying these watches with Bitcoin. And this one dude was so excited that his transaction went through in like 20 minutes. He's like, see, it went through and it only took like 15, 20 minutes. I was like, bro, you are so far behind. It
That's
is,
crazy.
it blew my mind. I was just like, my God. He was so happy. He had the biggest shit-eating grin on his face ever that his
Oh, yeah,
transaction
we're
went
like,
through in
oh
15
my
minutes.
God.
And I was just like,
I mean, I
Oh,
think
wow.
even Ethereum slowing isn't even not.
yes.
And it's
Yeah.
not. That's funny. Because, I mean, look, Bitcoin still ain't fucking gone nowhere, bro. That shit still, that's the same one.
No, you still waiting. Any of you guys that are trying to do a
Well, wait,
transaction
we
right
might
now,
end
you're
the
waiting.
stream before this shit goes somewhere, but we're going to keep trying,
This
bro.
is, yeah, I was about to say this is where the stream's gonna be now. It's like, can one Bitcoin bus get going?
It's look, Bitcoin is like literally waiting for the real metro.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
that shit only comes a couple times a day. You know,
Yeah.
you might be
That's
waiting.
That's
If
it,
it doesn't
man.
You
break
missed the
down on
last
you.
block. You missed that.
And guys like Max Kaiser will be like, well, and then we all know the answer to all the world's problems, and it's Bitcoin. And it's Bitcoin.
That guy does entirely
Stacey.
too much coke.
Stacey.
Yo, for real. He does too much of something, that's for sure. It's fucking crazy. I mean, who
Well.
can fucking talk about this and think they can respect themselves? Let's be honest.
That shit needs a helmet. Oh my God.
They just hand you your helmet when you hop on the bus.
Oh, shit. That's so fucking funny, bro. I mean, look at this shit, man.
They all get a
crazy,
they all get a pudding cup with a safety
Oh my
spoon when they get on
god, this
the
is crazy,
on
bro.
that bus.
I mean, this is gangster, bro. 15 days, get your money back because you got paid out 4 times in one day, which you would normally get paid. All math,
Wow.
baby.
Mm.
Huh? All math. You can't front on it.
Ashante says even the kids are walking slow to the bus.
Well, you know you're gonna make it.
Oh, let's see where it's at. Let's see where it's at. Let's see where it's
Hold
at.
on.
Hold on. Let's
Oh man, that's some bodies up in there.
Woo, 43%.
Look at these kids running across the grass.
It's like
Come on,
watching,
guys.
It's like watching dial-up.
43.877
Oh my God.
megabytes.
Oh my God, Motley, that would be so funny if they put that sound effect on there.
Yeah. Someone makes a call and knocks you off the internet. Oh man,
This is crazy, bro.
good times, good
Yo.
times.
Oh, look at that big head motherfucker. What's he doing?
Too much.
Get up in there, man.
Yo, I didn't even see that shit. Yeah, they really do be different. I never noticed that.
Yeah. Look at that big
Oh,
blonde head
shit.
motherfucker. What's he doing? Get in there, bro. Oh, his head shrunk.
Let's see what this is the same. Damn,
Go get your
bro,
pudding
this is
cup.
sad, man. That hasn't changed in a while. Oh, there we go. Finally. Congratulations. Back to the charts. That's
Oh
just
my
crazy,
God.
bro.
That was funny as shit.
It's crazy, bro. So look, this is a chart showing we got Apple, Microsoft, Google, right? Apple was at three digits, right? But it split. That stock split. It used to be 4 digits, right? And it was a $1 trillion market cap, so we know it got tons of shares outstanding. Microsoft, $1 trillion company, also we know it got millions of shares outstanding, if not billions, billions of shares outstanding. So those are 2 mega market cap companies, billions of shares outstanding. All kinds of people own them, all kinds of centralized ownership as well, right? So it has a little bit of everything, and the market has done one thing. Pay attention. Google, this one right here, same deal, right? I mean, it started at $74, never looked back down, ever. Centralized ownership, once again, owned by hundreds of people. People want it. People understand this stock only does one thing: 4 figures, and its stock split, and they broke out 2 entities, and they didn't split out shit. Yeah, multi-trillion-dollar company. What was the market cap for Google? Let's see. Because I think Hex is going to be bigger than that.
Oh,
2
for
trillion.
sure.
2 trillion. Hex is definitely going to be bigger than Google. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So, read them and weep. All right. Nobody cares about Google. Side, it's cool.
but we're talking about something bigger here. Only has 269,000 current holders. Only. It's not even a million. Come on now. 19.6 cents. Current staker, 71,042 stakers. Come on now. Look at how that thing jumped up. Better wake up. Now, we got the staker to hold account. This is trending at all-time highs again. Right? So this is current staker versus current holder. So this is real time right now. 26.38%. Current holders versus total holders, 69.93%. So basically 70%. And then you got current stakers versus total stakers. Right? So you got people keeping the system steady recently. But you've had people have been exiting on this dip. So they must have had short stakes or something because they got in and got out, right? Because it's kind of flat right here. You're right back to where you started, basically. So this hump is probably short-term activity. Now, this is one of my favorite charts. This chart shows some big money. Circulating supply versus current hold. 2.13 million hex per circulating supply per holder. This number used to be almost 3 million at the end of Big Payday. It's dropped almost a million. Think about it. Yeah. And a lot of people are working on things that are going to make them a lot of money. And you know what they're going to do? They know where they're going to put it, right? Like, I want
only one place to put it.
Yeah, only one place to put it. And that's in Hex. So you might want to wake up. Stop fucking around. Acting like you got something else to buy. Because you really don't. Alrighty. Here we got staked Hex per staker. Trending down as well. And you're going to notice a theme in these charts. And that theme is that there's just less Hex to go around. 874,000 Hex. This is after Hex emergency stakes for all day to the tune of over 190 million worth of emergency stake. I mean, it was 400 million worth of Hex that was emergency stake today. So that coincided in the payout that was half of that, right, to the staker class. So here we go. Payout per staker in Hex terms. So as of the day, payout per staker in Hex terms was 3,732 Hex. That's crazy. Right, because this number was at 900. So this payout, right, has increased that number for today. Now the thing about it is you got to understand that this number is going to come back down. But the thing is that there's volatility in this, and it's only to one side. And this is important for people to understand. This volatility is only to the upside. That's it. If you're a staker, the volatility that you're going to experience is only going to be to the upside in price, because this is from the launch phase time frame. You're never going to see this again, right? It's just not possible. So this gradual decrease in the payout per Hex, payout per current staker in Hex is a function of supply and demand. Not that much supply to go around, but there's a shit ton of demand, and this is a gift because you get them once in a blue and you see them on the chart. Right, and that's really all it is. So understand, because
Merry Christmas, boys.
Yeah, we didn't get any gifts for a long time. Right, it was a drought, boy. Shit, it was a drought. And here's that doubling chart, and we're still off track from where we would have been if price would have kept in line with this. So as I've explained before, this could easily catch up in the future at some point, right? Because this is just an average. Right. So the actual line, which is in blue, you guys can see here. And then the baseline, which is the magenta color, you can see here. So we're past the 64-day mark, which was November 12th for the base, right? So what can ultimately happen is we can easily just jump from here, because this is only a 5X from a buck, right? So this isn't even that far. So...
yeah, I can get back there real quick.
Yeah, real quick, bro. This is 166X right here. People don't understand that. This right here to that right there, 166X.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, 167X. A little bit off, but same difference. All right,
So-
167X.
So we going 300 and some X on the next run.
Yeah, more than likely. It's going to be a funky one, bro. because there's gonna be a whole lot less supply to go around. I mean,
Mm.
like the trend is down, bro. And that's just a fact. It can't be hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And people are entering the system and they staking. And that means it's gonna make more of the supply disappear. Simple as that. And that's pretty much it as far as the charts go.
Man,
But
cheers. Thank you, Wales. Thank
yeah.
you always, man. I'm
I
always
mean, it's a lot going on. A lot going on. People got to understand. This is you know, this is information that's gonna get you paid if you want, like, really take the time to understand it. Like, this is the most important one. I just showed you what this system is doing, real time. It's literally fluctuating around around these power values. Like, there's nothing else for you to consider. That's it. You just saw it.
Yep.
It's
Like,
inevitable.
You
yeah.
know, the day that
It
I
is.
got everything that I needed to hear was Wales' first special guest appearance in my community. It was on the anniversary of 9/11, actually. We planned that out on purpose. We had a nice chat. It was several hours long. I recorded it. It was excellent, man. And Wales showed Wales showed me the only chart in Hex I ever need to see.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And it was a diagonal line up into the right.
Yeah.
And
It
I
was
was
a
like,
rectangle. It was a
okay, it was a
rectangle.
perfect fucking.
It's like I was explaining Hex, like, how the bonding curve system works, right?
Yes,
Because people need to understand that
fucking
this is,
isosceles triangle.
yeah. For real, for real.
Oh
Like,
my god.
that's all it is. That's all Hex is. It's just a doorway that you slice diagonally
Yep.
from the upper right to the bottom left. Because
Yep.
that's literally what you're seeing in real time. Because it's a bonding curve token, and the activity dictates that is the angle that it takes, literally, over time. Because that's what it's supposed to do. Literally, there's nothing else encoded in it that it can do.
And I'm like, I'm good. I'm straight.
It's crazy. It's literally crazy, because the thing about a bonding curve token is that the network activity in this instance is the staking activity, because that's what gives the price its ability to fly like it does. So the more people that stake, right, the less supply there is to go around. So people can sell all they want. All that's happening is that people are gonna stake what they're selling, and it happens all the time, and we're seeing it, right? Like, we already got the data to see it, and right now the price of of Hex can't even go lower than the 17th doubling, right, from its instance of birth, because it's stuck there on that value, 168, and the next stop is 262,000, and then after that 524, and then after that 1,048,000, and that's it, right? At that point, we're at a buck. Simple as that, because that's what the numbers are saying. Because the last high was 524, that was 50 cents, 51 cents, right? So that next doubling got to be a buck. And then after that is $2, and then after that is $4. So it's laid out right there for you. You already see the doubling pattern right there. Boom. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna do real numbers before long, and people are just gonna be in shock. Like, oh my god, I could have bought at 18 cents. I could have bought.
That's right.
Tried to tell you.
I've been telling motherfuckers this since January 2021. Still ain't hearing me. Think it's a game. Think somebody playing jokes or something. Ain't nobody playing no damn jokes. You better fucking sit your ass down and take some notes. Because this shit real as fuck. I'm tired of explaining this shit. It's just crazy. Like, it's real. And people just want to act like it's some type of game. No, this is real mathematics. It's right here in your face. We're already on 17. Where are you? Because the price ain't stopping. So you better really sit down, recalibrate your thinking, and don't take nothing personal. Just take it as it is if you want to get this money. I mean, it's on you. Because the system's still going to work how it's supposed to work. It's right here on this table.
Yep.
Right? I mean, just look at where it pauses
It's
on this
rolling
chart.
with it without you.
Yeah. I mean, look at where it pauses on this chart, man. Every single time. Right? Like, you just got to look left, look right, and connect the tops and peaks and bottoms or whatever. Like, just always stopping at these values, bro. Right? 262. Here we go again and again. Right? Like, it even paused right there. I guess this is one of the most important charts in Hex then. Because it's really going to dictate what's happening with the levels, right? Because if the price keeps going up, like, the next thing we should see on this scale is 1 million on the left hand scale. That's the next thing we should see. and that should be a buck move. Move to a buck. Simple as that. Because that's what the chart says. It always does. It's just a matter of how much time has to pass before that happens, and that's it.
Is that the next candles? Are they lit at a dollar?
On the right side, you see the top of the scale at a dollar, but that's probably just because that's default. That's just default.
No, I meant like Richard's candelabra.
Oh, I
Like,
don't
you gonna
know
light-
if he's gonna light it at a
No.
dollar. He might. He might, but I don't know. Did he even light him at 10 cents? I think he did, right? Yeah, he did.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
He
did.
did.
Wasn't happy
He's
about
like,
it,
"Show
but
me
he
it."
did.
Nah, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Those
Yeah.
things melted everywhere.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Try to tell him, fucking waxless candles, it's the thing, or dripless candles.
Yep.
Yeah, those are the things. All right, let's see if we got any questions. Hold on, let's expand this because I can't read this shit, bro. Give me a second. I'm old.
Man, Brand's still hanging out. Good
Yeah,
man,
shout out to
Brand.
Brand.
Man.
Shout out to him. What was the first thing you said to yourself when Hex fundamentals clicked?
I need to buy more hex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Clearly.
So a lot of people might not know this, but I stopped paying rent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you said that shit on stream. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't joking. I still say that
Yeah.
to this day.
Oh
Yep.
my God,
Best
Wales!
decision I ever made.
How about the intro I gave you in your first appearance? man? I gave him a
Word.
nice long intro, and I'm explaining to everybody in my community who he is. And I said, the thing you have to understand about this man is that when he found Hex, he said, nah, I'm going to break this shit. I'm going to figure this shit out. So he went up to his flat with 7 pounds of marijuana and didn't leave his crib for 2 months.
Yeah,
And when he
something
came
like
out,
that, though.
and when he came out, he had seen the face of God.
It was something like that, though, man. Yeah. Because when I first found Hex, I really did try to break it for 60 days. I was like doing a whole bunch of other shit and I just stopped. And literally have done none of it ever since. None of it. It's like my whole world changed.
It's a rabbit hole.
My whole world
Mhm.
changed in an instant. It was crazy. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I love it. That's beautiful.
It's the best thing. I never go back on anything that's happened ever since that point in time. I mean, my life has only become significantly better. I have zero complaints because I understand the late gratification. I understand where I'm going. I put in the work. I'm always reading. I'm always trying to educate myself. I'm always trying to help others get educated. You know, it's a process. It's not easy. And people just, we got some good people, man. They're willing to put in the work. And that's what it's about. Everybody isn't here for a free ride. And those that are,
Mhm.
they already know who they are. So it's all good.
Yep.
They ain't in the way of me anyway. So it's all to the good. Because we only here to put in this work. Nobody's here to party. Parties are going to be a part of the game. We got a party. So we don't got to be here for that. Does that make sense? Because that's going to happen regardless. That's what it's about. You got to have a good time while you're doing this shit.
Well,
If not,
when the day
why are you
comes,
doing it?
if the day ever finally comes, Wales, when it's like the sandals and the Mai Tai for you, I pray to the good Lord that I'm able to be there to witness that, my friend.
Well, partying is part of the game, man, right? Like
It's part of the journey.
Yeah, it's part of the journey. You don't got to really be here for that. You got to do that. That's part of living. And that's the thing,
True.
right? And partying, like, yo, when we were in Vegas, we partied it up, didn't we, Molly?
Yeah, we did.
You got to
I
get
was
the
on-
word out however which way possible. That includes partying. All right?
Good times. Good times.
Shit. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. So let's not pretend like partying isn't part of the game, but it ain't everything. Motherfuckers act like it's everything. It's not,
I've definitely screamed Hex to the fucking moon in more than one club.
Yeah.
No.
And that's what I'm talking about, right? And however you get it done. And that shit gets it done. Because people pay attention to that type of shit.
For sure.
All right, that's how Richard does what he does. Unwillingly, but he does it and successfully.
Yep.
So, because I think his Twitter follower account is already at 129,000 or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's going. It's working, right? And his sub counts on YouTube is up too, so it's just working. Yeah, he's getting it done. So that's what it's about. That's how you get the virality and all of that, right? That's what creates this constant bullish sentiment around Hex. Like, it's so undiscovered, right? And that market psychology, when you find the temperature of that with respect to Hex, it's cool. It's never warm, right? It's at most lukewarm. It's never really hot.
because Hex always has potential. Like you can see a dip coming in Hex, and it could dip, but that dip could disappear in a second. Because if some whale finds this thing at 25 cents and they're like, holy shit, this is what? You can do what with this thing and do what? What? When the other is staking for how long and what's staking and what those T-shares do what? They what? 10 years, 15 years. Oh, hell no. I'm never trading again. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Because they already understand it. When I talk to people of that mental caliber that understand that lingo, there's nothing else to talk about. They fully understand that they can play whatever time game they want. So it's no brainer for them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What else do they got to do? Like it's a cakewalk, and that's the whole thing. Once you understand that your sole objective, right? I mean, people try to pick tops and bottoms, right? But then, how do you determine that? Right? A lot of time, people don't want to understand that it's really market sentiment that determines that. Like when you look back
Mm-hmm.
in 2017, that top happened because yo, they was fucking teaching motherfuckers how to buy a rip XRP on fucking CNBC.
Oh,
That's
absolutely. Yeah.
that's why. Not because anything else. I mean, when they're trying to get the whole system into the scam at the time, yeah, it's game over, right? Like, because now everybody calls it a scam still, but now people are really retiring off this. It's not a
Yep.
game anymore.
Mm.
It's completely
True.
different than it's ever been, and people don't understand that. So, it's gonna come a time where those people, they're gonna be left behind, and they're gonna be like, "Damn, I really wish." And that happens so often, Like I'm one of those people. I had a lot of opportunities in life to buy shit cheap, and I didn't. You know, and
Yep.
Hex was that one thing that I was lucky enough to find because I was looking for it already, even though I didn't find it per se. It
Yeah,
found
that's
me.
wild, man. That
Yeah,
is
We
so
all
cool.
were.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people are looking for it, right? They just don't
They
know it
just don't know.
exists. Yeah, until they
Yeah.
find it, and that's a beautiful thing,
One
bro.
of those small little key events that happen in your life just hasn't happened yet for them.
Yep,
It happened
yep,
for us, and we're lucky to be here.
Well,
yeah.
we're trying to do it. We're trying to duplicate it on December 4th in Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be on the East Coast.
Yeah, let's wrap up with a little chit chat about the road trip, and then we can kill it because it's already going on 3/4 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna be in Albany on Tuesday, and then I'm gonna be in Boston next Saturday, which is the 27th.
Oh,
U.S.
word.
road trip. Yeah, so y'all check that out, and then New York on the 30th of November. Then we're doing a party for the 2nd of December here in New York as well.
Right.
So we'll have more details following up in regards to that. But yeah, we're doing things over here in the Northeast too, and I think DC is it's December 7th. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, they got a couple days off,
Yeah, they got a
much
couple
needed
days
days
off.
off after Philly.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you all going from the city to Lancaster, and then from Lancaster to Philly, and then a couple
Correct,
days off for DC.
correct. Yeah. So shout out to Crypto Sparbuck. Shout out to the freedominfo.tv team, T Money and them, because they doing
Yeah,
some amazing work, man.
yeah.
They doing
And
some amazing
Black
work.
Sea Hexicans working hard.
Correct. Yeah.
Rainmaker's
Shout out
working
to her.
hard.
Yeah. Shout out
Everybody.
to him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's doing big things, man. So
no doubt.
everybody that's putting in that work, I'll onboarding people like I'll be working with Road Money soon too, like once a month. Like I'm in one of them guys at Hexagon. Like this is what it's about. We out here, we're reaching to new communities, making connections with people that we need to be making connections with. And that's what it's about, making this crypto community bigger than what it is because it's non-existent, right? And I talk about that all the time because people are confused. The crypto space is no intermediaries, not
True.
fucking
True.
PayPal and fucking
Truth.
JP Morgan going all up in your fucking secret sauce.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. You're
You know,
retarded.
scalability, security, decentralization, use case functionality, but no motherfucking middlemen right
Yeah.
in there.
I mean, yo, stop sharing your seed phrase and private keys.
Yeah.
Whether you got a hard wallet or not, cold wallet or not, you expose your shit, you're gonna get hacked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a wrap after that.
Doesn't
Done.
matter what kind of wallet you got. So you can have MetaMask, you can have Trezor, you can have fucking Ledger. It means nothing if you don't do the right operational steps.
Hey, Wales,
Don't
Yeah.
are
be a
you?
dumbass.
Money goes to who respects it the most. That's all it
For real.
is.
Oh,
So if
for
you
real.
ain't gonna
well said.
respect it, it's gonna go to somebody who's gonna respect it.
Well
Correct.
said.
Correct.
Hey, are you doing Lancaster and then breaking off? Or are you coming to
Yeah.
Philly then?
Nah, I can't go to Philly. I can't go to Philly
Ah,
that weekend. Yeah, I can't make it, unfortunately, bro.
God
Sorry.
damn.
Yeah.
You know, I told you I would get
I
babysitters.
know. I can't, bro. I can't.
All right. I got you, Dad. It's all right.
But
It's all right.
I can't
yeah,
believe I'm
bro.
like rugged. I'm gonna be there like days before and then days
Yeah,
after.
it's crazy, man.
It's like the in
Aw.
between.
You
Yeah, I
poor
gotta
guys. You guys, poor guys, getting to go to London and be
Yeah,
with
it's gonna be
Richard.
it's gonna be
go.
it's gonna be
that
rough.
sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it by a few days. I gotta go out that way at some point right after, so that's why I can't make it. But
I got you, man.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Because I was supposed to go, but can't make it. It's crazy.
No, I was very pleased that I got an invite to the New York thing, but I'm telling you, if I got to be focused on making Philly the best.
Yeah. No, you got business to take care of, bro. That's
Yeah.
priority. Yeah, that's priority because you already got the whole event. You got to represent Hex at that point in time, so you gotta get ready for that. That's important.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to be able to go to these in-person events, right? Because now we can talk about these things to people that just probably have never heard of Hex before, probably never heard of crypto before. We get to teach them the right way the first time. That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
We're going to see a spike. I predict a big spike for about a week there with all this East Coast action and all of us out there talking about all of this.
It's going to be
it's going to be something
bro.
else.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing. So it's going to be definitely good stuff, man. Good stuff coming. So you guys are the days. You guys check out them guys on Telegram. Actually, let me get the link for you guys.
Yeah, the US Road Tour on Telegram, and then them boys is all up on Twitter.
I think it's US Road Trip.
US Road Trip. I'm sorry. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm gonna get the link for these guys. So they got it in the chat.
And Motley for attendees. Wales, man. It looks like a lot of people have enjoyed this.
Yeah, man.
it was a
Appreciate
fun
you guys.
stream.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for coming through, man. It was,
course.
understanding that psychology, right? Why people are buying, why people are selling. I mean, everything we talked about, it encompasses that. Understanding, knowledge, appreciating delaying gratification. I mean, all these charts talk to that. These are important tidbits of information. You can get the same boilerplate statistics anywhere. What is really happening? That's what ultimately matters. That's where you get your bullish stance from. That's where you can really believe that this system is outperforming everything else always and forever, regardless of a 50, 60, 70% dip. Because that's just an opportunity. That's a time to hoorah and hip hey. Like, yo, we just got a freaking crazy payout per t-shirt.
Yep.
Yo, your bag just got pumped in one day like never before. You better be happy.
Indeed.
Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Oh, hold up. Can I do one thing real quick?
Go on, bro.
I want these motherfuckers to know.
I turned on the camera for this one.
You see that? Okay, motherfucker.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
Ain't nobody scared of shit. So
chill, bro. It doesn't even matter.
Nah, I'm tired of the coward talk. You come to the woods, I'm here.
They've seen my ugly mug enough, so no need.
Cowards. I mean, it's really whatever, bro. It's so irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, those are the people that aren't doing shit for the system, and that's a fact.
Oh man,
that's a
pots
fact.
and pans, bro. Love you, man. You're doing the good work.
We're gonna say peace out to everybody. We're gonna go out with one of the little videos. And you guys have a good night. Peace.
All
right, guys.
Be easy.
This is Wales only. Glad you guys can make it out. I'm making some claims that are pretty outlandish, but I can back them up. Boom. End of story. There is no other crypto out there, so don't get it twisted. If you don't understand where you're parking your money, you're gonna pay the consequences for that, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. Boom. We're obliterating everybody, literally. There is nobody else that comes close to what Hex has done. Boom. Oh, it's about to get funky. Funkier than you could have ever imagined. Richard Hart is a boss. Hex is literally the best thing on the planet. It's simple mathematics.